Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Ketchup and I'm joined by the Eternal Mustard.
Hello.
And this is Combo Breaker 2018. This is the Injustice 2 Pro Series presented by Simple Mobile and Samsung. And we're going into game number 1, day 2 of pools. This is bright and early over in North America, the heart of Chicago, where NetherRealm games are born and bred. And what match to start off that is better than KP coming up first?
Indeed, but I do believe KP just signaled they're not going for the button check, so we're not going to be wasting any time whatsoever. We're going straight into this one, and KP, I guess, an Aquaman player. Now, we know that he's historically tried this with Harley Quinn, and that is just not a great matchup at all. So not really a big surprise to see him go with Wonder Woman from the start instead. You know, obviously he's been playing Wonder Woman a ton as well, so should be a bit more, I suppose, even this time.
Now, Black Mamba Moan, we're going to see how he manages to, I think, conquer this matchup. Wonder Woman, a character that definitely got better as time went on. She's got that very strong ground game. And against the likes of Aquaman, a strong ground game can actually compete with him, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. But you have to really... A big thing about Aquaman is his normals are so good, his buttons are so good. You really have to win that neutral. You really have to win that traditional footsie game. And we know that Wonder Woman has some normals to make it work, but it's definitely a bit more of a back and forth. But I mean, Kitana Prime is going into this tournament already with quite a lot of momentum. Obviously, he had quite an impressive showing in Mortal Kombat X yesterday, managing to get to top 24 before being eliminated. And he's obviously been quite strong in Injustice 2 generally from start to now.
Well, Kitana Prime, you know, he's known as a commentator these days, but he is one of those players in the scene that is still able to, I think, sort of maintain, obviously sponsored by PG, you know, and the Global.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that he doesn't commentate instead of playing. He very much is like a bit of a jack of all trades, and he's definitely a strong player. And we've got quite an even start to get things going, but a nice hit confirmed there.
As early clash used, and that's going to be, I think, looking at the meter that Black Mamba has access to. Are we going to see 1 bar spent? Yeah, we expect to see 1 bar because KP now is going to somewhat even the life. They're going to go back to that neutral situation, but now he has got a bar left if he wants to get a whiff punish on the shield toss, or if he just straight up opens him up close for huge damage.
Yep, well, there we go. We've got the bar. Ooh. Interactable off the table now, too. He's going to spend the bar? Yes, he is. No push block from KP. He's happy to hold the chip. Wow, that raw down 2. Black Mamba. Good read there.
If you catch a good read on what button they're going to press, the down 2 actually is a consistent challenge. Tries to go for grab. I'm not sure if that's intentional.
I wonder if he was just going for a raw background bounce in between, but perhaps he just pressed the wrong one.
I will not be your ally.
Actually, that's true. Hopefully his buttons are the right way around, because that's a bit of an issue sometimes.
Yes,
trying to go for the interaction and you grab it. Uh-oh, they're swapped. Whip punish on the whip.
I like the way Kitana Prime is playing this now, considering it. He now has the life lead. He's just really slowed it down in the neutral.
I love the grab, enforce the plus frames on that string, and the good wake-up read on the Trident Rush. That neutral jump 3 is going to do the job. Now, remember, guys, always 3 out of 5 for Injustice.
Now, I actually wonder if Black Mamba's going to check his buttons here, because he did go for the grab instead of the interaction.
Oh,
no, actually, no.
Ooh, Poison Ivy.
Now, Poison Ivy is a character that I feel like we're going to be retrospecting to last year quite regularly here, considering how different the game is now compared to last year Combo Breaker. And Poison Ivy was a character that we just didn't really see back then. But in between the year of the game being out, obviously Poison Ivy has developed. There are some amazing Poison Ivy players out there, and she seems like quite a solid character, but wonderful footsies from KP. Good whiff punish.
Yep, doesn't commit into the whole string. I love that, acknowledging that it's going to be blocked, so confirming into the safer part. Neutral jump into pressure, and that string. We're going to see a lot of that coming from KP, I think, because that string in particular, the annotation fails me, but it's plus on block, and significantly plus on block. The thing is, I believe there's a gap. So if Black Mamba's not going to be backdashing or answering the gap there, that's just going to be data for KP that he can really run rampant with that string.
Now, this is one of those matchups I think Black Mamba really wants to get that full screen game. Wonderful hit confirm on the bounce, and that's a big amount of damage considering 460 already. And Black Mamba had all that space and has already backed himself into the corner almost. He's approaching there now, but he is managing to fight his way out a little bit. Okay. KP really trying to get aggressive and keep him there.
Now going into the air with the shield toss, that's going to be a good answer because if she's going to stay way too grounded, obviously that's going to get rid of the character power. A little bit of damage here, Black Mamba in control of this first round, but nowhere near as much resources. If KP catches him one time, he's going to even things out and take a round, but no! Ground Spike is going to do the job.
Well, it does look like Black Mamba's 100% going for this full screen presence, though. I mean, I know Poison Ivy has elements of certain mix-ups up close, but it just doesn't really hold a candle to what she can do from full screen. I mean, look at this. It's the chip damage. It's almost unavoidable. When you get that sequence, right, and you start getting the trait and you alternate it with the Divine, it really is tough to deal with, especially for a character like Wonder Woman. Oh, that was wonderfully spaced from KP, baiting the environment perfectly, and will not only punish, but keep Black Mamba in the corner.
Looking good for KP. He's got 4 bars of meter. Make that 3 using that meter burn forward 3. Even though it gets blocked, it really isn't the end of the world. But there's the whip punish. Black Mamba. We're going to catch a restand? Yes. Is it going to be mix-up or damage? Yep, keep it unclashable. Keep full screen. I love that decision, actually. Not even bothering to do anything else but send him full screen with unclashable and then going for the zoning with trait. This clash is going to be good for KP, but we're going to be full screen once again. Oh, this raw jump!
Attempted the anti, but a little bit too late. But Black Mamba wasn't ready to get the full combo in it.
That's unfortunate. That would have either forced an air tech to get rid of the meter. Although, my God, the forward 3, no cares given. You have to watch out for that forward 3 from Ivy. Deceivingly large range. The back 3, that could be death.
Yeah, there's good air tech from KP, keeping him alive.
But yet had no buff. He'd used his bar on the air tech, so he couldn't meet burn the shield toss. Uh-oh. There we go.
Yeah, that's going to be a game back for Black Mamba. A bit of a messy end there, generally. But in those kind of scramble situations, it's all about who can really, I suppose, keep themselves on top there. But straight to Harley, I like this from KP. Now, this is the advantage that KP has. So clearly, these are two players that have multiple characters. The advantage you get for winning the first game when you're against someone that has a whole team, you get basically the advantage of the counter pick advantage, right? You win that first game, you then get the option to swap and change as and when you want. And because you won the first game, you're going to have more space to work with. You know, you're going to have that final opportunity to do so.
Now, against Harley in particular, I think we're going to see a lot of that bark. The full screen chip damage with Harley, much like Poison Ivy, can be real. I think it's a bit more extreme, though, for Ivy, personally. But that said, yeah, there's the bark now. It's going to be much harder to zone him out. I don't think KP is going to be winning much of these trades.
Well, he's going to have a better mix-up game, though. We saw the amount of times that KP found himself point blank in the last game, but it was Wonder Woman. There's only so much stuff she can do to really kind of mix you up, whereas Harley Quinn is a bit more traditional.
I actually think that was a win right there for KP, because they kind of traded trait for forward 3, and he got the bar out of Black Mamba while trading minimal damage in return. That said, Mamba not really too shy of having his back to the wall, but he has to watch out. Not much resources, get some free real estate to go in for the trait right there.
Yeah,
and here comes the chip.
Entire sequence, absolutely insane. Black Mamba just built his first bar.
That was so weird. He actually made the read, but just misses the air shot. Must have mistimed it by a bit, but the back 3 too slow. And here comes the mix-ups. It's going to be overhead forward 2 or back 2 for the low option.
Yeah, KP cleaning the pressure, getting the armor break, but Black Mamba not being deterred, immediately goes for a meteor burn forward 3. I think he really wants to enforce that option versus KP. Goes straight over his head! No way, that was intentional. But KP will make him pay for it. Good awareness.
Setup time.
Oh, the cross-up. The classic Harley Quinn setup.
Blocks the low, but unfortunately he's already taken 50%. Life gone, whiffs the back 3, but no whiff punish.
I mean, speaking of 50%, KP does have a super available. Nope, not anymore. Going to spend a bar on the meteor burn forward 3.
My God, it's honor. Look at it. Oh.
Wow, that trait is just really rude. It's like point blank. At that range, does it even spit? It's straight up biting her.
Biting the ankles, mate. But consistently, Black Mamba has had no resources. And there's the counter poke on the forward, no, back 3 actually, instead. There's the trait. They'd wake up to get through the pressure, but he still has to hold these mix-ups, plus on block. Goes through with the back 3, but it's not enough. And the down 2, patience from KP. And are we going to see a character change again?
Yep, well, he's gone back to player select. The question is, does he go back to original, or does he stick? He does. Oh, KP looking at the camera, he knows. Well, you see the gulp, you see the nervous gulp. Well, no, so why is that, right? This matchup
Yeah, but he went for a more favourable matchup as well.
Yeah, but this
give and take, my dude.
This matchup definitely is not a favourable one for Harley Quinn by any stretch of the imagination.
That was another whiffed grab. I'm actually wondering, is his environment interaction, is that swapped? I do wonder. Either way, you did mention this matchup is not good for Harley Quinn, and I think we're going to be seeing why. Black Mamba, this really is going to be his one to win in this situation. And on this stage, you know, the Rock of Eternity, plenty of throwable interactables that can really benefit Aquaman from far away.
But the thing is, though, like, I feel like, I mean, I don't want to say this matchup will be a guaranteed loss for KP, but the matchup really is that bad. Like, it is so hard for Hyde to get anything started. So on the chance that this matchup is basically just a write-off and KP just can't get it going and Black Mamba takes it relatively, you know, convincingly, because KP won the first game, he's just going to be able to go back to Wonder Woman, and then he can have the matchup that he won before. That was his advantage of winning the first game of the set. It goes back to what I was saying before.
You get the last counter pick if you win game number 1. We've seen legendary matches with the likes of Forever King, Tekken Master, these guys that play, and even Sonic Fox, playing a plethora of characters, using them for the matchup. If you get that first game, the whole set advantage goes to you.
Oh, wow. Oh, good neutral, but didn't actually get the punish. I thought for sure that was going to connect. Oh, the armor break again.
Yeah, a little bit too slow on that meter burn back 3, so it's actually going to allow KP to get the jump in and armor break with the follow-up.
Well, a preemptive jump.
Hang on a minute, KP. Now, if he's going to win,
back.
he's going to win the matchup, it's going to be here in the corner where Aquaman cannot do what makes the matchup difficult.
But this is the kind of tough matchup that if KP wins this, it's just because he just outplayed, you know? Like, he's going to have to play so well.
That clash was really smart. KP knew from that string he wasn't going to take much damage, but he also knew that if that connected, Black Mamba was going to go for the corner repositioning. That wager was not for saving life, it was to keep the side switch from happening.
Okay, well, that's not a great trade for KP, but did manage to use one of his traits for it. See Black Mamba just taking the little chips on the block of the tentacle strike. Oh, nice, that's a hit, but the trait immediately, but he keeps himself safe.
Yeah, in those situations, if Harley opens you up, she's not going to instantly launch you. It has to come from the tantrum stance, which leaves you grounded. Aqua Armor gets rid of all of it. But I got to say, not so easy to call KP out of this situation. He's done a fantastic job, and he could still win this matchup. He's got 2 bars of meter, but if he eats those tentacle strikes, that's not going to be particularly useful. Oh, wow, the 3. Excellent. Good choice.
Okay, KP 100% still in position to take this game. He has all the buff. Trip guard, a little bit too late. Oh, but that's a lot of chip damage. But KP, again, opting not to push block. He wants to make sure he has all this bar.
Also, Black Mamba actually backing up. He doesn't want to be point blank. He doesn't want to be minus and deal with mix-ups.
Oh, good jump in. Oh, he get the trait. I like the way KP actually didn't press anything. I wonder if he was just trying to bait the trait out of him. A wonderful forward 3. Katana Prime with a good read. Drops the corner combo, but still has the pressure here.
Guess is right. On the
Oh,
low.
no!
No wager, has to air tech, but that's not enough. The down 1, Trident Rush, and KP is going to waste no time. We're going back to character select for a 5th and final time.
But that was a really close game. Considering the matchup, KP played that superb. But, I mean, even though there is a chance, considering how close that game was, KP might be able to win that matchup with Harley Quinn. Not going to waste any time. Going to Wonder Woman, no, don't mess around. This is tournament. This is Injustice Pro Series. If you have a better matchup to pick from, do it. And his Wonder Woman is no slouch. He did take the first game in this series in this exact matchup. He just has to do it again, and he will be advancing through.
Now, Aquaman, one of those characters that normally didn't need the background bounce to get damage, but I think when they changed and his tentacle strike didn't launch anymore, and obviously you have to go for the scoop instead, cutting his damage significantly, Aquaman really likes these background bounce stages now, because it gives him the damage that he had pre-patch.
Okay, but he has got the buff. Oh, nice. Reversal shoulder.
Great punish.
Now, already has Black Mamba cornered.
Oof. Yeah, I think not confident in the range for that whip punish. He did catch it, but he was trying to use the minus frames more so to get a jump in than anything else. Jump 3, very plus block. Very good throw tech from Black Mamba. Going to establish some space. Whiffing the tentacle strike. He's going to get a little bit of bar anyway, even if it whiffs. Whiffing special moves, building bar, back 3.
They finally made a really good read as to when Bamba was going to press something there. And when you get that whiff punish with the meter back 3, you know they're going to be remembering not to make that mistake again. Nice whiff punish on the lasso. Even that by itself, 128 damage for a single whiff punish from that kind of range is impressive.
Now that's going to be good data, I think, for KP, but it gets launched. Are we going to see a full combo? Yes, we are. Another wake-up attack. Black Mamba has to hold it, and that's going to be Trident Rush. Black Mamba Moan's going to be on match point versus KP in this first round of pulls.
Only by 18 points of health, and that's going to go straight away, and KP is himself now on match point. That's actually a perfect way to start this day, I think.
Yep, what a perfect set to start this off. Very, very close down to the wire. KP, in typical theme, has had more bar. But is he going to get a chance to use it? That's going to be 1. Aqua Armor, hang on a minute. Aqua Armor basically doing very little there.
Yeah, it didn't really do much for him, and it's going to be a long old recharge. Has about half a bar of life left, give or take. Oh,
he tries to punish. Down 1 too slow. Not too slow, too small.
Oh no! And just to get that too. Wake up shoulder. Gets a little bit of chip damage at the very least. Oh no, the down 2, the clean anti-air.
Now, is this going to be 3-3? Are we going to see 3 bars spent each? Will KP want to have the health advantage here? Yes, it is.
Yep, they do. They trade it out. Also means that Black Mamba's losing now, though. If Black Mamba needs to clash and he needs to get some health back, he's going to struggle to do so at this life. Oh, he might just get clean under.
Right, he has to make this count. Background bounce. Oh my god, the cancel. I love it from KP. Understanding he's too far away. Watch out for the whiff, mate. Oh my god.
It's down to the wire.
He can't do
no
anymore.
bar for either of them either. They've got trait, but that's it.
He's going to be able to punish it with the meter burn shield toss. He cannot do technical strike anymore.
He can't. Oh my god.
This is so close. Meter burn roll. That's unsafe. That's unsafe. No bar to go for it. And KP at the last minute is going to inch that one out.
Now, that right there is also a perfect example of why, if you want to main a certain character and they have matchups that are so bad, you need to have other characters on your roster that basically deal with that. Because KP, I think Harley Quinn is his favorite character, right? He says all the time, Harley Quinn is the main squeeze, is his favorite character in the game. Harley Quinn against Aquaman sucks. So you need another character. So he has Wonder Woman. If he didn't have Wonder Woman, that set would not have gone such in his favor. And that's what you need to do as a competitive player. You need to make sure that you have the roster covered. And that's what KP did. He came prepared, and even though the game came down to the wire, was able to pull ahead with some really just genuinely clean play.
KP's always been the kind of player back in the day to, I think, be a little bit stubborn with his character choices, especially during the MKX days where he would, you know, loyalist until the end, and if there was a bad matchup, then so be it. I think in this new age of NetherRealm games where matchups are very, very important and having teams is being proven to be the solution to playing Injustice, is make sure you have a couple of characters. If you love a character and they have a bad matchup, cover that bad matchup. KP is starting to really follow suit in that. You know, he was going, if he went Harley all the way, that could have been a 3-0 to Aquaman. You know, it could have been a 3-0 for Black Mamba in general. But because he had Wonder Woman, he had that edge. And it's like we said before, because he won that game
It's a sign of someone who is well prepared. You know, at this point, KP is a seasoned tournament player, organizer, you know, bracket runner, you know, successful commentator. Like the resume really does just keep going on as we're moving on in quite an impressive showing. But moving on to our next game, I believe we have Beast Coast Biohazard coming up against Low. Now, Biohazard is a crowd pleaser through and through. I think every single character he plays, generally, for the time in the game is something that the crowd just likes to watch, you know, at least for the most part. I know obviously in Season 1 he had Deadshot, which was a very popular character for certain counter picks. But
popular's not the word I use when it comes to stream chat.
I mean, popular among the competitive crowd.
Popular among us, but not you guys.
Of course.
But that's different now.
But no,
it's different now.
He had a purpose. Deadshot had a purpose. He was a counter pick to a certain kind of character. And for example, he's a Bane player, right? His Biohazard. He plays Bane. He has a Black Manta. He has a lot of Starfire. But at the time, it was basically just Bane. It was Bane and Harley Quinn, and then Deadshot was the kind of the final part of that triangle of characters. It was mainly Bane, Harley Quinn as and when neither of those worked out, Deadshot was the kind of, you know, handle the rest of the cast that they didn't quite manage to do. It goes back to what we were talking about, right, of having a team that covers the whole roster, and that's what he needed at the time. But he was still primarily, and if you remember, if you've been paying attention to the Injustice Twitter page, you'll see one of the highlights, one of the top 5 plays they picked from Combo Breaker last year, bless you, was Biohazard versus Tekken Master. His amazing just pop up to level 3 Venom, go for the Raging Charge, like on wake up to whiff punish, like was one of the most exciting plays of the whole tournament. And here he is again 1 year later. Now he's a sponsored player, as obviously sponsored by Beast Coast alongside his brother Honeybee, the Evo, the famous Evo Flash player.
The greatest Injustice comeback you will ever see.
Indeed. And it was, especially
I will be honest.
Have we seen a greater comeback from then to now?
It's definitely the best in Injustice 2, for sure, that one, that we all saw. Beast Coast, I think they made a really good pick, picking up the Bio and Honeybee brothers, right? These guys are absolutely lethal in Injustice, not just in Canada, but in the world.
They've historically been at the top of their game. You know, in MKX, they were successful. Injustice 1, they made a name for themselves. And now Injustice 2, they're both phenomenally successful. And are they going to be...
Nah, it's a button check.
Yeah, button check. I was like, I don't see Bane players do that too often.
So as this is the IPS, we can't forget, and we have to talk about now Biohazard stepping up to the plate, Northern Arena.
Yep.
We had Northern Arena, which was a 4-week-long online series. That was being commentated by, you know, Jackio. That was being commentated by Caboose. Drew Face. Do I say Drew or Drew Face? I didn't know which one to go for.
I think Drew Face makes sense.
Drew Face makes the most sense. But those guys were commentating Northern Arena, and the gameplay was really stellar, particularly by the end.
Canada has gone from strength to strength in NetherRealm games. You know, from MK9 to now, they had, you know, a couple of good players in MK9, and as each game kind of progressed forward, more and more Canadian players would come out. Obviously, you know, Hayate did amazingly well at the IPS finals last year. Biohazard, Honeybee Gun Show as well, Jinky Dink. You know, players like Noodles are coming through, Lego Help, like the list really goes on. Obviously the ones that I forgot to mention, I apologize. But moving into the game, we are getting underway. It's going to be Bane versus Black Canary, and the Bane train is already underway.
And every single mix-up just worked out 100% for Biohazard. Oh my word, that was a flawless.
See how they're going to approach this, because in order for Canary to do damage, you really has to get point blank, and that's not really where you want to be against Bane.
No. My God, he hasn't taken a single hit yet. Tip grab, no, goes to the overhead. The reads have been on point.
Is this going to be a perfect? Surely not. Surely we're going to have the first perfect of the day.
This could be a perfect victory. One more opening. The overhead connects.
No way.
No way. Is that perfect from Biohazard? That was the Bane train cometh. Wow.
I mean, it was more of a the Bane train does steamroll, you know. Obviously, not to take anything away from Low, but that was an insane match.
Wait, what? Is he getting a new pad?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, man. You hate to see that kind of thing happen. I mean, if the next match isn't perfect, then definitely the controller change will be worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So we went from one pad to another. Different pads. I think that was the official PS4 pad that he's now using. So there are different D-pads. I think he was using the Hori pad before.
I mean, how much of that was clashable at the end there? Because there definitely seemed to be certain times that you could clash.
Yeah, for sure. That
But
was.
yeah, but perhaps that was a problem. You know, maybe he's got a controller with a faulty RC button. Who knows? But regardless, you know, I mean, this is what you need to do in tournament, right? If you have backups and you need them, go to them. You know, even if it comes down to hardware, better to do it early in the tournament than late, especially after one game.
Right, I wonder if they're going to do button check for his new pad. I think they're actually discussing that right now, yeah. They're going to see if it works. But either way, not much to really analyze from that game. That was just Biohazard just doing Bane things, wasn't it?
I mean, it's the best Bane doing an ultimate Bane sequence from literally start to finish. Not hugely surprising, considering, I mean, but to be honest, we've been seeing this Bane for a year, you know, so it's nothing is new. It's like, yeah, that's awesome Bane stuff. That's a power bomb. That's an elbow drop. And it takes someone like Bio. I mean, that's actually what I think makes Bane such a good character for Bio is no one is as good at reading how you're going to try and squirm your way out of Bane pressure than Bio is. And that comes from the years of experience he has with this character.
And then in Injustice 2, the inclusion of the delayed wake-up. People were a little bit worried. They thought the delayed wake-up was going to be quite a nerf to Bane, that he doesn't get that guaranteed situation. He has to make those reads. But situations like that, where he can actually tick grab off down 2, and if you get hit trying to jump, he can still combo off it if he has the awareness. Oh my word. It just looks like it's just not working out for poor old Low.
He's 50% of the way to getting another perfect back-to-back. Surely not.
Tries to be a Ben roll to get out of there, but the unblockable. Even on Venom debuff, he can still confirm, and this is going to eat up that debuff time. Tries to back 3, and it still doesn't work.
Oh, the whiffed elbow drop. Oh, and there we go. He gets the hit. And the crowd make their noise in disappointment that we're not going to see two perfects back-to-back, but props for Low. Hasn't got any Barbie. He does have a trait, and it is going to connect. Oh, no!
I don't know what he's... I'm not even sure what input he's trying to go for there, but definitely some execution errors.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
That was so smart. He absorbed, and he gets the full combo. He's only on level 2. He's on level 3 now.
Oh, my... That just... Yeah. Don't even need to meet burn it.
Now, what was really cool about that final combo there was Bio... I mean, historically, you could see Bane players, they get a hit and they confirm it into bounce cancel. Usually you see Bane players like jack all the way up to level 3 to get maximum damage on it. He kept himself at level 2, and then as soon as the combo was finished, and he had like, what, 150, 200 health left, he then popped his way up to level 3. So he had still a lot of armor for that final, what was effectively still one mix-up away from death. That was really good Venom management.
Look at that Bane helmet. Oh my God. So he's gone for the Gorilla Grodd change. I don't think this is a particularly bad matchup for Bane, but hang on, they're going to go for intros. Look at that mask. That is sick. Look at it. Oh my God.
Lord.
I love it.
That is actually really cool.
That's love at first sight right there. My word. Oh my God. Overhead coming through again. Goes in for the leap cancels. That's 2 back-to-back lows. I wonder if he's going to go for any of the other strings. No, Grodd, obviously, a very different character now. Cancels easier to pull off. Activating trait.
Oh, manages to meet Ben through, but holds it, so doesn't actually get the punish. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, his armor just isn't working out. Now, in that situation there, you normally see Grodds go for the leap. Not leap, sorry. They go for the Stampede cancel. Obviously, Stampede cancel is easier to pull off now, so he can get some better pressure, a little bit, you know, different size of plus frames, I suppose. But the big thing is the combo conversions he can do now, which he couldn't do before.
Absolutely.
Oh my
God.
God.
Get off the ground, but is just going to get chewed up completely, and that's going to be already quite a quick match point. Biohazard looking unstoppable right now.
If Bio whiffs a button and he's got Venom, don't press a button. He's going to Venom up at that every single time. And there's the armor again. He's going to stop Venom. He's got level 2. This is damage. He's going to get a knockdown again. Are we going to see level 3? Yes, we are. Big damage. That might be death. He doesn't clash.
He doesn't give him the chance. Didn't even give him the chance to clash. Now there's going to be a swift 3-0. The Beast Coast Biohazard in not very surprising fashion. Very, very powerful player and moving swiftly on. He will through the winner's bracket.
Well, Low doesn't seem too phased. I'm not to jump to conclusions, but I know that sometimes, you know, players, they enter multiple tournaments. Maybe they don't specialize in, maybe, for all we know, maybe Low doesn't specialize in Injustice. He's just entering it, you know, just because why not? You never know.
I mean, to be honest, like, on the assumption that Low is, I don't want to say he's an inexperienced player, but judging by the gameplay, definitely didn't seem to be quite as comfortable as some other players. So if he is new to tournaments or he's new to Injustice 2, this is how you get used to it, right? Like, don't be deterred if you're a new player or if you consider yourself a lower level player. Don't be put off by coming to these events because of that, right? If anything, that's the perfect reason to attend. Because look at that screen. Look at how many people are in this venue. Every single head under this roof is a fighting game fan.
Oh, and by the way, guys,
why they are here.
By the way, that's first thing in the morning here too. Like,
oh yeah.
We've just, the day has only just begun.
Well, he's got a Nerf gun.
He has.
Darth Armor is Darth Armda.
Now, oh my
Ooh.
God.
Ooh.
We'll never speak of this again.
Ooh.
Now, this is Happy Pal. For those that don't know, Happy Pal, obviously, very, very dangerous French player. He had a insane nimble reptile with MKX. If anyone hasn't gone on our YouTube page and looked at the first 10 with Yuppie and Happy Pal with the nimble reptile, I highly suggest it, because that set actually made him kind of famous. They saw that reptile and everyone was like, I need to see more. And then everyone watched him from then on. Like, that was mad. Because he is style. He is style, he is substance, but he's one of the flashiest players in the entire scene. And that was not a pun because he plays Flash, but Flash is the player that lets him do that.
But, okay, so he... Happy Pal, and I'm trying to think of a nice way of putting this, but Happy Pal is a phenomenal player, but he definitely favors swag, has a tendency to favor swag over common sense.
How many times does he save his super because he just wants to end the game in a super?
No, but he does so because of the threat, right? When you have a super stock, especially if you're a Flash player, you have the Flash super ready to go. It is so fast and does a nice amount of damage and goes so far. Like, he'll purposely do like questionable clashes just to keep bar for the super, so he has that utility. Because a Flash player with super stocked means your opponent has to be careful when they press anything. They do anything that's unsafe, they press anything in the neutral, it's a 2-button whip punish. And he is the kind of player that will favor that kind of style all the time.
Now, we have to talk about Darth Armor. Darth Armor, commentator extraordinaire during last year's IPS, entering this tournament as well. But the Joker really has been his forte since this game, first began. The crowd is so loud. By the way, that's mostly just Happy Pal and Irish Madness, by the way. It's just them, collectively. Here we go.
Is this random gear?
I think so. This sick.
This is Happy Pal's Flash that he uses at home.
It is, actually. It's the same color.
No way is it giving him basically the same Flash that he uses. Is this a sign? It was a sign that this is Happy Pal's tournament.
Oh yeah, Joker was given that wake-up attack, wasn't he?
Yes, indeed.
Cannot forget that buff he was received.
But there aren't many Joke players around, so Darth Armor definitely been repping the character from the start. Good neutral jump, that's going to be a full combo. Oh, but the air tech to get out.
Joker, such a tricky character. Yeah, Happy Pal, never shy of using Speed Force in the neutral. Oh, he drops it. By like half a second, just doesn't get the forward dash in time, and the Speed Force runs out, so the conversion doesn't work. And here comes the... And actually, it's reduced chip damage, right? While he's in the trait now for Joker.
Yes, indeed. Every stack of haha that he has on this, which is basically every stack of his trait, he takes reduced chip damage. To the point that I believe if he's got all 3 stocks, he basically doesn't take chip damage at all.
And tries to backdash, but the long leg of the Joker chasing it down. Darth Armor taking round 1, but barely. Oh, round 2 goes to Happy Pal.
It's going to be swift. The crowd, I mean, there's definite rowdy Americans behind Darth Armor and a lot of rowdy Europeans behind Happy Pal.
I will be honest, I mean, you guys don't understand. Europe is quite rowdy too, particularly the part of Europe that is like, Vienna.
France, man. France, Vienna, very loud boys.
France, Amsterdam, Austria. These guys make sound in the crowd. Spooky. Oh. Yeah, I love the close teeth, actually. That's going to shut down the running man. Doesn't trust his ability to anti-air. There's the overhead.
Yep, he's going to get caught. Happy Pal not fuzzying.
Drops the conversion. Dropping combos of Joker sucks because you really need the setup at Happy Pal. He's got super. Watch out. Oh my god.
It's not quite kill healthy super though, so I can't imagine. Oh, a jump back. That was so well timed from Darth Armor.
Instant jump 1. Probably expecting a jump from Darth Armor, but he's not going to bite. Down 2. The range of the down 2. Joker's buttons are so good.
Oh, he spends a bar on the meter burn forward 3, and that's going to be it. He's going to clash, but Darth Armor's going to be able to tie this. He wants to stop him getting any health back.
There we go. That's going to be 3-3. Happy Pal in a bad situation now. He's made some crazy comebacks before, but he hasn't got any trait.
He's just building bar with these running man cancels.
Oh, the sweep. That's it.
Oh no! He mistimes the meaty!
Oh my god, but Happy Pal doesn't confirm.
Oh, and that's going to do it by itself. A close game one.
It really is unfortunate that Happy Pal, look at Madness in the background. But the fact that he didn't confirm the lightning kicks into meter burn, right? And that was a full combo waiting to happen, dropping the conversion. And I don't know, he must have just slipped his mind, right? One situation, but hopefully that doesn't bite him in the backside later on.
That's going to be the first hit for Darth Armor as well, and a good read. I think Darth Armor is playing around these Running Man stance stuff just really well. Obviously, every Flash player wants to use Running Man to get in, but Darth Armor is just making it quite awkward for him to approach in that way.
There's more pressure. The backdash in that situation is going to be good because he's out of range of the sweep. I think if he does it point blank, I think the sweep might actually chase it down, and Armor catches another conversion. Down 2 anti-air. Here comes Happy Pal. Down 2s do scale a little bit, but getting the damage. The whiff punish, there's the knowledge.
Okay, well, there it is, the trait. Happy Pal actually tends to use trait in the neutral a bit more than others just to be able to get in.
Oh, that was clean.
Oh, that was a good bait on the wake up, and Happy Pal fell for a hook, line, and sinker. And Darth Armor is going to take the first life bar of game 2 as well.
Darth Armor looking crispy. Happy Pal's really having a hard time really engaging, and that thing, using it in the neutral and then not establishing a mix-up off the Speed Force, it really does allow Darth Armor to use his push block just to get rid of the trait.
Max delay wake up into instant jump. Happy Pal is playing with his gut right now.
Wake up down 2, understanding that the NJP a little bit too high up there.
Oh my god, it worked!
That was sick. Darth Armor playing so smart right now. Oh, doesn't get a combo off it. That team did such an answer, and he gets caught by the meter burn. Unclashable. Happy Pal is in big trouble.
I get where he's going to win this clash, but he's going to lose a lot of bar in the process.
He is indeed. He's going to have to spend it. Oh, don't be greedy. He's always greedy with his bar. That would be such a bad time to get greedy with the meter.
When you see the hesitation. Oh, wow. That's going to connect this time. Now, the thing is, Darth Armor is in the lead, but this is the flash, and he does have trait.
And he's in the corner. Goes in for the low. I respect it. 1 bar down, though.
Oh, he tried to interrupt.
Catches the meter burn, back 3. More required. Nice conversion, Speed Force setup. The overhead comes through. Happy Pal now. Did he get a conversion? Doesn't want it. He wants to avoid the clash. And now no choice but to let it happen. But his back's to the wall. This was not a bad situation for Happy Pal.
Okay, Armor's going to get a nice chunk of health back. But no clash on the table for either player anymore. Happy Pal has the damage to make it happen, but he doesn't have a lot of health left. That could have been a big whip punish.
Has to watch out the clean cross-up, and that's the meter burn back 3. Darth Armor now 2 games up. Looking really good. Shout out to that one guy shouting USA in the crowd, no one else joining in. I love the awkwardness.
Oh my god.
USA, USA, never mind.
I mean, if you're the only one in the crowd doing the chant, how many reps do you go for before you throw in the towel?
Maybe 3, maybe 4. I'd say 4 max, no more. No more than that.
Well, surely 4 is a bit excessive.
I don't know, if you think about it. Oh, look at that gear. Tournament mode has been kind to the gear today.
Indeed. Now, the thing is, what does Happy Pal do here? Because he's definitely not... I feel like he's not really playing the matchup. Happy Pal is definitely a very... he's a very kind of instinct player. You know, he plays with what he feels will work and doesn't tend to play the matchup. He doesn't really play with a lot of strategy. He plays mainly with what he just believes will work in the moment. You know, he relies on good execution and crazy characters. Because that's definitely his style, right? It always has been.
Nice block on the overhead, tries to down 1 but doesn't quite work out. The whiff on the jump string, that's going to be unfortunate, so it doesn't full combo, but he gets an air-to-air anyway.
Oh, no way. Oh, he still gets the combo!
That's so insane that he can do that! There's the pressure.
Oh, down 1 challenge. Wonderful uppercut, clean anti-air. Happy Pal tried to go for some corner repositioning, but didn't quite get the right angle.
All right. God, the chip damage and the meter gain is real. Get off me.
Now he's going for the parry again. When does Darth Armor try the parry another time? Oof.
All right, gets a round on the board, but just look at how hard Happy Pal's having to work. But Darth Armor too. This is a flashy matchup.
Oh, there's the read again. Neutral jump the bait. And again, but Darth Armor doesn't fall for it this time. Push block. Straight into the running crowbar.
Oh! Chases down movement. Here comes a Speed Force setup. Oh my god,
tricky stuff.
He drops the combo. Happy Pal, he has been known in tournament to have some quite ropey execution. He's a flashy player, but in tournament it can really affect him, I think.
Okay, does he throw the keg? He throws 1. Oh, crouches underneath, but the down 2 completely misses.
Oh, and he gets through the push block with the forward 3. Happy Pal has a game, but Armor, I mean, Armor can afford to lose a game right now, right? Oh my God, Europe is not letting this crowd get away with it now. Happy Pal has a game. My word.
I actually think the Europeans started it.
Did they?
I think so.
Surely they must have.
I mean,
they must have started.
Have you heard them this weekend?
I mean, it is Mantis in the crowd, to be fair.
Now, I think the biggest change about that game was Happy Pal wasn't really playing catch-up. He was basically in the driver's seat for the majority of it. Oh, nice reset. Doesn't have a bar. Oh, he's going to build one? Not on this.
Oh, shimmy, boys! He's going to go meterless.
Oh, drops the combo again, and it gives Darth Armor a chance.
Patience on the... Yes, oh, he tries to punish the down 2. A bit too slow.
I think he'll take that trade. Oh, he spent the bar, but didn't get the right hit. Oh, and the bar stool.
This is literally the pure definition of a bar brawl. What is going on? They're just throwing things around, punching each other in the face.
He's got himself a Sody pop. Quenched.
Thirst quenched. Oh, yeah, he's going for parry now. But it's going to allow Happy Pal
That's
to
not the parry, that's the trade. He's got 2 stacks of it now.
Oh, it was, of course. My bad. Might be, my dudes. Oh, down 2 at you.
There it is. That's the side switch combo he was going for before.
Goes for the cross-up.
Damn, Happy Pal is just woken up now. Oh my lord, this offense is so much cleaner. Oh, that wake up.
Get off me. Yeah, that string so meaty. Even if they delay wake up, you're going to walk into the rest of it. Armor really trying to jump, and I think the down 2's Happy Pal are wise to it. He might have tried the down 2 there, though. Unfortunately, though, dropping these combos, it's still giving Armor a lot of this room to breathe. Oh, raw jumping, and here comes Darth Armor.
Okay, Armor has another chance. He's on match point now. Massively down on life against the Flash, but oh no, the slow forward 3.
My word, that was insane. 2-2. Yeah, I mean, how can you not smile at that one? How can you not smile at that one? One more game, boys. One more game.
Happy Pal was down 2-0 quite convincingly, but he's managing to bring it back very quickly. Oh, and Darth Armor's got the cool hat again. How about that?
Sweet hat, bro. This is a good set. I'm enjoying this.
No, this is good. This is good. I mean, you don't see too many Joker players, so when you do, it's always quite a treat.
I mean, Darth Armor. What we can't actually forget is he was a commentator last year, of course, and he still commentates. But he had one of the best Batmans in Injustice 1. This guy knows how to play Injustice.
Okay, this is what Darth Armor needs to do. He needs to do as much damage to Happy Pal now as possible. But that trade, oh no, that's not in his favor.
That is so good.
Oh no, he misses the combo.
Yeah,
and he gets hit for it and sent to full screen.
The big deal is that he's dropping the restand. That's what's dangerous.
I like that push block as well, just to get Happy Pal out of the trait as soon as possible. Not dealing with any of the shenanigans.
Running Man goes through the wake up attack. The jump 3 somehow misses. That's so strange.
I think Happy Pal's really going to have to clean it up if he wants to take this game as convincingly as the last 2, because right now, he's doing all right. He's going to take the first life bar and take himself to reverse match point. But if he drops these combos and Darth Armor is given a moment to really get some setups with Joker, it could be a problem.
I mean, Darth Armor gets one clean opening and he's going to even things out. Oh no, goes in for the projectile right as he jumps. The magical jump down 2 connects. And the meterless damage. Running Man, the setup. He gets out and he gets rid of trait. Best case scenario for Darth Armor.
Yeah, the good blocks on the low though. Gets the canister and another 3rd bomb. That poor Interactable is just getting annihilated.
Oh, and he counters it down 2. Too fast.
Yeah, he's him getting the teeth, just trying to make it a bit dangerous. Oh, nice, the down 1 gets him out of the trait.
Tries to go for lightning kicks just in case. Darth Armor not quite able to get the health bar. Wow, what's going on?
What is happening? What is happening? Oh my lord.
Know. What's jumping around?
The floor is lava.
Oh my word. The floor is water. Oh my god, this is one of the most insane series I think we've ever seen. And it's just pool play. This is first thing in the morning, guys. What's going on?
I don't know how man's play this at 10 AM.
Happy Pal just needs... I mean, the worst thing he can do now is try and super, lose it, and then die because he's got no bar. But this is Happy Pal.
Speaking of super, though... Oh, no, he got it! He saved it for the whole time! Happy Pal saves his trump card like he always does.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We just said, look, he's got super. Watch out for the super.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't use the super at any point across 5 games. And the moment the super is going to kill and win the series, that's when we see him unleash it. And that is the kind of player that Happy Pal is. You know, he has such a unique way of playing, but it works for him so well.
I'm going to say, man, shout-outs to Armor for that set, though.
Oh, yeah.
He looked so good. And that Joker is so entertaining to watch. Really showing us that this guy can play as well. He's not just a really good commentator, he is a damn good player.
Hey man, that's the same thing. We saw it with KP before, seeing it with Arma now. These guys, they understand the game, they commentate. It's why they know so much about it. But moving on, we have quite an incredible match potentially coming up.
Oh my god. Yes, I just saw the teleprompter. Teleprompter? Screen. You know, the thing
monitor
that tells us what the match... Yeah, monitor. Why did I say anything else?
I don't know.
What's going on? Well, Tweedy, he's been quite a talking point recently in the scene. I know there is actually quite a famous beef that Tweedy and Tekken Master currently have with each other. There's going to be really a story here of who outplaces who in this tournament. And I think, you know, they're both going to be paying very close attention to each other's matches. But Tweedy and himself, you know, this guy won. Shout out to the, I was going to say the Combat Cup, shouts to that as well, but shout out to War of the Gods. You know, Tweedy was able to actually top War of the Gods, the online tournament series. And it was quite a surprising result, to be honest, because Tweedy, he's never been able to get a big win in Injustice 2, but I think War of the Gods was where that changed. He's been riding a lot of momentum in that. He plays some fantastic characters. He's one of those premier Starfire players who is quite a talk of the town in terms of tier lists in Injustice 2 so far. And I think Tweedy's in a great position to do well in this tournament. But
yeah.
Titanium Tigers, another excellent player.
Yeah, Titanium Tigers is another one of those players that's really kind of made a name for himself in the online scene. And I feel like in Injustice 2, no, I think largely thanks to series, you know, tournament series online, much like, you know, the War of the Gods and stuff like that. These players that get the chance to regularly have access to like a competitive practice, right? Competitive setting to learn how to play the game in. You know, when we see the rise of players like, I suppose you could say Rewind, you know, Deoxys, these amazing players that play online to get the majority of their practice, transferring to offline and hoping to take that success with them. And sometimes we see it not work out, and sometimes we do. And I'm sure, hopefully, for Titanium Tigers, he can manage to do well. But Tweedy is the one that's in his way currently, and Tweedy is riding a lot of momentum.
I'm definitely going to go out and say it, that there's no getting around the fact that I think Combat Cup and War of the Gods really were the leagues that allowed these breakout players like Tweedy, like Rewind, like Deoxys. This was actually how those guys made a name for themselves before they came offline. Tweedy not so much, because Tweedy came a little bit before those guys, but these online leagues, man, they give the young blood opportunities to compete and get ready for these big offline events. And just to remind everyone, right, this is the first premier event for the IPS in 2018. This is the tournament that counts. Tweedy, above all these characters, though, he does play Dr. Fate, to the point where he said he was going to be rocking almost all Dr. Fate today.
Yeah, I was watching Tweedy does live stream himself, just playing you know, standard online gameplay quite regularly. But he's very interactive. He talks to his chat a lot. You know, he has good conversations with people. And he was talking about Combat Breaking. He was like, I'm going to be playing Dr. Fate mainly and Starfire for certain matchups. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him use only Dr. Fate or Starfire in this tournament.
Tweedy is not against playing these hyper-defensive characters. You know, he had really, by the end of the game's lifespan, he had the premier possessed Kenshi in Mortal Kombat X, another very defensive game character, arguably the most defensive character in that game. So it's no wonder that he's really taken that meta and he's established it to Injustice 2 characters.
Big jump in for Titanium Tigers, though. That's going to be a full corner B&B. Albeit he drops the combo and gives Tweedy a chance to get up, puts himself in the corner and gives Tweedy all this space to work with.
Yeah, Dr. Fate's not going to want corner pressure, but if his back is away from the wall, he's going to use the entire screen to run away and play that defensive game that he does better than most characters in this game.
Okay, but that's going to be a couple of push blocks from Tweedy into a Swift. Was that a back two or a down two? Regardless, it's going to do the job.
I believe that was a back two. I think so. Well, there, that thing right there.
I love his use of that normal, though, because he's just trying to occupy that space. Outrageous that Titanium is likely to go for Black Adam's forward one, that advancing high punch.
And Tweedy waiting a sec, just in case the finger laser right there knocked him into the orb. Oh, just the amount of screen dominance that Dr. Fate has. He really is one of the best defensive characters.
Yep, it's zoning through and through. It's keeping your opponent in a certain part of the screen. You're trying to frustrate them on their way in, trying to really make them irritated. And Dr. Fate is really good at that. But it does take a lot of discipline to be able to do that yourself. Oh, wow, instant jump in one. This is the kind of stuff you need to do with Dr. Fate. You need to be able to play around the orb. How does my opponent get around this? Do they jump a lot? Do they try and wait it out? You really have to adapt on the fly to how your opponent's going to deal with that problem.
But this game is entirely Tweedy. A little bit more Chip's going to do it. I mean, this is Dr. Fate, right? Chip is his forte. Oh, an execution error from Titanium as well. He does play multiple characters, though. So I wonder if he's going to stick with Black Adam or whether he's going to eventually change. Because that Black Adam didn't look very comfortable. I don't think it was really his character as such. And yeah, that's why we've gone for a restart match. It looks more like, I think Tweedy is a lot more warmed up than Titanium is right now. That's what it looks like to me.
Okay, but a bit more of a stable start here. Oh, there we go. The first hit does go towards Tweedy.
Have a look. Oh, and That damage, I believe, was actually reduced as well, and it still hurts tons. Just really trying to establish that control.
Oh, Celeb with recovery in time as well to block the orb. This is a good turnaround for Titanium Tigers. Oh, but the instant jump in one again, Tweedy knows!
And when you punish the air escape, they've tried to spend the bar to get out, and you still chase it down. That's like best case scenario if you're on the offense. Right, we're going to see a conversion right here. He's going to go for the launch as well, but drops the forward one. That's unfortunate. Tweedy with more room to breathe. And he gets a clean jump in, but delays the string a little bit too much. It's going to be blocked instead of hit. That sucks. Tweedy is going to get round number 1.
I really like the use of push block from Tweedy though, because wherever he finds himself with Black Adam in an awkward situation, you know, if Black Adam gets plus frames or if he gets a good jump in, Tweedy is just, he's not against just spending a bar, push blocking away and building that space again, because this is Dr. Fate. Look at how fast he builds the meter.
And the down 1 catching those juggles as well. If someone tries to jump, Tweedy is ready. He's ready to catch those conversions. If you're going to be Dr. Fate, end every hit in not a max damage combo, but just set them full screen. Get the damage when you can take it. Go back to the side of the screen that does you best. Oh, kills himself a little bit with the trait, but I respect going in. Why not? If he caught him pressing buttons, then he'd just be in a better situation, so just go for it.
Okay, but the trait has now stopped. Dive kicks clean over the orb. Tweedy managing to sit behind it.
Oh my god, that's going to hurt, and there's the clash. No wonder he had to use it. Red orb is one of the most dangerous tools in this entire game.
Gabe is going to get some health back, not a huge surprise, but again, he just has to get past that wall. Now Tweedy back to the wall again. Titanium has to really keep Tweedy here. Puts himself in the corner again, but no, throws him straight back in.
Okay. Oh, no, blocking his head. Overhead comes through. You rarely see that Black Adam overhead work anymore, actually.
Oh. Ouch. I wonder if that was an anti-air attempt.
Oh, the chip damage is so real. And now he's just got the insurance policy. You can't dive kick anymore. They did nerf the orb, so it's active for a lot less time. But as you can see, it's still enough to establish presence. And the forward 2 into push. Tweedy now up 2 games. Here we go. Yeah, getting a little bit of coaching from, I believe that was a Mystery Bot, right?
I believe so.
Dude, his Brainiac yesterday looked so crispy.
Dr. Fate.
He's taking his time. Obviously, this is pool play. These are 2 strong players, but you definitely want to take your time if you can. And does he stick with Black Adam, or does he change away?
That's why he's thinking about it. He's given it a good old think. We know Titanium plays multiple characters, but look, there's like a nervousness to him, you know? He's got the shakes going. I think that's obviously him.
I don't think he has nerves.
No, I think that might be him also just trying to stay, you know, it's almost like adrenaline pump. Do you feel it's hard, it's impossible to word how it feels to be on the stage like that in this kind of situation until you've been there, you know, until you've been sitting there yourself. You can see the monitor, you can hear the gameplay louder than you've ever heard it. He's not wearing the headphones either, which might actually have a big deal here because you can hear everything in the crowd. And he's made the change to Superman, but Tweedy himself plays Superman. This is a matchup he's going to be prepared for.
Yes, indeed, he's going to get the first hit again. I believe he's got it all 3 times. Oh, nice combo from Tweedy. Clean damage, 380.
Just in case anyone's wondering, the second you go into trait, those anks that you can drop, if you're traded, they don't stay like that. They actually act as projectiles by themselves. They do allow for some unique combos that you only get when you've got the trait ready.
Yeah, Titanium a little bit slow on those whiff punishes.
Actually tried to punish the push with back 2, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Or at least take the negative frames at the very least. And there we go, more plus frames.
We're already seeing the big adaptation from Tweedy though. Against Black Adam, we weren't really seeing him going for the you know, the ank drops at all. But it's against Superman, he knows he has a lot more space to do so. He doesn't have to worry about dive kicks and such. And that's going to take him to a clean match point. Tweedy looking really clean.
I mean, Tweedy, for those that don't know, Tweedy has some of the highest amount of online games played of anyone that plays Injustice 2. Like, this guy has been on the grind for IPS. Catches another back 2. Even if his hand doesn't connect, it's the magical blast you've got to pay attention to. Yeah, waits for the meter burn. Now he's going to get plus frames once again. Pressing buttons, and the conversion. If you meter burn the push in trait, it launches.
Yeah, I think this might be all she wrote. Tweedy is just 1 step ahead all the time, and Titanium is constantly trying to get in and play catch-up, but it's just too down on life. Tweedy is just playing this too solid.
This is looking all good for Tweedy right now. Realistically, I just don't see what it can take for him to win this game for Titanium. It's just looking so rough. Can't get anything going. I feel like Tweedy, he has complete control. As is the way of Dr. Fate. You know, Dr. Fate is in full control of how you want to try and close in space. And Superman, if you're too, I think, obvious with your air dashes or your jumps, Dr. Fate's instant jump normals are so good. They just catch you out. And there we go. Tweedy now, the orbs. Chip damage is all he needs. What do you do if you're Titanium here? Like, this is a bleak situation. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's great. The single ank drop is going to do enough damage to take it down. You know, Tweedy's going to be happy with that. Solid play from start to finish. I mean, there really wasn't... It seemed to get progressively harder and harder for Tigers to figure out how to get in, because the lower health you have, the more prone you are to, I suppose, being hasty. You know, when you have less health and you realize, okay, this is slipping away, especially when you're down 2 games like that, then he's already a stressful character to fight, even when you're even on life. So God forbid if you're down like near enough 150% life. I mean, that is a mountain to climb and a half.
Right, well, Tweedy's going to be happy with that one. He's been moving on in this winner's bracket. We're going to go for a quick break, and I mean a quick break, while we set up Biohazard versus Nivek. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Here's an invitation to the whole wide world. From your brother to your sister to your best friend's girl. Don't bring that bad day with ya. Leave it at the door. If you got money in your pocket, it don't mean nothing if you ain't where it is. If you ain't where it is.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going into our next game in this pool play stage, but this one is going to be a winners qualifier. Whoever wins this series is going to be moving out of this pool in winners in a great position. Obviously, this being the first IPS tournament, you want to make sure you're getting as much points as possible. And if you get through tournament in winners, and even later on down the line, top 8 winners, you're in that safety net of more points than everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. But speaking of points, these are 2 players that did pretty well for themselves in the Pro Series last year. Nivek, I believe, was just outside of top 16. I believe he was like 17th, 18th or something
Yeah,
crazy like
Nivek
that.
was this close from making IPS last year.
He was very close to making the IPS finals, and Biohazard obviously made it quite convincingly. But here we are. This is the first IPS event of the year. You know the points are going to count more than ever now, because you want to get as much point as you can early, because you don't want to get to the end of the season, and then when the points start getting tied up and you see how close you were to missing out, you don't want a better placement at an early tournament, basically being the difference. But it's going to be Bane versus Starfire, as Nivek has used to be known for that Supergirl, which I'm pretty sure he still plays to a degree, but I'm pretty sure he's made the full-time switch to Starfire.
He just goes with the character I think he is the most effective for how he wants to approach the game. You know, Supergirl was his favorite character back in the day, and then when Starfire, she was released and she became realized and the changes to Supergirl applied, I think he just prefers playing Starfire these days, basically. I think
Definitely seems to be that way. As I mean, she is a very powerful character. She's definitely in the public eye right now in the community, and it's for good reason. You know, she has a lot of, I suppose, obnoxious keep away style for sure, but she has a lot of chip damage. Obviously, she has a lot of safety in certain things. But that being said, you know, Biohazard himself plays Starfire, so you know he's going to know a thing or two about how to put a stop to what she wants to do. At least you'd hope so.
I'm interested to see how this matchup goes. I do think that Biohazard, I think, is going to have the edge here because of just, above all else, constant tournament experience. You know, because he, obviously the Northern Arena, Biohazard did really well. He's got his Canadian boys with him, that's for sure. They want him to win.
Nivek does do a lot of tournaments in Greece, relatively consistently. He plays all sorts of fighting games. Like Nivek plays a lot of different fighting games at a high level, and Injustice and NetherRealm is definitely like his home turf.
Okay, so here we go. This is the winners qualifier match of this pool. It's going to be Biohazard, and it's going to be Nivek. Winner of this is going to be in a great situation. Tries to down one, but here comes the immediate grabs. Oh, the whip, but still safe.
This could be a full hit. Oh, tries to turn into trade, didn't quite work. Raw back 3 is going to connect.
Oh, he's dropping these combos. Can't be dropping them, leaving damage on the table. Oh, they're back to the Stardust. And the crouch just to get out of it.
There's a whiff, but again, Biohazard keeping himself safe. Nice. Uses the armor to get the knockdown, but Nivek delaying his wake up. Oh, wow.
Biohazard getting just caught by that weight. We're down back 3. Repositioning. Oh my god, the raging charge.
The damage was so high, and just like that, Biohazard has completely seized control of the game.
It goes to show.
One hit and straight into another.
It just goes to show the comeback factor Bane has. You sitting on a life lead against Bane doesn't really matter because he touches you once and he's got Venom, it hurts. And there's the knowledge, the interruption. He knows that's not a thing, but Nivek, he's going to take it anyway. If he armors, who cares? Oh, clip by the overhead, and now it's a situation. Tick grab coming through, Bane. Biohazard just the knowledge on when to go for these setups. The patience, wow. Uh-oh.
Okay, there we go. There's the wake up.
Yep, uses the projectile immunity of the raging charge with punish. Look at the damage, and now he's on
That
debuff.
was actually quite a heavy with punish as well, and now the debuff means he's not really at all going to be able to get in and close the space. It's going to be a lot more difficult for him. And look at all the bar that Nivek's built in the process.
Oh, the beat your burn roll. That's going to be enough.
Wow.
There we go.
That was such a good read from Biohazard. Just like that, from full screen to a point-blank powerbomb in less than a few seconds.
Goes to show The damage output of this character is so real. You were worried about Bio for a little bit because obviously debuff against Starfire when she's got loads of bar is a bad situation because you're going to be taking so much chip, so much damage that you don't want to deal with. And there's the gap interruption. Bane's armor, he doesn't care. Here we go.
Oh my lord, 600 damage into setup and another life bar completely melted. Biohazard not content on doing a combo unless it does less than like 60% life.
Down
Insane.
Oh. And he's trying to not go for the meter burn just in case, but it still doesn't matter. He gets a meter burn back 3, but so much, oh my god, the combo drop. That's worst case for Nivek. It's not looking good for our boy from Greece. Oh my god, the armor, no fear.
He's on level 1, 2, he has 2 stocks left, and each time he goes up it's going to be worse, but this clash is going to help stop that somewhat, but this is a gargantuan amount of life difference right now separating these players.
Definitely. I mean, you've got to look at the bar. He's got meter burn roll if he wants. He's going to have Venom back soon, so he's going to get the armor. Uses one of them, armor break with the trait, but he spent a lot of his trait to make that happen. Uh-oh. That's it. Dead. Almost one hit. Oh, he tries to wake up, but it doesn't work. Now, I feel like this is when Nivek's going to go to Supergirl. This matchup has not been working out.
Now, does he go back to Supergirl, or is her start? I mean, the question is, how much has he been playing her?
I don't know.
Because whenever I've seen Nivek play over the last couple of months, it's basically always been Starfire. So I do wonder if he's even playing Supergirl anymore.
We're definitely seeing the knowledge. You know, we're seeing the knowledge come out of Biohazard, and that is because he plays the character himself. So, whenever she has games,
that entire game was played from the corner though. Like Nivek was literally back to the wall from start to finish. There was like nothing he could do, and that's the worst place to be in this matchup, specifically against these two players as well. Biohazard thrives on that corner pressure.
But any single one of those grabs, it's a complete mix-up of what he's going to do next. But he's put the fear in Nivek. Nivek doesn't want to go for meter burn now because he doesn't want to just get punished and lose bar. It's just not working out. Down 1 to catch the plus frames, but yep, expecting an interrupt, and he tries.
Yeah, he makes the interrupt this time. I mean, even if it doesn't get a huge amount of damage, it's at least going to show Bio that Nivek's paying attention to it. But meter burn roll again.
Oh! It doesn't go for the close Stardust. That's the thing. Down 1 into uppercut. Biohazard on match point here.
Yeah, this is looking really strong. Biohazard definitely came to play. Oh, another elbow. And again, he's building on 3 levels of Venom he has access to, so that's a lot of Venom over a long time.
Push blocks to try and, oh my god, it's so hard to get Biohazard off of you. And the immunity of projectiles. Level 3 Venom says hello.
Oh, no punish. I think Nivek might be checked out at this point.
I think so. I just don't think it's possible for him to make this comeback. Just Biohazard just looks like he's one step ahead here.
Okay, he's going to meet Ben Rolls. He's going to try and get in normally. Let's be honest, that was a bit of a next level read, dash into air grab. I think it was on an assumption that Nivek was going to jump back after seeing Bane run straight at him.
There's some noise here. Guys are trying to give Nivek some support, but it just, I don't know, this is so difficult. I mean, it could happen technically, but no, the armor goes through, and there we have it. Biohazard with the 3-0 against Nivek. Nivek in loser's bracket now, but Bio can rest easy temporarily. He's now out of his pools and winners. He can take a break and start studying for his next matches.
Okay, well, Nivek going to still be in the tournament at the very least, but it's going to be a lot more difficult from that loser side. But Bio playing as solid as ever. I think this isn't really a huge surprise considering how consistent Bio has been. Like you said, right, he's been playing constantly in the elite circuit. In Canada, has been doing well for himself there. Finds himself playing against his brother more often than not, but definitely is used to the competition, especially in this year going into Injustice. But moving on to our next game, we have another winners qualifying match out of pools. We have Coach Steve versus Gross in what should be quite a nice match. I don't think I've seen these guys play in a little while.
I'm actually really excited to see this. I'm assuming it's going to be Green Lantern versus Atrocitus. He has been putting in so much time. Obviously, you know, Gross uses a combination of both Green Lantern and Black Adam.
That, but he definitely favors Black Adam, and I think he has done so for a while. Like he's known for being like the premier Green Lantern player, but still tends to go with Black Adam. Because to be honest, Black Adam is just a better character. And in this kind of situation, you have to take your favorite character, and then you have to look at your best character. And you have to think, like, you know, what is the one worth using? And even though he has a phenomenal Green Lantern, arguably the best, it is the Black Adam that he has a lot of success with, you know, and he says that himself. You know, he prefers Black Adam for a number of matchups, and he'll use Green Lantern for certain picks, you know, certain characters. But whereas Coach Steve, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Atrocitus through and through for the most part. I do believe that's kind of the character he's really settled back on. He's dabbled in a few characters in the game. Obviously, Gorilla Grodd was his first character, I believe, in the game. But Atrocitus is really where he seems to be the most comfortable.
Now, I feel like
If we are going to see a character here, it's going to be Black Adam, particularly because of the matchup alone. We know a lot of Black Adam players do speculate that they do feel like Black Adam does quite well versus Trossas. You know, it's not a matchup that he struggles in particularly. So I think, yeah, he's already on there now. And to be honest with you, I'm excited to see how this one goes, because Coach Steve, he's been right in there. He plays so many different fighting games, does Coach Steve. But he's always there in NetherRealm, he's always taken part, and in Injustice 2, he's actually had a pretty impressive record so far. But Gross in particular, I mean, this guy did place within top 4 of the Injustice Pro Series finals last year. Found himself on ESPN. This man was on TV playing Green Lantern. Okay, that button checks all the way, not a huge surprise. I mean, what do you expect to happen here? Because I think Coach Steve has...
I feel like Gross has the edge. I think it's
Yeah.
pure preparation alone. Gross is hungry. He's been playing every single day in the matchups just like this. And I feel like Gross just currently has the better tournament record. But if there's one player you can't count out, it is... You can't count out Coach Steve.
I mean,
this guy is
I feel like-
experience personified.
I feel like on a good day, Coach Steve could beat anyone in the community. But then at the same time, Gross, like I said, right, preparation. I really think that Gross has really found his niche with Injustice 2. Obviously, he's been around for all the games. You know, he's been a successful player basically in all of them in different ways. But Injustice 2 is where he has by far been his most successful. So, you know, considering this is the gravity of this tournament, this is the Pro Series Season 2, as someone that did so well in Season 1, you know he's going to want to keep that consistency. So I'll be very not surprised if he is considerably prepared for this pool.
Thing is, the air escape is going to keep Coach Steve alive. The problem is, you got to look at the screen positioning. He's been able to escape, but he's still not in a good situation. He's been able to reverse the corner positioning now, so if he lands an opening, he's going to be good, but I think he needs to press the advantage here. Does he dedicate to an overhead? No. Goes in for the double overhead. And there we go, goes in for the shield. Unfortunately, still minus enough that a down one will do it, and Gross taking full advantage and taking round number 1.
Yeah, well, Gross has this trait back as well, can use it straight away, but the push block going to nullify all that damage.
Oh, down 1, caught by the forward 3, and yeah, of course we see a clash. Coach Steve needs to get out of this situation.
I do not falter.
Okay, so he's going to win the clash. A huge surprise. With this kind of distance, Gross, I mean, this is, without a clash, that lightning chip damage is considerable. Oh, big whip punish. Good spacing.
I feel like sometimes that overhead, it doesn't necessarily connect because they weren't blocking overhead. It's because they pressed buttons, and that's such a good button at catching like down 1s, catching low pokes. Back 2 is a great button for Black Adam, and a clean jump 2. This should be the game, and fast this win was taken for Gross.
It looked like Coach Steve actually went for an anti-air there at the last minute, but just came a little bit too late. I mean, down 2 anti-airs are good for a lot of the characters. Obviously, Atrocitus has quite a generous hitbox on his, but Black Adam's jump-ins are so odd in terms of anti-airing them traditionally on the ground, especially when there's the threat of the dive kick as well.
It's very slow. There's patient games. The thing is, Gross actually, right before this tournament started, Gross was there for about an hour or so playing casuals against Irish Mantis and his Atrocitus. So right before he started playing in this tournament, this was the matchup he was getting the most experience in. Obviously, Gross had fought against Irish Mantis. I believe he fought against Irish Mantis at the GGA local as well, right? So this is a matchup he's played recently again.
I do believe Irish Mantis and Coach Steve played at GGA, didn't they? I'm pretty sure they did the mirror.
I think so. I'm pretty sure they played the mirror. Shocker, looking good. Staggering the forward one. I agree with it. I like it. Oh, there's that last minute overhead. Trossas, the second he has Dexter available, those overheads become really scary. Oh.
Okay, the spit's going to connect. Taking damage now.
And there's the low lightning, the eternal low lightning, man. So much damage for a good, I believe, still unclashable projectile. I don't remember it being changed.
I mean, it's still a lot, regardless, it's still a lot of damage. Yeah, and that's the thing. It tracks as a good hitbox. There we go, there's a puddle. Haven't really seen Coach Steve opt to go for the puddle a lot. I think he's just worried about Gross being in the air and reacting with the dive kick.
Oh, that looked like a reaction. That jump too looked like a reaction on the, oh, stomp on it. That jump too looked like a reaction on the low lightning. He jumped the second he saw it. So knowing Coach Steve, who also has got impeccable reactions, I've been inclined to think that was it. Oh, waiting for the jump, down 2, Black Adam. Looks like a stubby down 2, but it's fast and effective.
And he keeps himself so low to the ground as well. That's the thing. He's actually so low to the ground that when he goes for the anti-air, it's actually really hard to hit him straight up.
All right, we're going to get knocked down, getting a little bit of life back, but Gross just content being patient, taking the minus frames, and an instant dive kick. Here comes the damage. He hasn't got trait, but at the end of this combo, he's now going to be going into trait by the end of the setup.
That's a wonderful confirm, catching him as well. What's the setup?
He's going to get guaranteed situation here.
Oh, wonderful whiff punish on the dive kick. Gross has really been holding on to those dive kicks for the most of the set, but now definitely just starting to really bring them out. You always see players, when they have that clash ready, they're way more prone to doing that kind of stuff because they can afford to.
I'm not sure we're going to see Coach Steve change away from Atrocitus, but I do think he wants the time. Because you can say he's concerned about this, right? Or you just look at his body language. He's clearly thinking about this. He's paying close attention to what went wrong, and he's not going to be hasty. And I really feel like that's the best thing to do in tournament. If you feel like you're a little bit lost, just take some time to think about it.
Okay, but he's going to be running it back because he was literally just looking for some time to think. Can't imagine it was the stage either. I don't think it was really a big problem. Stage didn't seem too impactful there.
Right.
It's like, you know, going for dive kick reactions on interactables works on most of the stages in the game. Oh, no, that's going to be a clean punish.
I'm not sure. Coach Steve going for some really almost like out in the open trait calls. It's very uncharacteristic of him to do that.
But I think one of the biggest problems is not only did he eat a free combo for calling Dexter at an odd time, he actually lost half of the uptime of Dexter before he could even start using it. Oh, wow.
Oh, whiff punish on the interactable. Just Gross is ready for everything and anything. Alligator.
Okay. Well, another clean down too. I mean, to be honest, Gross is just controlling this matchup completely. There doesn't seem to be any time that Gross just isn't completely stopping Coach Steve in his tracks. Anytime Coach Steve tries to do anything, Gross is right there to put an end to it.
And this matchup in particular, you're going to see Gross is going to be going for the down ones, meaty on Coach Steve's wake up, because if he goes for his wake up punch float, the down one actually makes it whiff, then he can just punish it with the down two. Easily.
I mean, it's the matchup knowledge, right? Not a huge surprise at all to see Gross be so ready. He said he was one of the best players in Injustice near the end of IPS Season 1 and has been playing non-stop. So he's definitely prepared for these characters.
I just feel like just the level of control Gross has had in this matchup. It's just comfortable to the next level. Does not fear these options whatsoever. Yep, tries to stagger the forward two.
Also, Gross's defense on that string there, you know, with the overhead and low puddle mix-up, you can definitely react to it, and Gross is doing so every time. He's just not being opened up by anything.
Jumps back. Dive kick's going to be scouted out, but that's one of many small victories Coach Steve is going to need to make this comeback. The grab comes through, but minimal damage. But when did he get a safe chance to summon Dexter? That's the danger. If he summons Dexter now and eats a meter bend dive kick, he's basically dead. That's why, yeah, he's scouting out, gets it again! Hasn't got trait, so he's going to survive. But barely.
Is he? Is he?
Oh my word!
Okay, maybe not.
Optimization, boys. I was inclined to think that he wasn't going to get it because he had no trait, but he had the bar to meter burn the rest. And there we go. Now, Coach Steve, he looks very defeated about a loss. I know a 3-0 is always quite hard to swallow, but this was winner's bracket. You know, Coach Steve, he has to really shake this one off because he's still in the tournament, and he has to make sure that he's not going to be flustered going into his next matches.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, Coach Steve has been around for so long, you know, playing in tournaments for so many years and so many different games. But you know, he always still takes the losses to heart, you know, because that's the kind of player he is. He's super emotional about his gameplay. Like, you know, you take the extreme highs with the winning, with the extreme lows of the losing. You know, it's the kind of double-edged sword of being a player like that. But you know, to his credit, you know, he's a successful player in his own right. Obviously, he's been with PG for a while and is looking really strong still in this game generally. So even though he just lost to Gross, still in the tournament, still on loser side, and I'm still be very surprised if he doesn't make it out on loser side.
Oh yeah, I think with absolute certainty. So we have another winners qualifier coming up. This one's going to be a juicy one. Echo Fox Scar versus Happy Pal.
Okay, so I'm actually very interested to see how this one goes. I feel like we say that all the time.
Because it's
IPS,
we are.
mate. Like, it's repeated wording for sure, but it's true. Like, this is going to be a really sick matchup because we don't get to see Europeans travel to America too often, and least of all in the quantity in which they are here this weekend. So generally speaking, we know that Scar is Brainiac, Red Hood, even Supergirl back in the day. I'm not really sure who he's settling on nowadays. It does seem like most of the time when I watch him play, he's a different character, but I think it's generally a lot of Red Hood nowadays, and Red Hood is, you know, relatively underrepresented nowadays, so it's a good character to have you know, in your arsenal for sure. And Happy Pal most likely going to be bringing in that Flash. He was talking a little bit beforehand about dancing with the idea about using Grodd, but I just don't think he's going to really be doing that. I think he was playing a bit of Grodd just for fun and realized that, oh, I think this character is really good. But generally speaking, his Flash has more experience in tournament, more experience overall. He's been playing Flash for years, ever since Justice 1. And I would be surprised to see him go away from that now.
And it takes him a while. I think it took him a while to find his footing with Flash. He was using Black Adam first. I think
Black Adam just isn't a Happy Pal character.
it wasn't,
just
and I
is
think
not
that's there's
spiky
a
enough.
reason even back then, like when the setups weren't even optimized, the Happy Pal's results came from Flash instead. Because, I mean, the word is there, Flash. This guy's a flashy player. You know, he likes the style, he likes the swag, because that really is where he takes the most enjoyment out of his games. That's where he, you know, that's where he really relishes in fighting games. It's execution. That's why he played Nimble Reptile. It's why he played Ancestral Kung Jin. It's why he plays the Flash in both Injustice 1 and Injustice 2. Like, these kind of characters, he'll gravitate towards them.
Now, who do you think we're going to be seeing from Scar? Like, generally speaking, like if you were Scar right now, and you have access to, you know, his team of characters, who would you take against the Flash?
That's a very good question. Red Hood wouldn't be a bad call, because I think he's a very defensive character. And he has got decent projectiles.
But even back last year, like Red Hood, you know, pre-nerf, still seemed to have certain issues against the Flash.
So if you can remember them off the top of your head, what changes was Red Hood given? Just for anyone that might be watching.
Generally speaking, his lunge lost some chip damage. I think that really was one of the bigger ones. So obviously the lunge was so...
The lethal lunge.
You know, the meter burn forward lunge, the lethal lunge was so powerful, right? It was the ultimate neutral tool that did so much damage. It was like Trident rush levels of chip almost. It was so fast and goes so far that it really was a big thing. But generally speaking, it looks like he's going to go into Brainiac instead.
Yeah. Now, Brainiac, I think this is a good call as well, because on the ground, you know, Brainiac does have the range to sort of like contest and establish some of that dominance. But aside from Flash's down 2, which doesn't always work, because, you know, of just how in the air Brainiac is, there are going to be some really funny angles where Happy Pal's likely to try and down 2, it's going to whiff, and he's going to eat a jump in for it. Scar is one of the first players that was using Brainiac during last year. Here we go. This is going to be our winners qualifier match for this pool. G5, Echo Fox Scar. And it's going to be Happy Pal from France. North America versus Europe for another time. That's one thing Happy Pal doesn't really do. He doesn't really hit confirm those lightning kicks into meter burn too often. Yeah, catches the whiff. And a little bit of ropiness. I think there's so much damage that he's left on the table right there. A little bit of a waste of his resources, I think.
Yeah, I definitely think Happy Pal's going to have to really clean up that execution. I know obviously early into this set, but there might not be many games he's making mistakes like that. Scar's going to get a hit. I just don't think he was expecting Happy Pal to get hit by that dive kick.
Now, if there's one time to be rusty, I think it's going to be at the very beginning, but I think Scar isn't going to have such problems. Goes for the wake up, expertly scouted out, jump back 1 to answer, and he actually still has the drone. Just remember, you know, a while ago...
Wow.
Oh my god. A while ago, the patch was given to Brainiac where he can now, from last combo breaker to now, if he's holding trait, whether he's getting hit or on block, he can still hold the drone and summon it anyway. It doesn't disappear until it's been called.
Okay, I like the stagger into the throw. Scar has really slowed this match down. Oh, the bait on the back 3 and the whiff punish for the dive kick.
I think he might almost actually try to avoid the clash there, or he tried to forward 3, either or. Wow.
That's going to be a full combo. Doesn't drop it, set up. Oh, the tricky stuff. Where does it hit? Who knows?
I mean, that's like an Injustice 1 mix-up too. I mean, like the original Flash mix-ups were the forward 3s. I actually had the read, but let go of it way too early and ate the interactable anyway, and this is Scar's favor by far. Gets throw tech, but it's not enough. Instant dive kick. Happy Pal is going to get tagged by that one.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't going to worry about that. He had the... I mean, Brainiac players with the Clash are scary, because they have the get out of jail free card, right? And especially when they have that much more health than you do. Like, Scar had basically an entire life bar on Happy Pal, because he was just getting... I mean, the character does a lot of damage as it is, but I think Scar, his whiff punish game was on point. He was baiting wake-ups, he was baiting back 3s, and he was always ready to whiff punish with a dive kick. And that's something you just cannot afford to not do, especially in a matchup like this.
The Flash. Brainiac.
Yeah, he's going for a change. I think he actually wants to switch, either give himself a little bit of time or go for a different change, but in this case, it's actually going to be the back cave.
I mean, I wonder what parts of the stage he was trying to get rid of. Do you reckon it was mainly the statues?
Maybe.
Because the statues combined with the full-screen drones and whatnot could be quite a problem.
First hit. Again, taking first hits. There are some characters that taking the first hit away from them is really important, and Brainiac is one of those. Not letting him meter burn dive kick the second the round begins is a big deal, but my god, the impenetrable wall of drone and jump 1.
Oh my
wow.
god. Max range forward 3, clipping him on the way back.
Happy Pal does not look comfortable in this matchup, it has to be said. Oh, instant jump 1! My god!
Did that combo?
I don't know, I think so. I thought only
mad.
Batman could do that. What? No, fear, just going in for the wake up anyway. Scar, not afraid.
Oh, manages to clean over, dive kick connects, blocks forward 3, ooh, tries to reversal through. Wow, Scar is just super on point right now.
feel like he's just dominating the neutral. And if you can dominate the neutral versus Flash, I'm not going to say he struggles, but he's not comfortable. Meteor burns it anyway. Happy Pal looks really, he's struggling. He's struggling in this matchup, absolutely.
I'm just not really sure because Happy Powers, he's activating his trait just because he's trying to use it in the neutral to get in, but he's not ready for his opponent to press buttons in that neutral. It's like if you're going to use the trait in that way, you have to be ready to whiff punish, because if your opponent is going to press buttons to try and anticipate you coming in, if you see those buttons, you have to be quick and hit them for it. Otherwise, you're basically just throwing your trait away and giving them damage on you.
He's going to get some pressure here, but Scar's going to be content sitting there blocking. Has so much life to work with. Yeah, the dive kick. Regular dive kick. Really safe if you space it correctly. And it's unreactable overhead. That's the mix-up between down one or instant dive kick. It is a mix-up at the end of the day for those uninformed.
Okay, so Happy Power, he does have trait stocks, he does have a bar, so we can even this life out if he gets to the right hit. So even it out, get close to. Or another missed punish. Happy Power can't afford to not be punishing those meteor burn dive kicks. Yeah, misses it again.
Tries again. Right, there's the overhead. Unreactable mix-ups. Here we go. Happy Pal. This is his lifeline. We have to watch out for the wake-up attack.
The delay. Scar showing discipline. Finds the down one. And there's the dive kick. That's going to be another clean hit. And Scar going up 2-0 now. Happy Pal doing a little bit better that time, but still finds himself down on life for the most part. He's always seeming to be on the back foot. And that's really a situation that he seems to struggle.
Now, I wonder what we're going to see here.
Brainiac.
I'm wondering if he's going to bet
considering it.
I'm not sure, because we actually saw him. We saw him play in GGA, and he played that matchup, Grodd versus Brainiac, and he did not look comfortable. It actually was the switch to Flash that made him win that set, a Ghost Battle series. So I do think it would have been a mistake. Oh, they're down
That
two.
is not a visually appealing Brainiac that I've ever seen. It's like, what's going on with that color palette?
Ooh, meaty. That's going to be knowledge. And the interruption. Speaking of which, an interruption of his own.
Okay, now for the first time, he finds himself, and he stuffs the wake up. For the first time, Happy Pal finds himself with a sizable life lead.
All right,
now see how this changes the game.
Now he has the knowledge of when to stuff. That's actually a full combo punish. I'm surprised we didn't see, I believe, a back forward too, I think that move is.
Yeah, the dash punch. That quick reversal.
Sonic Pound. Not punished. Yeah, the increased range on that down forward one. Such a good button for Brainiac. Air escape to keep him alive. There are actually a couple of
that was a really nice combo from Scar. Let's do a massive amount of damage actually for what it was. 380 meterless, just like that. And Scar is fighting back.
Yeah, whipping the jump too, just in case he matches it, but there's the interaction. Increased damage. Set up. Oh, cross up forward three. The Injustice 1 stuff. There's this Scar can still pull this one back, but if Happy Pal wants to win this, he can't get clipped by things like that. Match point for Scar.
Happy Pal does have almost 3 bars of meter, so he's approaching super territory if he can get a little bit more.
Tries to go for the trade, doesn't work. Pressure. Takes the plus frames, nope. Maybe expects some sort of challenge.
I think Happy Pal had a massive lead, but Scar can still do it. Oh, missed the punish again.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know about that.
What? What? Just, what? Please don't lose this game now, Happy. Don't lose this game. Oh, don't lose. Don't lose. Don't lose. Don't do. No, not like this. Not like this. Not like this.
It would be, unfortunately, a very Happy Pal way of losing the game. But he's still in this. He has a lot of health. And props to Scar if he makes it happen, because he has no health. Oh, he missed. Oh my God.
Oh no. I'm so worried.
I'm worried for him, but Scar deserves it. Oh, he whips it, and there we go. I love the approach from Scar. I love the attempt to hit the dive kick, because Happy Pal consistently been walking into buttons when he activates the Speed Force like that.
That was such a Happy Pal way to potentially lose the round.
It was, but fortunately for him, it didn't happen. But Scar still up on games. Nice interrupt with that down one. Ooh. Oh, he misses the combo again, giving Scar that chance to get out.
Now he drops the combo, but he did get good damage. What he loses there is setup. And unfortunately, the screen positioning, which is going to put Scar in a position to get the background bounce for big damage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go.
Evened out. 2 hits, just like that.
Let's see if he can recover from this, because Scar's looking so good.
Okay, the push block again, trying to build that space. I know he has to watch out. What's Scar going to do here? He attempts the dive kick, doesn't meet it this time. Yeah, Scar manages to avoid it the whole time into the interactable, and that takes Scar onto match point already, but Happy Pal very close to evening this one out.
Well, because he used the clash near the end of the round, at the very least, he did build half of his trait through the round being over alone, and by the time this round is over, he's now going to have the Speed Force locked and loaded. Beverages.
Interrupted the meat burn dive kick. Oh, catches him this time, but drops the combo. Happy Pal throwing another lifeline.
Yep, and Scar, he's not going for the wake-up charge anymore. He knows that's just going to be a free combo now that Happy Pal's got the knowledge. There's the background bounce for more damage. Standing 3 into knockdown, splat into drone. This is still anyone's game. Knockdown on the running man stance.
Oh, wow, the full screen wake-up though from Scar. Almost gets a combo from that drone. That would have been very cool. On the punish, he gets it this time.
No clash. Brave
He
stuff.
can't. Happy Pal has more bar. Oh, he smashed the bar. Unclashable. No, doesn't have time. Goes for setup instead. Now Scar, unfortunately, couldn't really clash at any point. Wow. And there's the interactable. That's going to even things out for Happy Pal. Unfortunately, Scar, even though he was eating all that damage from the combo in the corner, Happy Pal had more bar. If he decided to clash, Happy Pal could not only take all of his resources, but still do more damage.
Oh my god, the whiff. That sucks. I love the dive kick. Good down one there, taking the plus frames from Scar. Now, he's in control.
Oh, misses the drone. But a wake up from Happy Pal. No fear.
What is this?
Setup!
Oh,
He
Happy
gets
Pal!
those setups!
Happy Pal and his patented setups.
No wake up! Oh my lord, no fuzzy either. Scar is getting overwhelmed, and Happy Pal is going to be on reverse match point after being down 2 games. He did this versus Darth Armor. Can he do it versus Scar?
Do not count out Scar, though. This is one of the most clutch players in the entire community. He's sponsored by Echo Fox for a damn good reason. And now he has Happy Pal in the corner.
Yeah, but he's got this pressure clean, but the wake up goes through. And Scar is on the receiving end. Burns 2 bars to the air escape. Smart stuff. Saves himself from the damage, but gets hit anyway.
Here comes the mid. Yep, the pressure. Wonderful push block. Vital.
Yeah. And the conversion. Perfect. Perfect play from Scar. Push blocking the trait and being ready for the anticipation. And now he himself is on match point also.
I am concerned about the amount of bar that Scar has spent, though. He hasn't even got 1 bar yet. Tries to punish the down 2, but only gets a down 1. I mean, better than nothing, I guess.
Oh, that clean anti-air. And again, he can't afford to clash. Happy Pal going for setup. Oh, he gets hit. In the corner. This could be death if he gets opened up here. Oh, the delay.
Instant jump 1. That's the answer. Drops the combo, though. Oh, my word, grab. Scar still in this, but he can't clash anymore.
Oh, he tries to space it. A little bit late on the punish, but still gets a dive kick. There's the dive kick. Misses the punish. Good block on the Sonic Pound. And here it is, the straight. Can Scar play around this? What's he going to do? Is he going in? The dive kick misses. Oh, he hacks him again. But Happy Pal hasn't got trait for a long time.
Hold the grab, takes the minus frames, the wonderful tech from Scar.
The jump 1 connects. Is that going to be good? He gets the knockdown, the clash. He can hurt him now. Okay, Happy Pal is definitely going to do some damage here, and he's going to have bar to save. Does he have a trait? No, the trait is down. Can Scar? He's got a bar. Scar still has a bar. But Happy Pal, he's on 4 bars. Is he going to super? Is he going to super?
I don't want him to
I mean,
super.
don't, surely. Scar's going to bait it.
You're 1 hit away. Just don't throw it away.
Oh, the super connects! It's going to be Happy Pal!
And he takes the win versus Scar in a reverse 3-0, Mustard.
Happy Pal playing out of his mind, and that's what he does. That is what Happy Pal does with his bar. He holds it all the time for that exact kind of end game situation. His favorite win condition in this game is to hit that super, because it's the layer upon layer of utility. It goes full screen, it's super fast, it's armored, and it does hella damage. And you even saw it before, it does a lot of chip damage also. So if you have that ready and your opponent whiffs anything, it's like Injustice 1 Superman super, only a fraction slower. It's exactly the same. You see them whiff anything and you just, there you go, full screen whiff punish. And that's exactly what he got. And that was, the dive kick that it whiff punished was a smart dive kick from Scar. Like, Happy Pal was, when he's full screen, he's very hard to anticipate when he's coming in with the running
Scar
man.
was playing around trait so well as well. I mean, like, Scar is in himself a ridiculously sick player. He's not going to be happy with that result because those first 2 games were dominant wins.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
I feel like the second we saw the knockdown come through Happy Pal, and it was the Meteor, again, I can't remember the annotation, but that string, the go-to string that all the Flash players use in their combos in the corner, use that Meteor on Brainiac, and it clearly would stuff the wake-up charge. The second you stuff the wake-up charge, Brainiac loses his wake-up option. If you lose your wake-up option versus Flash, he gets a plethora of mix-ups, and those mix-ups are what put Happy Pal into the tournament tournament through the bracket, and now he made out of his pool and winners.
That's insane set. We've had some great games already, and this is just pool play. I can't wait to see what it's like a little bit later on when we find out
It's
who
too
gets
early in
down.
the morning for this kind of
I mean,
hype.
you keep saying that, but it's not. It's 11:30. We've gone past the point of it being
Oh yeah, it is.
really early.
It is. It's 11:30. Sorry, guys. Well, it's early for me because I'm jet lagged.
I mean, I guess so. But let's move on to the next game swiftly. We have another winners qualifying match in terms of pool play, and it's going to be Noble Tweedy versus Okies again.
Oh, I'm excited for this one. I just saw the screen, so
I'll say it again. We're seeing Tweedy again. This is the first time we've seen this match today. Okies with that Grod. I assume he's going to be bringing it for sure. And Tweedy most likely going to be Dr. Fate. Now, I'm actually not sure what the Dr. Fate Grod matchup is. I haven't really seen it too often.
it's definitely going to be a battle of, and Okies, I think he's going to understand that better than anyone. Grod, if he's going to win this matchup, it's going to be use your trait and use the projectile immunity, because then you actually shut down almost all of Dr. Fate if he can't use any of his projectiles.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, I know it's a matchup that we know that Tweedy specifically is going to be ready for, because who does Tweedy play all the time, right? Goonie.
Oh man, the eternal Goonie.
Yeah, and I assume they've run this matchup a few times. But obviously, like, Goonie and Okies have very, very different styles of Grod, so I can imagine it's going to be something he's going to have to adapt to in this 3 out of 5 setting. But I mean, Okies is he's just a solid Grod player. You know, there's no other way of saying it. He is just a strong player overall, and has been playing Grod from day one. So I'm curious to see how this is going to go.
Okay, well, I'm assuming they're going to button check first, and they'll probably just restart match. Yeah, they're going to button check first of all. This is an interesting matchup, because Grod, obviously, he has been changed significantly for the better. Where, general, he used to struggle massively against some zoners because you would think the leap is a great tool of getting in. It's not. It's very obvious and easy to shut down at high level. But recently, Grod, his jump speed, his jump is less floaty now, and his walk speed is greatly increased. So his general mobility...
I mean, it's the startup of this walk and back walk that are been sped up.
So basically, like, if he's going to walk around now, he doesn't have to leap to close in space. He can move in other ways. Oh. That looked like some sort of whiff there from Okies. And yeah, he's going in for the projectile immunity because he knows he has to pop it. But he's not having a chance to go for it.
Yeah, Tweedy's doing a good job just stopping him. The finger laser starts up so fast that it's actually really quite consistent. Dr. Fate can just stop. Ooh.
Yeah, we saw a ground pound. Okies actually, that one sequence has almost evened out the life. And now, oh, the Stampede! Here we go, armor for days.
Wow. Oh wow, wake up back 3 connects completely.
Secret sweep, really good range, and there's the back 2. That's going to be one of the most consistent answers for leap, I think.
I mean, in the neutral, it looks like Dr. Fate does have a lot of options to deal with Grod, though. The back 2 to stop the leap, he's got the laser, the projectile to stop him from getting into trait, the orb just to do orb things. Tweedy playing this matchup very well.
Clash used there, not to really save damage, but to get some guaranteed life back now and keep Tweedy in the corner. Oh, that there was actually his opening to go for it. Like right there, it's his opening again. The moments when he should be doing it. I know hindsight's a wonderful thing. Meter burn.
This will probably do enough damage. Oh no, goes for setup.
What? I think I'd have taken the damage personally.
I'm sure he would have been able to kill. But he did a couple of jump 3 loops, surely. It's not meant to be. Okies opted not to do it, and now Tweedy still has that first life bar, and he is chipping down piece by piece.
Yeah, Oki is a little bit afraid to press buttons, trying to leap, and it's not working, walking into those finger lasers. Oh, my word. This should be Tweedy's game. If he plays his cards right and he keeps this up, Okies is going to have a bad time in this first game.
Okay, if he gets his first life bar gone, I think it might be a bit too little, too late. Look at how much damage he's taking. Instant jump one again. Tweedy is just controlling the neutral completely and utterly.
And just little bits of optimization, knowing that the most efficient way to get the last little chip of damage he needed there was the yank drop. Good awareness, and I like it. Okay.
Oki's thinking about what to do here. Oki's been playing Grod for a little while, so you know he is going to be aware of what this matchup is. There's no way he hasn't played against Dr. Fate by now with the amount that he plays. But that being said, it's still quite difficult. Nice trip guard with the down one. Gets full combo, trait setup. Here we go. Vortex time.
Vortex City.
Oh, the backdash!
The knowledge! He must have got that from Goonie. He must have. There's that meter burn back 3 to go through. And now Tweedy's going to be in the driver's seat. Plenty of the screen to work with, and a red Ankh. And the chip is going to be severe.
Oh, wow. There's the meter burn Stampede is safe.
I want to watch out right here.
I see Tweedy just walking back. Yeah, Tweedy has no interest in going anywhere near Okies right now.
Oh my,
wow.
just a raw background bounce. Here comes the leaps. What's the mix? No mix necessary because that hurt good enough.
Yeah, this time, opting not to go for the reset, just wants to take the damage where he can. Okay, now he's immune.
Here
now
we go.
It's party time. Now it's party time, but he can't walk into back 2.
Oh,
he missed
no!
it. He's got up again. Good blocks from Tweedy. He knows. Ooh.
Yeah, secret sweep because he was out of range of back 2. Any damage.
Even after all that, Tweedy immediately ready with the back 2. He's paying attention. Tweedy is just very calm.
Tweedy didn't back 2 when the projectile immunity was there. I'm actually wondering if when Grodd goes into his projectile immunity from trait, is he immune to back 2 as well?
I'm not sure.
Because Tweedy didn't go for it, and normally he would have. I'm wondering if there's a reason for that. Oh! You rarely see that happen.
Yeah, it's the first time, but unfortunately, Okies, I think Okies was expecting to get anti-airs, but he didn't actually follow up with it.
We're punished. Bad forward 2, unfortunately, and that's going to be down 1. Dr. Fatality. Oh,
How
my
fitting.
word.
That is so fitting.
I can't believe we just triggered that Easter egg. Oh, my God. In tournament!
He's actually looking good to take this one. Oh, the healthy generation. Oh, look at how considerable that is. He straight up got like 200 health back. Oh, and it's still going. It's still going. Oh my god.
And he's still, what?
Wow. Wow.
And just like that, he might win this now.
Oh no, out of range of the back 2. Uh-oh.
All right, now Tweedy's in trouble. Forward 3, anticipating a button press. And that's exactly why. You have to watch out. Secret sweep again. Trip guard. The tech. Such a good tech from Tweedy. I mean, Tweedy should be dead, but he's healed up the health. He's been dead now like twice.
But there's the regeneration. That's what it's for. Okay, this is bad for Okies. This is really bad for Okies. But he's going to stampede straight through all of it and tie things up 1-1. That was insane. I think it was all because Okies was able to finally get the projectile immunity. And he's playing around that background bounce so much. I mean, I'm actually quite surprised that we're actually still seeing Tweedy opt to stay on the stage. Because giving Grodd any stage of the background bounce is a big no-no.
Yeah. And as long as Okies is trying to go for this immunity and he doesn't get it in time, he's just taking free damage. There's one thing Okies doesn't do, and that's actually Stampede cancels. Okies, as a Grodd player, he just doesn't go for them.
Oh no, misses that one. But the thing is, this is kind of what happens though when you don't have the Stampede cancels down, right? Or I mean, I'm sure Okies knows how to do them, but like you said, he doesn't opt to go to them regularly. But if you don't, your offense is so limited in comparison to not having them that your offense is really kind of becoming mainly just leap, right? Which is very, clearly in this matchup, Tweedy is not having a problem with the leap whatsoever. It really is the traits that gave Okies the opportunity to get a ton of damage there, combined with a background bounce. And Tweedy has the option to take both of those away if he plays it right. Like there. He knew that Okies was going to favor the projectile immunity, obviously can't block during the animation, and gets opened up for free with a 4-3.
And it's going to cost him his clash too. Got a lot more than he bargained for, trying to go for that immunity right there.
But he kind of has to, because if he doesn't, look at what happens. It feels like there is some kind of risk that a Grodd player needs to take. They need to be able to catch that out. Shouts to Finn Wish in the background.
Finn Wish.
Oh, this could be it. This could be a good start.
We're going to see a conversion here. He needs to get something good on the setup. Yeah, blocks the low. Please, Tweedy, he's going to be ready for those week 1 mix-ups. I don't think they're going to hit him.
Uh-oh, big whiff punish. Oh no, doesn't get the combo though. Fortunate for Okies. Nice down 1. Another opportunity. He's not taking it into trade. He just wants to go for the standard mix-up. Out the block string. Yep. But again, Tweedy definitely has no qualms for just sitting there and blocking the whole thing. That could be enough for the first life bar?
Not quite.
Not just.
Yeah, meaty Stampede. I think that actually might have gone through push as well, even if Tweedy went for it.
Okay, Okies has trait. If he can activate it, it'll be a lot better off, but it's going to be so difficult. Look at the chip damage he's taking. There we go. Now Tweedy has to be careful.
Yeah, he's going for those instant jump normals just now. He's going to wait it out. Oh, now it's gone.
Yeah, and the second it disappeared, Tweedy was throwing projectiles. He was literally just waiting for it to end before he went in. I love the way Tweedy's playing this matchup, but you can tell he knows what he's doing here. When he sees the projectile immunity, he's just playing defense. He's like not even pressing anything. He just wants to sit there and block until it runs out. Because he clearly seems to be very good at blocking Grodd. Which, unfortunately is where the Stampede cancels will definitely help. Because Stampede cancels tend to open up a lot of throws into your offense. And without them, it's quite hard to get that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because the second you start trying to tech grabs, you're almost pressing buttons in that situation.
Oh, that was a big opportunity, but he missed it.
I really would like to see some Stampede cancels from Okies, to be honest. I really would like to see it.
Ouch. That leap beaten into before it even reached the peak of its jump. Oh, wow. Banner down one. Avoids it. And already, Goki's just getting chipped down piece by piece. This really is the way that Dr. Fate needs to play this matchup, though. If Dr. Fate lets Grodd anywhere near him, especially with the trait immunity, you know, he's going to be suffering for it.
Oh, there's the
wow.
cross-up. That is so hard. Even if we all know it's a cross-up, it still seems so hard to block. Ah, and he tried to go in for the mix-up off the low, but I just don't see Tweedy getting hit by that.
No, his blocks are too good. Tweedy is clearly just not phased. He's good to just sit there and block and fuzzy everything.
Match point for Tweedy. In full control of the series, you know, from start to finish. The second Okies can get going is when he has the projectile immunity, but I feel like Okies are now so worried about what else Tweedy is going to do when the immunity happens that he either gets clipped by something else or he does nothing with the immunity. Mix up.
Seth again.
Oh,
Doing
another backdash. The knowledge coming from Tweedy.
He's got the immunity up for a little while longer. And there's the whiff punish. Oh, no, of course that doesn't work. He still has the immunity up. Still gets a bit of damage though.
Definitely not the end of the world. Yeah, he's going to start using those anks for pressure. There's the guaranteed drop into more of those finger lasers.
There's the cross up again. Oh
no,
no!
confirm! Oh, that's a costly drop. That is a costly drop because now he's lost damage and he's been forced to use his clash.
And I actually don't think he has a bar. I think he's on like the cusp. He is so close to having one. But no, Tweedy is going to deal damage, and that did more damage than what he was about to clash. I don't know. I think this might be all over for Okies. Unless he can make some kind of miraculous comeback, but it's going to be tough. He hasn't got any bar, but he does have trait. Tweedy has like good range to stop him.
It's going from bad to worse, isn't it? Oh no, can't even leap over the ank. Oh, and there is the interruption on the down one background bounce. Tweedy is going to be advancing from his pool, and we'll be seeing him later today.
Yeah, well done to Tweedy. You know, he's been putting in the grind, as I said before. Like, he has some of the most played, I think he has like some of the most played games of anyone on Injustice 2 Online.
I think he does, for sure.
So you know that Tweedy is used to it. And also, he plays with Grodd quite frequently. Obviously, he used to play with Goonie quite a lot. So it's definitely a matchup he's going to be familiar with. And especially as Dr. Fate, that is so oppressive in the neutral when you don't have means to deal with it. And it's even then, like, it seemed like Grodd's answer to Dr. Fate was projectile immunity trait, which is temporary. Dr. Fate's answers to Grodd in a more consistent, permanent manner seems to be a lot more reliable.
Now, we have our final match of this Block of Fools coming up. We're going to be seeing Echo
Block of
Fox.
Fools?
Block of Fools, did I say that?
You said Block of Fools.
Block of Pools, that's what I meant. So it's going to be Echo Fox Theo. First time I've actually seen him today.
Yes,
going up against Station.
So first time I've seen Theo today, not at all surprising to see that he's in the winners qualifying stage of his pool. This guy is favourite for top 8, perhaps even to win. We'll have to wait and see. Theo is just an Injustice master through and through, you know, and he can really roll with the punches and change around. I mean, he himself was a Superman specialist through and through earlier on, but nowadays finds himself playing again. We might see another Dr. Fate here, because Theo has been putting a lot of time into Dr. Fate, and he has a very strong Dr. Fate himself. But that being said, we know he plays a few other characters as well, so he definitely has options available. But I'm kind of expecting Dr. Fate. Station, I think we'll be seeing another Flash player, unless he's changed when I last saw him. But Station was making waves early on in the game's life, and good to see him still coming out, still doing well here. I mean, again, he's in Willer's qualifying stage of the pool, so even though we haven't seen him play today, it's safe to say he's been doing well for himself.
And Theo, he was one of the, really sort of the premier Supergirl player by the end of last year, and obviously she received some nerfs, but it hasn't actually deterred Theo from using Supergirl. He still thinks that she works in some matchups, so we'll see whether he's going to go for Dr. Fate and Supergirl together, maybe someone else. But he's going to go with those classic, fundamentally sound characters, because the thing about Theo, which always made Theo one of the most dangerous players in the business, is his mechanical skill in Injustice is almost unmatched. Like, he plays it so methodically.
Yeah, he's a very patient player. Like, think by the book, right? You know, think of what by the book might mean in fighting game terms, right? People that will go with what they know works. They're very calculated. Theo is one of those players. Hyper defensive, hyper keep away if he can. But just because he knows that that is the optimal way of playing in a lot of situations and a lot of matchups, he's always ready for that, especially when he played Superman. His Superman specifically was like that. And Dr. Fate is a bit more of a one-dimensional character, I think it's safe to say. Dr. Fate's a bit more of a dedicated zoning keep-away character, whereas Superman can obviously be a little bit more diverse, at least back then, last year. I think Dr. Fate really fits this kind of player, and Theo especially. So I'm expecting some good things. Station obviously Flash. Dr. Fate versus Flash is extreme rushdown versus extreme keep away. Have to see which one is going to take the win over the next couple of minutes.
This is not a good matchup for Flash. You know, it's that even though Flash is a very dangerous character and he has the highest practical damage in the whole game, he's got the unreactable 50-50s up close, super good get-in tools. Dr. Fate If there's one character in this game that you want to use specifically to beat the Flash, I think Dr. Fate is that character.
I mean, it's just very defensive, right? It's the orb, it's putting the obstacles in between you and the Flash. When the Flash gets in, he's got unseeable 50-50s, insane damage, crazy mix-ups, crazy pressure, crazy cancels with Running Man stance. But if he can't get past an orb, like, what does it mean? How does that help him when he can't actually get near you? But that's what the matchup's going to be, and that is what Station's going to have to get around if Theo is playing this properly, which I have no doubt in my mind he will be. Theo obviously winning GBS the other day as well, so he's coming off a lot of success, a lot of hype, a lot of momentum, because that was quite a stacked local, to be honest, considering all the guys that are, out of town as internationals were all there to play. And Theo was the winner of that tournament.
Now, if you're going to be a Flash specialist, which I believe Station is, because whenever I've seen him play in tournament, it's only ever been the Flash, you are going to be ready for this matchup. This is a matchup you probably, if you're going to specialize in the Flash, there's going to be people that will try and use Dr. Fate against you because they know the matchup is difficult. And now he has him in the corner, and there's the instant meter burn roll. Theo wants no part in being cornered against Flash. Just get out of there.
There we go. He stops the orb, trying to get it in between. But quite an even match, to be honest. Theo is in the lead in terms of like neutral, but he's not that much up on life. Give or take a couple of 100 points.
Just the back twos, just challenging Station to try and close in that space.
I like that. Station's already gone for multiple meter burn rolls to get in, and Theo is already wise to it. Now already just sitting at the range and getting a punish with down one into push. That quick option, just to send him right back where he started, with one less bar to work with. The patience. You see Station, he doesn't want to press anything, he doesn't want to overextend. But the longer it takes him, the longer it's going to be.
Wow. Station understands that he just needs that one hit to win the round. And there we go. He might have found it. Here comes the trait. Big damage.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. Is that enough to take it?
Oh no! If he finished the string, it would have been.
That would have been it, but that's a heartbreaking drop because it's kept Theo in. I mean, at least Theo's still back to the wall, so he doesn't have the space to move. Okay, there we go. But the push block away. Theo having so much bar to work with, he's just going to push block at his heart's content. Wow, yeah, full combo Station, all because of that drop combo. That one drop combo has kept Theo with his first life bar, and Station is now so much worse on life for him.
Now, we're noticing a theme here from Theo. His strategy is to spend 2 bars to escape the corner. He'll push block first and then instantly meter burn roll. That does get him out of the corner safely. If they're not prepared, but no, the speed force right into the orb. And that's going to be gone for the entirety of the rest of the round, unless he can take this round now, which he does. But will he even have time to get trait back?
I mean, it's going to be up soon. He's got 2 bars, but Theo, a couple of projectiles will finish this one off. Oh, good footsies from Station.
Sick.
Perfect range. Just dancing out of range of the forward 2, that charge, that go-to neutral tool for Dr. Fate players, but spacing it perfectly.
Yeah. Oh, but because he used the clash, he's actually going to lose access to flash trait here. Yep, and now he has to be careful. He has to just wait out the storm, but with chip life, he can only do that so much. Ooh! All right, he's going to get the knockdown. Oh, and the push! I was almost expecting to see that overhead go through the push, because sometimes if you space it correctly, you can actually go through the push hitbox. But in that instance, it didn't quite work out. But I respect the attempt.
Absolutely. That was quite a slow game 1. But I guess that's going to happen when you've got someone like Theo, right? We said before, he really isn't afraid to just play hyper defensive, slow the game down. That's exactly what we saw.
Well, that was well played from both, to be fair. Can't count out Station. Even though this matchup has seemed to be quite hard, I think he's playing it really well.
Oh,
wow.
No, he just phased through the Ankh Blast. That's amazing. I've actually never seen that before. Or I haven't seen that in a while, at the very least.
Didn't seem like enough, that's the problem.
Yeah, it was a cool play, but he's still half a screen away, half life down.
Well, trait's going to be running out, so those Angs are just going to be conventional drop projectiles as normal, but he gets opened up in the corner. We're going to see big damage from Station, spending all of his resources to get max damage, and I respect it.
Yep, 600 life has put him in the lead, but Theo desperately trying to get out of the corner, but Station playing calm. Oh no, he jumps himself into the corner. That's the last place you want to be.
Yeah, because now he's given Theo lots of free real estate, and he can combo off this because he's in the corner. Oh my word. And he's just going to try and establish space again. It's actually surprising to see Theo go in with the corner pressure, but he couldn't have challenged it because there was an orb in the way.
But
that was so well played.
He just did like 5 of those charges into Ankh in a row with the chip damage ending up the meter. Look at Theo now. Theo has all that screen behind him, almost a full bar of meter. Can't quite meter burn roll, ready for the lightning kick. Nice down 1 punish from Theo right there. Oh my god. And he's just building up the Anks for if he inevitably runs out and if he needs to drop them for more projectiles.
Oh, the second time he's lost the speed force on that. And now he's almost going to have the
Oh, big
explosion.
whiff from Theo. Station's not going to let that one go unpunished. Okay. Let's take the first life bar down, but Station's, to be honest, he is down a considerable amount of life.
Down one, just to check the running man if he uses it. And there we go, guaranteed trait. Goes in for the block pressure, I think. Probably wasn't even expecting Station to eat that. Chip City. Couple more of those, and Station's going to be 2 games down. Down one, clean.
Found his gap for down one, and he will take it.
Dr. Fate wins.
This is actually insane. Like Theo is just playing this so well. I mean, it's not a huge surprise considering. Well, we know he's played against the Flash like a lot of times by now, but still. I guess this is why he's in the winner's side of the qualifying stages, at least. Now, Station, he's having some moments of greatness, but it's just that there's a few crucial mistakes here and there. The big one last game was putting himself in the corner when he basically had the life bar, because that really kind of set up for the rest of it. But game 3, see if he can stop doing that kind of thing. So it's easier said than done, because this is a hard matchup. There's no getting around that, but those kind of mistakes you really can't afford to be making here.
Well, you know, positioning is key. If you put yourself in the corner, then you're giving a very defensive character the whole screen to work with. He's been able to go coast to coast, though, so now has the positioning advantage, but I don't think he's going to put himself in the corner again, especially after what happened in the last game.
You said again, right, that Theo's been using 2 bars to escape, push block, and then going for meet bend roll.
Yeah,
the exact same thing
that's
again.
the strat. That's definitely the strat. Whiff punish. Full screen into a guaranteed backdash. That is going to be the whole of the screen to work with.
Wow.
Goes underneath. Still moving with the orb.
Actually, I was kind of worried that he was going to go into the orb there. Oh no. But misses the charge at the end and has put all the space in between them again.
Oh, he whiff punishes, but he's too far away from the rest of the string. That's incredibly unfortunate. Theo now on match point, on the verge of a 3-0 versus Station. And if he wins this round, he will be making that a pool in winners.
It just goes to show like how many times that like you basically just can't afford to make mistakes, right? Like how perfect you have to be with Flash and how careful you have to be at all times. Because you miss one string, you place one bad button, and Dr. Fate's sending you back to full screen where you're eating chip damage, he's push blocking you, he's doing all these obnoxious defensive tools. Because he needs to, because you're the Flash. Like, if the Flash gets in, the Flash is probably going to win. Like, Theo, he needs to play this way, and it's working out. He's playing the matchup perfectly.
And he's got a nice amount of trait left to go. Just take the chip while he can get it. And that orb, it disappears now, but the damage has been done. Station is in such a difficult position.
And he's eating orb chip after orb chip, and a nice Ankh push at the end is going to do enough to convincingly take that 3-0. And Theo's going to be moving on winner's side of his pool. Station sent down to loser's bracket, but I'm sure he'll be doing fine down there. But Theo, looking good. I think the premonitions from getting a top 8 again is not too unrealistic.
I believe it. I mean, he's one of those players that's not only a favourite for top 8, but a favourite for minimum grand finals. Theo, one of the best players in the business. And his character variety goes to show that. So he's going to be happy about that, moving on and winner's bracket. That's everything from us so far. We're going to go for a very short break, and we're going to jump into our next round of Injustice 2 pools for the Pro Series. So don't go anywhere, because we will be right back.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Injustice 2 here at Combo Breaker 2018. I am Darth Armor, joined by my very good friend, Mr. Aquaman.
Absolutely.
And I'm so excited for this block of pools. We got a lot of heavy hitters here. Dragon finally in the building. We know that, you know, he's spent some time playing a few other games, but he's here and he's always a threat, man. This guy is so consistent. Basically the world champion right now.
He is winning both E-League, winning both EVO. Insane. His pool, it looks on paper to be, maybe it might be a little bit tough. There's a couple of big heavy hitters in this pool. We are in the H pools, if you're following along on Smash.gg. Also in the H pool, coming up, we've got sitting down. One of the best.
Black Canary.
The best?
Don't take this wrong way. One of the best looking dudes in our scene. Dab. I mean, look at that hair. This man is probably the definition of swag, and also a man on the other side sitting next to him, Skeezer, a man of tech, posting a lot of videos. He's a really big discoverer of these games, and not just NRS games, but all fighting games in general. So this is going to be a really good match. Skeezer will definitely surprise you because he's got the knowledge, he's got everything down, and there's going to be four H pools going on, and we'll try to break it down as much as possible. But I just looked at Dragon's pool and noticed that. So Shark Teeth got thrown in that pool.
Yes, Shark Teeth all the way over from the Middle East.
A literal like shark thrown in the water, you know. Also in there, low-key So Sick Nash fan, who has beaten Dragon online with Poison Ivy.
Does that really count?
Maybe.
I think it counts.
It might.
I think it counts. Was there money on the line? Were
Yes.
there any? Oh, then it counts.
Yes,
if there's
there
money
was.
on the line, then it counts.
In this same exact pool, we've got Infinity, we've got Jesser, we've got Gun Show, and Dragon.
Gunny.
So this is a really stacked pool. That's gonna be a tough one. But Dragon, I mean, coming in as the number 2 seed, of course, right now. You said technically multiple world-time champion.
Oh yeah.
Coming in, we haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah. No, Dragon's been.
And he had the big scare before coming here to Combo Breaker. We're really glad that he's feeling good. I talked to him this morning. He's feeling fantastic. He's just ready to play. He's focused.
Great. That's awesome. That's great. I mean, hey, that happens when you're in an environment like this. You're just so prone to anxiety, and sometimes that takes a bigger toll on some people than others.
Absolutely.
And it's all about if you're one of those people, it's all about shaking it off and coming back strong. And I think Dragon's gonna be coming back strong. I don't think he's gonna let it phase him at all, even though he's got this stacked pool, which is bad news for everybody that's in this pool.
Yep.
But it's great news for everyone at home watching. It's
Yes,
great
it
news
is.
for us because we get awesome matches to commentate. So we're actually going to be switching it up. It's not going to be Dab versus Skeezer.
Yep.
It's going to be Swift versus Triclops. Triclops, another online warrior, definitely very present, always looking for tech.
Yeah, he's very active. He's also
Super
a part
active.
of that New Jersey, New York scene where they meet up at NLBC. He practices with Coach Steve a lot. Gur, those guys. He's really active with those guys. And plays, I believe, Catwoman, and he has good results here and there. It's pretty mixed, but I love his grind, his attitude. Same thing with Swift. Swift very active in the NRS scene. On Twitter, you see him online as well, trying to compete in as many things as possible and just do his thing. And I can't wait to see these two go at it because on paper, I'm kind of seeing two individuals that are very similar in how they approach the game and approach the scene. And I'm really curious what's going to happen here in the match.
Yeah, approaching the scene is huge. And, sometimes you don't have to really make it to an event. It's easy and it's great to
Yep.
make it to an event. You'll have a good time, I promise. But, if you just kind of take your time, use your resources, make a Twitter account and start talking to people and really put in that time, really put in that work to find these setups and to learn matchups, people will listen. People will listen and give you the time of day.
Yeah, my number one advice coming into this, a few people reached out and said, hey, Combo Breaker's my first event. What should I do? I said, first, drink water. Arma just did it right in front of us. Stay hydrated is very key at major events. Us casters, we go 10 hours forgetting to drink and eat. And so do a lot of competitors that are competing in multiple events all day. You completely space drinking, completely space eating. Stay hydrated, folks. It helps out a lot. But talk to everyone. Talk to anyone that you see that you might know, recognize. Say hi to them, engage with them, because you might think someone, a top player, like you're walking up to a Sonic Fox, you might, mentally have that block of, oh, he won't give me the time of day. Everyone's going to give you the time of day at these fighting game events. We're all very humble guys. Just reach out, and it's all about coming to these events and becoming a part of the family, because these just feel like family reunions to me.
Oh, yeah,
I walk
absolutely.
around, see all these people I've known for years, and it's just a good time.
It is, and no one's really gonna just brush you off, if they don't know who you are. And I mean, when you say that to someone like, hey,
Yeah.
I watch you this, I'm a big fan of whatever you do, people love hearing that.
Yeah.
Honestly, people love hearing it. I mean,
And make a name for yourself as well. Also, at Casual Desks, a lot of new guys at their first events will never walk up to a station and call next. So I want you guys, if you're trying to get better, if you're trying to practice, come to an event. If you see two people playing and you don't want to bother them, I'm giving you the okay. Jump in there, say, I got next.
no, they have to jump in there and say, Mr. Aquaman said, I got next.
Oh, there you go. That will definitely get
That'll
you
get
on.
you in.
Because then if you mention my name and they don't let you on, you bring them to me. And
And that's it. And
You
it's
know what I
over.
mean?
Then they're going to get tried and rushed to
You
death.
know what I mean?
All right, I think we're all set here. Buttons are mapped. And Triclops going with Atrocitus, I believe.
I remember him switching to Atrocitus a while back. He has a couple characters up his sleeve. Like I said, straight to Coach Steve, a pretty good Atrocitus himself.
Yes, so I'm sure he's learned a lot. If you guys don't know about Coach Steve and how powerful his Atrocitus is, you need to see Coach Steve versus Dragon.
The scariest walk forward he did it in pools earlier as well.
He did it to somebody.
It was against Trey Pound. He just had Dexstar up, and he just walked. He just walked towards this man. And Swift, living up to the reputation of his name and playing the Flash. This man's trying to come in here with the swiftness and mix this man to death, hopefully before.
Ooh, they're down two. Good. It's a great down two from Atrocitus. It really is pretty fast, has a great hitbox, and you know, it can just lead to so much, or I guess decent damage into a free Dexstar summoning.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's all about the setup from it. Look at that. Look how the forward hitbox on it. Taking the flash out of the sky, and Triclops off to a great start. Already halfway back to a Hello Kitty.
That's it, Hello Kitty coming on. Hold on, the Flash is gonna use the character power of his own, slowing down time and giving him all this combo ability. What's the mix up the lows? And Triclops just getting a little bit of breathing room, shaking right through the interactable, not getting hit by it at all.
Get used to that. Ooh, a lot of breaths here by Triclops. Coming with the 4-2-2, the old school mix right now. And oh my goodness, walking into the active frames of the Vomit there was Swift, and that's gonna be the health bar. Wow.
You gotta watch out for that Blood NATO. It's gonna track you no matter where you are. But, you know, it is a very risky move, as Triclops won't be able to move for a certain amount of time after you block it. Hold on, we're carrying him all the way to the corner. Motorcycle in play, but he's not going for it. The overhead, he's forced to clash.
Be this fast. I will dictate the pace.
That was a beautiful pickup, by the way, from Triclops. That was a tricky conversion. It got him the corner, and he got him with the mix. Wake up, Breath, though. This man's a little bit of a savage right now. He's feeling himself. He's comfortable. We're playing some Injustice 2.
That's it, baby. The puddle got a meter burn to extend the combo.
Oh,
Ooh.
drops at the end.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a drop. Unfortunate, but you know, Triclops is in a pretty good situation here. Just sitting back, just waiting.
And the 4-2 is going to catch Swift out of the startup of the running man stance. Dexstar is out, and this is just disastrous. And the walk forward, okay, Dexstar is gone, but the back two coming in, one of the best mids in the game. Goes very far. He has really good mids in general that advance. Back two and forward two, it's all beautiful.
Oh, it is, it is. But you know, as much as Swift did get
Whoa.
demolished in that last game, he was able to just continue his head, to keep his head strong. He even teched that throw at the end to kind of just show Triclops, like, all right, I'm
Okay,
not.
whoa. Oh, man.
Let's go.
It just changed, but the trident that Aquaman was just holding, woo, it was beautiful.
Ask him to go back to it.
Hey, Swift.
Hey, Swift. No, he's not going back to it.
He
It's
can't-
okay.
He can't hear us. He is so embedded in the game because of those Astro headsets that he's wearing right now.
Those are some pretty nice headsets. But I do love hearing the crowd over anything else. You know, it's just so fun to hear all the color coming off of my opponent's friends, off of my friends, and you know, just everyone cheering for whatever player they're looking for. Oh, getting hit there with a Vomit, meeting that interactable. This is not a good start for Swift. He's got to change this up. Getting tossed like nothing here. Dexstar still in play for 1 or 2 more shots.
And that's what's tricky about this matchup in general. Atrocitus v Flash is just the Vomits. Flash's only way to get in is to go right into the active frames of it. I've seen Coach Steve abuse it a lot, and Triclops here trying to do the same exact thing, and Swift has already got caught walking into a few of them, and another beautiful pickup here. Missed the down two, which would have got the kill, and this is going to give Swift a chance to come back, and trait is activated, but unfortunately wasn't ready for the one opportunity that he got, but gets a reset, good air escape, and this is a good match right here, the back and forth, couple of great reads. And Swift was able to take a lot of damage off of him, but before having to resettle here, hopefully get him off the rest. Walks into some buttons, though.
Hold on, the interactable is in play. Never mind, ignoring it, trying to move forward, trying to find that nice little sweet spot right in between Atrocitus's, you know, maxed out mid-range and right in front of Atrocitus's face, where Flash can utilize those lows.
Right in the corner, and this is where Triclops has just put in the work. Dexstar saved him a few times. And it goes with the old school mix, just a puddle off the 4-2-2. That string does end in an overhead, which is why you have to guess.
You do have to guess here.
Oh,
Vomiting, he's just doing it to build meter, but hold on, the Flash getting right through it. The man is just a little too fast.
Not today.
That was perfectly timed in between the Vomits, because if you're off by just a couple of frames, you're going into it, then you're eating hit stun, and then now you have to guess in the corner once again. Here we go. Good air escapes both times that he's gotten opened up this game. He's had the air escape, he's had the resources, the defensive options that the game gives you, and now this man, the Vomits again, using the hit stun properly, and the whole time the Flash gets hit by Vomits, he is bleeding.
Oh, look at the delay wake up, making sure he wasn't up and susceptible to any of the Flash's mix-ups.
An EX Vomit to cover the distance and simply breathe defeat into this man, and he's up 2-0 right now. Triclops looking good.
I mean, when are you never in that back or forward 2 range by Atrocitus? He's always just one button away from hitting you with normals, and that's the best. That's one of the best things about this character. And a phenomenal backdash. not only that, but that threat of the puddle always being a presence, even at full screen, is huge in a game like Injustice.
Precisely, and the vomit, particularly against Flash, just it's so troublesome for Flash to make the approach without having to go into that giant active hitbox. But we're going to see a switch here from Swift going to Robin. Some bigger buttons of his own, and I'd say about equal damage and mix. This is a really good character we don't get to see too often.
Yeah, this is definitely a character switch where he can kind of contest a little bit more at mid-range, thanks to that 80-foot sword that you see Robin wielding there. He can always be in that same range, and he can actually just contest Atrocitus.
And he's got that Birdarang, which will allow him to get in easier than the Flash.
That is very true, very true. A little Birdarang that you can follow along and even combo off once it does hit. And here we go, Swift off to a much, much better start here in the third game. This could be the pick he was looking for. This could be the pick that he should have went with at first, but hindsight is 20/20, and there it is, continuing the combo after the smart Birdarang does connect.
Oh, does end with the Assassin Strike, which is the beautiful position. And there you go. There are those buttons looking for the whip punishes. And Triclops can't just sit back, especially with a health deficit, when he can throw out Birdarangs followed in for the mix.
Rage runs deep.
Don't need a red ring to know that.
Damian Wayne is very full of rage.
Yeah, so he'd actually be fueling Atrocitus in this matchup on paper. But right now, Swift putting in the work. Another air escape by Triclops, but the damage is being done. And actually having to hold something on Wake Up, but risky Wake Up. I like that.
Ooh, no meter burn to continue the combo. But you know, I think Swift is fine with it. He's not sweating it. He's got a huge life lead here and just jumping in there with that giant sword.
That was a little bit of a shimmy. He walked up, waited a second, jump three.
Hey, I mean, it was the anti-shimmy shimmy here.
Are we going to see a switch? Oh my goodness, an immediate switch to Starfire from Triclops. Wants a stronger zoning game. Keep this man away.
Now, a lot of people say that Robin, you know, one of his biggest weaknesses is the fact that he can get zoned out. You know, his projectile, his full screen presence has a lot of startup. But I think Robin does have a lot of tools to utilize and get through zoning. As long as he's managing his meter right, he can use it for meter burn roll. He's got one of the best meter burn rolls in this game. Covers so much distance. And you're definitely going to see it in this matchup.
And speaking of covering distance, Starfire covers it all with this zoning. High mobility as well with her special moves. And the random gear generator giving Robin not a single cape. This is the bare bones looking ketchup and mustard Robin we got going on over here.
Yeah, that is a very strange Robin. You don't see it too much. Everyone loves the cape.
Oh my goodness, this is looking like a good switch here for Triclops. He's looking ready, so playing the matchup numbers, always having an answer for something that your opponent might throw at you at any time. Looking really strong, got him in the corner. Very good for Swift to take his turn. The mix working out, but not getting the huge damage off it. That was no commitment, just wanted to keep it safe by throwing that trade out there.
And the Firetail getting her out of the corner, knowing that it's safe. Even if he did block it, she could easily just meter burn it. Oh, hold on. No, knew it was coming, but quite a drop there with the background bounce there. It would have been enough for Robin, but unfortunately, he's got to get a few more right hits here.
Oh my goodness, from downtown with the back three. And this is all stemming from Swift going for an optimal damage and combo off that 4-3 when he could have done something a little bit simpler. I've seen a lot of Robins drop those, I think they're stand 3 combos.
I mean, that's what happens when you're not used to the character. You know, we saw that this wasn't his first choice going into the game. Great interrupt there by Starfire.
And just like that, Triclops going to take the set 3-1. Looking really strong. I like what I'm seeing out of him so far early on in this bracket. Came prepared. And this man drove here today.
Today?
Yeah, I believe he had work last night and said, I'm actually going there I'm getting there for my pool. I want to say he drove here from New York.
That's dedication, because that is at least a 12.5, 13-hour drive, and that's if you don't stop. And we all know we stop. Everyone stops on those long road trips. You just can't. And coming up to the stage, we have Shark Teeth going up against Dragon.
We already got... So this is so big.
Ready?
I actually talked to Shark Teeth yesterday about this matchup, and he said he's been preparing so much just for this match. I'm really curious because this is our first time seeing him here in the States, as far as my knowledge, traveling here with Tekken Master, and just knowing that he's from there and trains with Tekken Master means that this guy could have some immaculate skill that we're about to see unleashed on our champion right now, Dragon.
I mean, it could definitely happen. For those of you who don't know, Shark Teeth, a very good friend and a very good, training partner of Tekken Master. Tekken Master getting, I believe, 3rd place at E-League, just always consistent with his results, consistent despite the fact that he doesn't really have much of an offline scene near him. And, even though Shark Teeth is his training partner, they still live very, very far away from each other. And they live in an environment where it's not so easy to get to one another. And I feel like Tekken Master can give Shark Teeth the formula and, the know-how on how to deal with a player like Dragon, understanding his tendencies. It's when you come to these events and when you're playing at such a high level, it's not just playing at the event. The training starts way, way before. Understanding who you could run into, who you're afraid of, and how to stop specific setups, and how to counter certain play styles. And in this case, they knew that Shark Teeth was in Dragon's pool. And, I'm sure he knows everything that Dragon is ready to throw at him. It's just about, can Dragon keep up that wall of defense? Dragon is pretty much an immovable object.
He really is, and we got to witness some of the best defense, I think, ever. Going back to when this game even first began, coming into a brand new game for him. We were like, he was fantastic in Mortal Kombat. That's where he made his insurgence onto the scene. Injustice, it's a different monster. Not for this kid. He came in with the knowledge, with the
confidence. He came in with confidence.
With the confidence, and he puts in the work. If you guys talk to Dragon and you know how he trains, there's a reason why he's the best. He has catalogs, he has folders of people, matchups, situations, everything. He's got notebooks. This man studies. Shark Teeth is coming in with Supergirl, a character Dragon has a lot of familiarity with, having played her himself, as well as having played, Theos, all the good ones here in the States, Nivik as well. Who is here in the building. I'm so excited to see Nivik once again. One of the heroes of the world. Every time I see him win, it's so happy. He does the little Supergirl pose. Let's go.
Yeah, my heart was broken seeing him at the last chance qualifier, just one spot away from not qualifying. But, he's here. He shook it off. And, he's here ready to do what he loves doing, and that's competing in NRS games.
And here we go. We've got Allegiance's Dragon going up against Shark Teeth. I believe it's Nasser Shark Teeth?
Nasser Shark Teeth, yeah.
If I pronounce that wrong, someone please feel free to blow me up as we get into the matchup. Already nice and slow. This is going to be a feel-out period. I like the down 2 attempt because hers does have a very deceptive, gigantic flash kick hitbox.
Yes, it does have a very weird hitbox. It also leaves her, puts her in the air, so even if you do punish her, you got to be ready for an airborne character.
Oh, I really like the meter build at the end. That's someone that knows what they're doing, playing very calculated right now. Is Shark Teeth and getting the hits and could have got some massive damage off of that. That is where her scaling kind of doesn't exist, is when she actually gets those cancels in the corner.
Oh, the down 2. He knew it was coming. That is a high, and you can get under it with a down 1 or a down 2 by almost any character.
And he's staying at that forward one range, but that's all Dragon can do. Outside of his snare dive kick to try to get into B+, things like that. Shark Teeth already looking so strong early on and starts off with almost a perfect here, sitting pretty on Dragon's second health bar here, trying to send a message to the world that he is here to win.
And what a scalp it would be if he could take it off of Dragon, but right now he's going toe for toe here, hit for hit, and he's okay with it considering that he's got a huge life lead. He is not sweating anything at all. Dragon's the one that's in the hot seat, but how is he going to adapt? How is he going to change the situation?
Exactly.
For the Black Magic. And I believe Supergirl doesn't have anything to punish Black Magic straightforward like that.
I think that the straight laser might be fast enough, but we'll have to see it in action. As Dragon does look a little bit lost here. Shark Teeth playing so strong. He's being very mobile, but also cognitive of what Dragon could do at certain ranges. So he's scouting and trying to, I guess, bait Dragon into pressing certain buttons. Oh, the down 2 not working out. Looked like it might have been a good reaction right there. But Dragon finally getting a little bit of pressure, but beautiful reaction of Shark Teeth, seeing that he staggered that back too.
Oh, hitting him with that sweep, the frost breath there by Supergirl, the low one, knocking him off his feet. Going to the other side, wants to get out of the corner, wants to put Dragon in the corner, and no challenge there. Gets hit by the low, the Black Adam's one and only low.
Oh, and without a wager, this could be the death here, and Shark Teeth is going to take game number 1 here against Dragon.
Can we talk about how decisive that first game was? didn't even get off his first health bar. He still had at least a good 25%. And look at Tekken Master giving him a little bit of coaching. He just won. Don't tell him to change anything.
Tekken Master's telling him, listen, man, you did all of these things wrong. You shouldn't have even gotten hit in the first place, says Tekken Master. You know what to do as Dragon making the switch to Dr. Fate, who we've seen in action quite a lot this weekend so far. Very strong character. Oh, right to your face. I actually just saw Dragon pick Catwoman.
Catwoman. Him picking Catwoman. I don't think I've ever seen. I'm not sure if you've seen him. I know he's participating in a lot of online tournaments, but this is very different, and I feel like
I'm gonna level with you. I've seen it a couple of times, and it hasn't been pretty.
Not pretty, huh? Not the nice Catwoman we're used to seeing, usually from Samij. But hey, at least it's something here. But I think giving Shark Teeth that statement of I'm gonna switch shows him he's got Dragon exactly where he wants. Dragon is scared right now. Hold on, the cat dash, meter burning it, continuing the combo. This is gonna hurt. What's gonna be the mix-up afterwards? Goes for the overhead cartwheel.
And this is Dragon's first match, so he may not be fully warmed up here. Not used to having a challenge like this right out of the gate, and that's what you know, not having a seed's all about, is you can come in and be in someone's path just like this. And Shark Teeth has Dragon on the ropes in his first match of the Injustice Pro Series Season 2 here.
Chipping him out there with the laser, walking him down all the way, and really nothing Dragon could have done there except let go of block. Okay, hold on, is he gonna tie this up? What's gonna be the mix-up? The low.
Spin the bar, all he has to do is get in range. He has the bar to the V+. Oh, does not have the trait, so got to look for a hit, and he does get it with the gigantic jump to a crack of that whip from Dragon. Going to keep things even here.
Yeah, that whip going all the way downtown. Probably Catwoman's best asset overall. Challenging her there right after the laser. Good stuff there by Dragon, understanding the frame data, understanding how soon he can move before Supergirl. The jump in one right out of the sky.
Time I whipped you into shape.
Dragon back to the wall. This was an early clash here for him.
Dragon is usually an early clasher, but I feel like that was a little bit of an overextension there. He really didn't want to lose a speck of health, and that just shows you what kind of mind state he's in right now. He doesn't want to give Shark Teeth any wiggle room here.
And every time Dragon's taken to the sky, Shark Teeth has had the reactions. I'm really impressed by what I'm seeing out of this man.
Kryptonians value respect, then quit yanking my tail.
All right, what's he gonna bet? The 2 bars, 25% as a health regain. That's a bang for your buck, man.
I'm also looking at the bracketology right now. If Shark Teeth were to pull off this monumental upset, and if winner of this goes on to play Infinity, so he's already getting warmed up for some Catwoman right now.
There you go, Dragon doing him the nice favor here. Continuing the combo after the Frost Breath. What side is he on? Dragon, the delay wake up. Very smart stuff.
Yeah, that would have been a tricky block there if
it would have been
normal time.
And let's see what Shark Teeth does about the situation, if he anticipates him to do it again or if he doesn't.
See some huge damage, and more importantly, the corner push here walks right
into that bumper car.
Yeah.
Bumper car so good, especially when you give it a nice meter burn here. Oh, this one's gonna hurt. It's gonna be enough. And we were just talking about this Catwoman, the debut of it. Was that a pretty Catwoman?
It was. And the composure. Early on, he was definitely feeling it out. You can see him feeling it out. Didn't get a lot of clean hits, a lot of stray hits here and there. But at the end, it looked incredibly crisp, had the combos, and more importantly, the position that Catwoman wants, which is they're back to the corner, and you want them freaking out and making any mistake, and she will definitely hang you for it with some huge damage. And Dragon looking good. The composure. And Dragon, we haven't seen him in a while, so we don't know what tricks he might have up his sleeve for this event. And we're already seeing one.
This is one. This was a big trick. I did not think I would see this in a million years, and I don't know if Shark Teeth and Tekken Master are ready for this. Did Shark Teeth really explore everything he could?
Exactly. If he goes through the entire playbook of Dragon in the past year, nowhere on that sheet is it going to say prepare for his Catwoman. And if you look up his Catwoman, I'm telling you, it ain't going to be that pretty.
Well, it is now. This is going to be solidifying the beauty that is Dragon's Catwoman as she just takes this background bounce here. I'm not sure what Shark Teeth was looking for, and that is the first teleport I've seen coming out of this Supergirl, and what a punish here. Never mind, a huge drop, a commentator's curse there. Unfortunate for Dragon, but great for Shark Teeth, getting a little bit momentum back on his side.
So that tells me two things about Shark Teeth. He wanted to take a risk early. He wanted to take away the momentum from Dragon, but unfortunately didn't work out, and now he finds himself in a deficit. But I think that Shark Teeth needed to send a message early. I think that's why he took a risk like that already, just to test Dragon. But test Dragon, knowing the character simply stayed crouching, got the punish.
Yeah, no, Dragon is a very patient player. Like we said before, just all about defense, all about waiting.
This is the only kid I've ever seen in my life block pre-patch Batman for at least 50 seconds.
It is very impressive watching Dragon take on Batman, knowing when the cross-up is happening, when the forward three is coming. Hold on a second here.
And that looked like a tricky conversion, too. I'm glad he picked that up. That jump normal looked like he may have hit behind. Could have crossed himself up, but...
I feel like he was getting a max meter gain. Again, one of those situations that you don't really think about too much, especially if you're not a super high-level player. You don't think about which combos get you more meter in what situation.
And something very important to watch about these top players is how they build meter as well. It's something that's very seldom talked about, as the 4-3 is going to even things up here. Once again, in this particular matchup, these have been incredibly close.
And Dragon sealing it out again, baiting out the throw a second time, the shimmy.
Shark Teeth, the one to early wager here, and I love both these guys have tried to maintain their full health on the second bars, no matter what. And Dragon in the driver's seat, all of a sudden, a little bit of momentum there. Beautiful backdash on the wake-up breath. Gonna get comboed here. Are we gonna see the early wager from Dragon? We are not. That's a different story.
That is a very different story. Dragon always the first one to just wager as soon as possible. Is Shark Teeth gonna give him the opportunity to go for it? Shark Teeth is airing him every chance.
Whatever you say.
There's no fear in this man of Catwoman in the air, and I respect it.
It's all about the call out. It's all about getting in your opponent's head, knowing exactly he's going to jump at this point. He's going to do this string and then go for the jump and then the sweep jumping in. Unfortunately for Shark Teeth, he didn't go in with a jump in 2. Instead, decided to hit the 3 and knocking Catwoman off her feet. But I think as long as he keeps the composure, he should be fine. The neutral jump too.
Yeah, right as I was about to say, he's done a great job of keeping Dragon grounded. But the couple of jumps we've seen from Dragon are some neutral jumps that have paid off handsomely. Ooh, following that breath in. Oh, was looking for some armor, perhaps?
Possibly.
Ooh, what a whip punish, and oh my goodness, Shark Teeth is now up 2-1 on Dragon. That's a statement sent. That whip punish was out of this world, ladies and gentlemen.
That was huge. Just staring at Dragon and saying, I know you're going to press the button. Do it so I can win this game.
And Dragon having the confidence to stick this out with Catwoman, betting it all.
If you talk about how Dragon is refusing to get coached by anybody, just going in this solo on his own. That down 2, and no punish there by Dragon. That is a very tough down 2 to punish. Even when you do hit her, she's airborne.
And it looked like even there she had recovered and low profile that stand 1. Okay, Dragon getting some nice damage and the hard knockdown in the corner. And we're not seeing the typical Catwoman pressure here in the corner, which is with the 3-3s.
With the 3-3s, and also a lot of Catwomen love doing the jump back too. Maybe not specifically against Supergirl because she does have that wake up uppercut.
Oh, there it is right there. The one time gets teleported. And definitely Shark Teeth feeling the pressure, had to take a risk. Otherwise, he was going to eat a mix there in the corner. But does have Dragon's back to the wall. But Dragon looking good here to try to even us up. Already doing damage on the second health bar. That's what it's all about. Try to get him off that clash now.
That throw. Now Dragon, again, a very calculated player. I feel like he's the type of player to take throws in so many situations, knowing that it's not going to be the end of his life, but he is very close to losing that first bar to just one throw.
Oh, very good pitch by Shark Teeth, waiting his turn, taking it, and oh my goodness, we're almost even up again.
Not only was that a meter building combo that he did grounded on the ground, but instead of launching him with a forward 3, he kind of just took away the chance for Dragon to flip out of the air.
Beautiful patience by Dragon. Shark Teeth going for a mix-up. He's mixed up when he's gone airborne, and if he's going to air dash or not, very, very well. Dragon scouting that one out beautifully. And a couple of great reads on jumpers by Shark Teeth as well. Dragon pushing a couple of sweeps on the ground, things like that. And the neutral jumps, like I talked about last round, doing the work for Dragon.
Now, what's the mind game here? Is Dragon going to use his bar or not? He does. He does, and Shark Teeth went the safe route, decided to just make sure he won't lose any health if Dragon uses all 3 bars.
Time out, kid.
As if. 1 bar for Dragon gets him 15% back as a health regain. I think that's worth it if you consider that, you know, it's just one bar. You know, you will build the second one, especially when you take hits like that from Shark Teeth. Dragon already just pretty much almost one combo away.
Oh my goodness, another whip punish just like the previous round, and now the pressure is on. There's no air escape. There is no wager on the screen. Gets him with the throw, and we're in kill territory right now for Shark Teeth to send Dragon into losers first round of Combo Breaker 2018.
Jump 3 every single time. Shark Teeth took to the air. He knew exactly what Dragon was looking for. He knew when he was going to press buttons and when those feet were just not going to be there. In this game, you cannot air block. The only thing you can do is press a button. You know, he could just jump in. He knew he was out of range of the whip. The whip might have been too slow, but it was just a specific call out every chance, moment by moment.
It was calculated the entire way through. That's
Every
what was
single
so beautiful to watch about Shark Teeth, is it was so calculated. I just saw the crowd. They were absolutely stunned.
Stunned. That is definitely a word for it. I mean, look, Dragon is the world champion. Not only that, but, you know, we have so much international presence here at this tournament. So a lot of people are just kind of divided. You know, you have the Australians here getting the Australians back. You have Europe behind Europe, and, you know, Tekken Master on the side there with Shark Teeth rooting for him, and everyone else in the building is just stunned.
Absolutely, and like I mentioned, just kind of looking at it early on, Shark Teeth with that win is going to move on to play Infinity. You saw what he just did to Catwoman. He's going to be feeling confident going into that matchup as well. On the bottom side of that bracket, Gun Show advancing, Sosik Nash fan. They're going to be playing to see who makes winners finals of that as well. But wow, what a shock to the bracket here already here at Combo Breaker. First round.
My heart.
Yeah.
This is
guys,
pools. This is pools. And now Dragon was seed number 2, if I'm correct. He was seed number 2. Now, why an upset like this is such a huge opportunity is because now that Shark Teeth took out Dragon, he has his path. You know, being seeded 1, 2, even 3 or 4 gives you somewhat of an easier path than anyone else. Now that path is for Shark Teeth. And because he won that one game, so Shark Teeth, he's feeling good, man.
So normally, again, this is why Combo Breaker is so amazing, and there's so many people here. Because normally, how it would work is that if that number 2 seed got knocked down, that guy would have a pretty decent path to top 8. Not so much. In the same exact pool as Gun Show, who is one of the dark horses of the entire tournament itself.
I mean, I still think a number 2 seed. You're right. This pool specifically was stacked
this pool
more.
Had a couple of dark horses.
But you also have to consider the other people that you're going to meet after the pool.
Pools, exactly.
And I think Shark Teeth, this is the perfect moment, the perfect tournament for him to make his big breakout.
And now we've got Forever King, another high seed, going up against Sly. I met Sly casuals the other day. This is his very first event, so I want the entire chat to shout out Sly for coming out to a tournament to compete. Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family, Sly. Now hold on to this Batman stuff. Not sure what he was looking for there. The Bat Swarm, not really the best move there, not really utilized as much from Forever King, as we've seen as Batman for a little bit, the better part of a year now.
And Sly, I just see, coming from Canada, so traveling too. Shout outs, but has a tough order ahead of him. And in a man who prides himself on the Batman mirror armor. I think you know all about that.
I know all about that. It is Forever King. He knows this character. He's surprised that people even get hit by anything Batman does. He says Batman doesn't have any mix-ups. And I think he's been saying that for 4 years now.
He absolutely has. I'm also going to take a look at some of these other H pools going on, just to update you guys on a couple of things going on. Wipe Boy versus Bacon Lord coming up next from pool H2. Oh, Bacon Lord, a man after my own heart, looking like Ron Swanson. You know what I mean?
Looking like Ron Swanson, and I know how much you love bacon, Aquaman. The double slide here, meeting each other there.
You just might measure up. How do you think this would go?
That's Forever King in full control of this match, forcing out the early clash on Sly.
Oh, looking for the grapple here. And again, Forever King reacting to that overhead, understanding how slow it is and how big of a physical tell it has.
I've noticed a couple things out of Sly just in that interaction. Not a lot of commitment by him. Might be feeling pressured right now. Even on the down 2, didn't get a conversion. That's something I want to see out of Sly, is just get a little more comfortable. The hits that you do get, even if you don't get a lot of them, convert off them, be confident in your decision making, and just go.
That's definitely it. I see that a lot with newer players. They feel like when they do jump in on opponents, especially really good opponents like Forever King, they feel like they're never going to hit him, so what's the point of me doing the rest of the combo? And then they're unfortunately surprised by the fact that it does hit them.
Yeah,
and-
but they get a hit and then they don't do the follow-up.
yeah, yeah. So be confident. Be confident that this jump in is going to be a good jump in. And if it's not a good jump in, analyze the situation and understand why it's not a good jump in. And Sly looking a little lost here, but he does go for a rematch, sticking with the Batman mirror, and Forever King keeping completely calm here, rocking his E-League shirt that he got at his fourth place placement.
Oh, and what an E-League he had. We'll get into that a little bit later. As we get some beautiful combo, are we going to see some kind of a Vortex? Good block there. Now
Yeah.
the Vortex isn't as real as it was before, but with a trait, does become as lethal as it was before.
It is pretty good. What Forever King's actually doing there is he is waiting for his opponent to get out of hit stun in order to restart the combo all over again from a standing position. Now, standing position in these NRS games are very strong because you don't have access to wake-up attacks. And those wake-up attacks give you invincibility for, a decent amount of time.
All right, a little bit of pressure there by Sly, but not getting any hits, and King just taking his turn with the trait, getting the hits, and into the corner we go. Good air escape, but walks right into a 4-2-3 and a beautiful conversion. Oh man, this man's swagging out here. Is Forever King gets some hits done.
That's a lot of hits on there. Good block by Sly, but unfortunately doesn't block the follow-up. Gonna keep it unclashable here
Oh,
is
no.
Forever King. The
Hey.
down two, gonna stop the combo.
Everything working for this man. Sly just kind of showing off their full screen with the batterings. And King not looking phased whatsoever. Why is King popping off with his chest right now? Hey, King, calm down, buddy.
I think he heard you. He definitely heard
He literally
you.
was saying it with his chest right there. I'm gonna need him to calm down. He's having a good time. King, a great person in this scene. Very good.
A very nice guy.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're like we said before, everyone in the scene really, really nice. You can pretty much approach anyone. And if you can't, then come talk to Aquaman.
Absolutely. He's got a good personality as well, and he likes to talk a lot as well. He likes to back it up. Big competitor. That's what I love about Forever King.
I mean, you really have to be to have that kind of edge in these games. Oh, not a reset. There it is, the tricky stuff. You thought it was a reset there, but instead he was continuing the combo, and Sly really had no recollection of where the combo ended and where the new one could potentially start.
For me to burn, and because he grabbed the barrel, looked like he leaned back away from where the 4-3 was hitting. Some more hits done there for Forever King, just inching this man to the corner. They both had the same idea.
I did. I believe that forward 2-3 string is only -1. So, Sly, I can see that he's on point. He understands when he can move, and he doesn't leave any gaps
You'll
there.
regret this. Don't be so sure.
But unfortunately, he's just not edging it out over Forever King. This man is just too strong of a competitor, too strong of a veteran. What a punish there. You don't want to get that input error. That nice up grapple to where nobody's home.
Oh, and you see Sly there? Just in case he got the hit, he overcommitted, right? With that 4-3. And just like that, King had some hits done there. Should be able to close out chip or hit. And King gonna take it. Sly, shout outs again for coming out to the tournament. You still have a chance on the loser side of the bracket. And getting to play someone who's really known for the character in your first match. And I'm sure King will say a couple nice words to him as Sly. Gonna go down. King always looks so happy.
Yeah,
White boy, tell him to get off the stage. Get out of here.
Always looking happy. And I'm sure, Sly has a lot to look at and analyze and really understand what is it that separates his Batman from Forever King's Batman. What is it that separates Forever King's Batman from everybody's Batman? I mean, this man is just always on point. And to the stage here, like we mentioned before, White Boy, the CEO champion of a little bit less than a year ago, taking it out with Scarecrow just eating through everybody in that top 8. And I believe I think he only switched to Aquaman one time in that tournament, but it was mostly Scarecrow. And that was before Scarecrow buffs. So I don't think he really needs to rely on any kind of secondary character, or I haven't seen anything.
Yeah,
And
he's just looked really strong, and he's still making the top 8, still making the placements. This is a pretty good pool. It's H2, White Boy versus Bacon Lord here. On the other side is Silver Eye and Too Easy. They're going to be playing for a spot to face the winner of this.
that's going to be a great match.
So, all of these pools absolutely stacked. Let's go ahead and take a look at pool H number 3. That's Hayate's pool. Hayate already in winners finals of it, waiting on Star Charger and Tsunami. That's going to be a good one.
If you guys want to follow the pools, you guys can follow at smash.gg. Click on Combo Breaker. It should be on the left-hand side, somewhere around recent tournaments.
It should be on the front page.
It should be there. It should be there, but it might not. But look for Combo Breaker. You can follow the brackets along with anyone's pool in any of these games here. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, if you're a Street Fighter V fan, and of course, if you're an Injustice 2 fan, follow along, see who's going to fight who.
And these are updated live by the guys running the brackets, the volunteers, the admins doing a fantastic job. King's Pool is probably on paper one that was very scary when you looked at on day one when pools were released. On the top half of the bracket is Forever King and Dab, and on the bottom is Slayer and Legend. A lot of good people in this pool as well. That's pool H4. I'm going to take a look at the final pool of this block, which is H5, before we get into this matchup, and that is Samige's pool. Triclops with his win on stream, went on to play Samige, lost 3-1. He took a game off Samige. Triclops is playing good today. Samige moved on to play Euphemism, coming here from Scotland, I believe. Euphemism is really big in the scene. Sunio with a win over Killer Xenox. Sunio waiting on the winner of Samige and Euphemism in that pool H5.
That's going to be a great one.
Is no fantasy, Scarecrow.
I shall teach you fear.
And if anyone's a fan of Nightmare on Elm Street, that is actually Robert Englund's voice for Scarecrow. He did such a great job with this role. I'm pretty sure he loved every single bit of it. And a little story behind the scenes. Apparently, Robert Englund gave them way too many things in terms of dialogue because he just wanted to keep going with it. He loved it. He loved the embodiment of Scarecrow.
And you can hear it in the tone, like he was having a great time and he really got into it.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the ways that Scarecrow says things in this game are not only great, but frightening.
Yes.
He actually has a fear to his voice.
I'm so glad they got him for it. Oh, Starfire getting a little tail whip there in the corner, trying to get out using her only invincible wake up, or her only fully invincible wake up. Jumping in with that jump in 3, converting into the down 1 command grab here, chucking the alligator, making sure that it doesn't get chucked at him.
What's so scary about that alligator is it doesn't look that big when it's hanging, but when he throws it, that almost hit him.
It did. It was very close.
That's a big gator.
That is.
In the corner we go, plus frames everywhere. You have to hold so much. Now some hits done. And this is going to be close to the kill.
Traumatize?
Yes.
There it is, the full screen mid. Once that Scarecrow character power is fully loaded, and it gets fully loaded by, causing some fear toxin gas to touch your opponent, he does get an access to a full screen mid.
Oh my goodness, the range that he's playing at. And White Boy has had a history of playing far-reaching command grab characters. And just picking up where he left off with, say, Jason back in MKX. Very similar, very scary playstyle of when's a tick throw going to come, and here's some plus frames for you, as well as some gigantic normals. You got to deal with no matter who you are.
White Boy just loves playing frightening characters. I mean, I think out of all the entire Injustice 1 cast, Doomsday was probably the most frightening character.
Oh my goodness.
And that was White Boy's go-to character. Teleporting there right behind Starfire, making sure he's got buttons all over her, making sure she can't just set up shop and camp at full screen.
Very good reaction by Bacon Lord on the teleport. Be patient.
Did you see that chip damage? He thought it was going to be enough. Unfortunately, decided to try to hold on to one more bar, but White Boy is making him eat that decision right now.
And the range of Scarecrow, these big normals, are really stopping Bacon Lord from approaching him a lot of times, hitting him out of the charge, keeping him on the ground. The jump juice he's got to hold, and that just hit behind Scarecrow. Oh my goodness.
Interactables, man, they're so good. That's why you can only use them one time.
Oh no. Guessed wrong. So there's times where he can just command grab you there and you jump. You got to make a couple of reads. And unfortunately, the risk reward is definitely in Scarecrow's favor. Because even if you jump his command throw, he's recovered as White Boy takes game number 2 here with the swiftness. And always warming up those hands in between rounds is White Boy.
Yeah, I think he's not used to it. He's a Florida boy native, so he's used to 80-degree weather all year round at least.
It's like 95 here, and it still isn't warm enough for him. Ooh, stay in that corner again, shutting down the charge. That's what you want against Starfire, is having a tool to deal with that charge. Ooh, but not dealing with air flip. And beautiful pick confirm, it looked like, into the meter burn.
Yeah, I think White Boy was pressing buttons after a hit, getting a little antsy, getting a little disrespectful here right in front of his opponent. But, you know, Starfire was making a comeback. And, you know, not to downplay Bacon Lord, he's always just a few steps behind White Boy, you know, ready for that teleport, ready to anticipate any kind of, you know, anti-zoning approach from White Boy. The meter burn back three, such a great tool against Starfire.
Oh my goodness, he just did I've never seen him mix it up in that way. I've never seen him empty jump meter burn back three before. And the Toxin is up, but he's going to get the kill here. And if he just activates it, teleport, anything at this point is going to be able to chip this out. How afraid are you right now? White Boy not even phased, puts it on the win button, goes in and takes it 3-0 over Bacon Lord. He's going to move on to winners finals.
And shout out to Bacon Lord for making it out to the event and, you know, showcasing a little bit of Starfire for everybody. You know, I feel like if a huge misplay there in that second game, it was, you know, just not meter burning the Phoenix Tail going in when he had White Boy chipped out. He had the life lead on him, and, you know, it was very close. It wasn't a life lead, but, you know, sometimes people feel like, oh, I can hold on to resources if I don't need it for the kill.
Always come up to resources to take a bar, guys.
Always do it. Don't leave your opponent with just a tiny little pixel.
I don't care what it costs. Magic Pixel is the worst thing to deal with in the game, because if it comes back to bite you, it's the worst feeling possible. And then you're going into potential, you know, what I should have done and not focusing on the now. So, but right now we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be back in just a few moments from one of our sponsors here at Combo Breaker 2018.
Here's an invitation to the whole wide world. From your brother to your sister to your best friend's girl. Don't bring that bad day with ya. Leave it at the door. If you got money in your pocket, it don't mean nothing if you ain't where it is. If you ain't where it is.
What is going on, guys? That was a really quick break, and I'm sure everyone's loving the new buff. That's a buff. That's a buff to our ads.
It caught me off guard. I'm still looking at this bracket and seeing Dragon and Losers going, what just happened?
Dragon is definitely in a whirlwind right now. He doesn't know if this is real life or if this is fantasy, because I don't think anyone would have predicted that. Maybe Tekken Master.
Yeah,
Tekken Master might have predicted
absolutely.
that.
And Tekken Master, very confident guy, and Shark Teeth as well looked like. So if Dragon is going to make top 8, he has to climb Mount Olympus essentially in order to get there. It's not going to be easy, and good luck to him. We're going to be seeing him later on in Losers. But right now in the winner's side, I'm going to update you on kind of what's going on as we do get a matchup
let
here.
us know. Let us know.
Hayate versus Star Charger coming up on stage, by the way. That's going to be really good.
I can't wait.
Shark Teeth is going to go up against Infinity. On the bottom, it's Gun Show versus Sosic Nashvan of Pool H #1. Again, you can follow on Smash.gg if you guys want to. Really easy to follow these brackets. I'm going through them like it's nothing. In White Boy's pool, he's going to advance to play Silver Eye. Silver Eye with a 3-2 victory over 2-Easy to make it the winners finals. So White Boy versus Silver Eye, that's going to be a fantastic one as well. And it's Pool H #2. Let's go and look at Pool H #3 as these guys press their buttons on the stage. And this is actually winners finals of Pool #3. Star Charger with a victory over Tsunami to get here.
Very impressive.
Best MK rating there as well. And Hayate 3-0 over Krusty to get here. Krusty, very good Harley Quinn player, and we'll see what he does on the loser side there. That's Pool H #3. Let's go ahead and look at #4. We'll see what the matchup is here. Forever King is waiting on Deadly Kansas and Dab. Deadly Kansas in the bracket. I see him.
Deadly Kansas. Wow.
Slayer with a victory over Legend. It's Slayer versus Emperor D7X. And the winner of that's going to move on to winners finals and potentially wait on the winner of Forever King, Dab, or Deadly Kansas. That's a really stacked pool as we finally got ourselves a match. Hayate, the Robin of the scene. Going up against
Of the entire scene, of the world.
Of the world. And we've got Star Charger.
Star Charger,
not playing Catwoman.
That's a little bit of a that's interesting. Star Charger not playing Catwoman, but again, Star Charger was that player that was always just kind of just outside of that top 16 range. You know, didn't qualify, didn't get enough points to qualify for IPS. Yes, he was very close, and he was so close that he went into the IPS last chance qualifier or I'm sorry, the E-League Last Chance qualifier. And unfortunately, I believe he took away 4th or 5th place. He did get close. He had some upsets there, but just not enough to edge it out and qualify. But, you know, that was before a Starfire that I'm seeing right now. Starfire getting bullied here in the corner as Hayate just taking it to him, hitting him with those stand threes.
Doing the work, and he just crouched. I actually don't see that out of many people on this entire planet, outside of maybe a Foxy Grandpa, who is the king of crouching a high and full combo punishing you in the middle of your own string that you're pressing.
Well, I mean, that's the thing with the specific layout with this string is that it normally gets followed up by an overhead, but you can switch it up and go for a throw. The throw a lot peskier and a lot harder to see coming, especially if you think the overhead's coming, you think that you're gonna have to stand. You're gonna have to stand block.
A beautiful patience by Hayate, waiting out the wake up. He knows that a Starfire player's mindset very wake up heavy because
she's got such a great range of wake ups.
If you don't stop it, they're just going to keep doing it. You know, it's actually on you to stop that down. And what a hiccup from the meter burn, and not even going to get the wager here as Hayate looking so strong.
And Hayate just refusing to block that string high or the second hit of that string high because he knows if he's going to get so much more out of ducking the throw than Star Charger will get out of continuing and going with the overhead.
Exactly. It's, you know, it's
risk reward.
Yeah, it's like we talked about yesterday, where you know you're taking the lesser of two evils in a certain situation that's going to benefit you in the end.
Yes. So let's see how Star Charger adapts to the situation. Oh, hold on, Hayate standing up for it, getting tossed for his troubles.
Got him there.
A forward 3 there by Starfire.
Ooh, and barely making it through that projectile there. What's Hayate spinning it to win it?
Oh, that was a great presence of mind there by Star Charger, knowing that the Birdarang was too far to actually be in range of Starfire.
Oh my goodness, the stagger on that button was so frightening because of the pushback it had, and Star Charger probably thought it was his turn. And you didn't say the magic word.
No, it's never your turn against Hayate. Tossing him over, putting him in the corner. Good side switch here, and Star Charger committing to the overhead, knowing that Hayate is looking to duck that high throw.
And very good there by Star Charger, 10 things around. We're dead even, and this has been head, and that was conditioning at its finest. Hayate knew, because he let him get away with the forward 2s 3 times in a row, that he's going to go for it again off that forward 3. Had the down 2 ready. So smart. This is some high-level play, guys.
This definitely is. Hayate's always been that player who loves to play based on reactions. And I feel like he never really takes to the sky too much. He's all about outplaying you in the neutral, outplaying you on the ground.
And you're right. He really likes to be up in your face, and he likes to see something, be able to react, and beat you.
Yeah.
Like boots on the ground.
Yeah. He likes to test you. He likes to poke at you and say, yes, go for this. Think that I'm going to do this so I can mess your day up.
He thrives off outspacing you. Like every time he makes a right read, he just starts feeling himself, and Hayate starts entering God mode over here.
Oh, trying to make that forward 3 with a very unique animation there by Starfire. Gets the throw. Unclashable damage here, not giving him a situation where he can get 15% back for that 1 bar. Instead, just closing out the game with that. I believe that was a throw punish. And if it wasn't a throw punish, it was a throw that Star Charger did not tech, a throw that Star Charger was not looking for.
And looking really good, but Star Charger definitely turned things around, had his opportunities in that game. Hayate there at the end, unfortunately, put the pedal to the metal there. Once things got around even, you know, he was like, whoa, wait a minute, maybe I should stop doing certain things. And but once Star Charger got those hits and was able to put him in the corner, he mixed things up very well. And he's has to find himself in that position because out here in the wild, in the neutral mid-screen, Hayate's actually controlled Starfire, which is not easy to do.
No, definitely not. But again, it's that mindset of, you know, can this character just sit back in zone? And I haven't really seen too much of that from Star Charger. You know, not really. I feel like once Hayate does get in his face, he's looking to just to fight his way out, not really just to back out and reset the situation again. Hayate just so good at walking his opponents down, putting them in the corner. How many times have we seen Star Charger in this corner over and over and over again in these last 2 games?
And being forced to wake up, which is a risk reward in and of itself, because Hayate having the bar has made a couple of good meter burn reads on the wake up. Air escape going nowhere, and Star Charger coming off a lot of resources for nothing as Hayate takes him off the first health bar. Oh my goodness. If that wasn't character knowledge, I don't know what was. He was
That was
not
specific.
phased whatsoever by those.
That was a very specific setup there. Calling back that Burgerang, jumping her, throwing her up into the air.
Your mediocrity is killing me.
Have a bar, and of course, don't give your opponent anything right now. You have a lead
No.
like this.
Definitely don't. Even when they have all these options, like, you know, just sitting back and zoning, even when you're in full control, like Hayate is, just don't give them the opportunity. Don't give them the chance to come back on you. Good block there, the forward 3, the overhead laser.
And you saw there, Hayate was looking for the forward 2, looks for it again, and it pays off. And just a couple of hits away to jump 3, and he actually converted off of it, and that's going to be the win. 3-0 for Hayate, moving through on the winner's side. Hayate
He wanted the handshake.
in the end, guessing wrong on the mix-up.
He wanted the handshake. He said, you know what? No, I'm going to be stubborn, and you're going to open your fist and handshake me. He does get
There
it.
we go.
Hayate not only winning in the game, but also winning in real life, making Star Charger submit to the handshake. And coming up, as we were talking about before, a little bit of Silver Eye and White Boy. We got a little taste of White Boy before, just mopping his opponent, going through him like nothing. And
Silver Eye coming in here as one of the 2 big Hellboys to watch out for in the bracket. Hellboy considered a very strong character. Not one we get to see a lot. You know, there's not a lot of people that have dedicated the time to put in the Hellboy. He's got a lot of tricky things. It's a very, very mobility-heavy character.
you usually see that a lot in the DLC characters, though. You know, they come out, especially when they come out during a tournament scene or during a tournament series, you know, they're not eligible or legal to play right when they come out. And, you know, Silver Eye just said, you know, let me play this character. Maybe I'm going to see something I like. And I feel like he's just been at home with this character. He understands it and, you know, dedicates so much time to just streaming and just showcasing all these different things. Silver Eye's putting in his work, man. He's putting in his work with that Hellboy.
And he's looked so strong with every character that he's picked up, too, at the beginning with Batman, getting great results in the first IPS season. He tried Leonardo when the Turtles dropped a lot, and then actually reverted back to Hellboy. And ever since, he's just found a new home, and it's looked so strong. He's very commanding with this character. It's a little different than what we saw at Batman. There are a couple of similarities with, you know, the mobility and the quick crossover attempts. But man, I can't wait to see this matchup go down. A couple of big bodies, a couple of big limbs. Hellboy has the big 4-2. Scarecrow has every button that he possesses, which is just gigantic. The whole arsenal really for him.
And those back threes by both Scarecrow and Hellboy are just so suffocating. You know, once you're in that range and they're looking for it, you know they're looking for meter burn back three. And you know if you do anything but just sit there and block and just hope that you don't get hit, you are going to get hit. If you jump in, you're going to get hit. If you press a button, you're going to get hit. It's just all about, you know, outranging. So I feel like in this matchup, we're going to see a lot of back-to-back meter burn back threes. They're always going to be in range.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And it's just going to be about how they're going to adapt to a situation. Because normally when it's Hellboy versus anyone else or Scarecrow versus anyone else, they have the freedom to just back three, meter burn back three whenever they want in almost any range.
And this is a matchup I don't get to see too often. I'm really curious how Scarecrow's going to be able to handle the mobility of Hellboy. We saw White Boy handle it from Starfire very well earlier with the really big normals, you know, the jump threes in the air. If Hellboy's flying around and he goes into an active jump three of Scarecrow, it's not going to be a good day at the office.
It's definitely not.
And the little things like that, I'm really curious how it's going to play out. But like I said, Silver Eye with this character, an absolute monster, showing off a little bit with the instant air cancels. I want to give a quick update. Dab over Deadly Kansas is going to set up Forever King versus Dab. And the winner of that will go on to face Slayer in the winner's final of that pool.
I want to talk about the winner, Dab versus Forever King. 1 year ago here, one of the most miraculous comebacks I've ever seen from Forever King, as he was down by so much in the third game, so close to getting 3-0'd by Dab, and just comes all the way back with a reverse 3-0.
You make sense, pal. I'll bring you pain. Jeez, what an ego.
Begin.
Oh, hitting him there with that tricky sweep. Usually a go-to move by Scarecrow, especially right out the gate.
And we saw White Boy get away with down one chain spin every single time in his last match. Silver Eye already shutting that down immediately. Down one in the specials. You just calm down, young man. I got those reactions. Woo!
Another similarity between both of these characters is their wake-ups. Their wake-ups work almost the same way. Very safe if you decide to meter burn it, and just kind of something you always want to try to make whiff. But it's not the easiest thing to do. Oh, hitting him there with the low, the fist right to the shins of Scarecrow.
Very good. The gap in the meter burn shoulder, not going to get a hit off of it because of the recovery on the meter burn aspect of the shoulder. But I like White Boy's knowledge already so far, and he's going to keep on the pressure against that armor until time has run out. He is still plus, and Silvereye still guessing here as White Boy, relentless pressure so far.
Oh, hitting him there with a gunshot, very fast gunshot. And not only that, but it just kind of stops your opponent from jumping in on you, stops your opponent from flinching. And it's always something you're gonna work out. Watch out for the meter burn back three, solidifying the first round for Silvereye. Now let's see how far he can take this tiny little pixel, considering Scarecrow does have that trait activated. I guess he didn't take it too far.
Oh, both of them activating it at the start of the round as well.
Here we go, traumatized, ready to go. So once Scarecrow does get back up on his feet, he's gonna have access to that full screen mid.
We saw Silvereye walk up respecting the wake up, and I don't know if White Boy dropped that or was going for a reset. I actually couldn't tell.
It looked like it might have been a dropped combo. It looked like his first hit after the jump in whiffed unexpectedly and dropped the combo altogether. However, White Boy does have a super, never mind, cashing in there with the forward three.
It might have been another drop as well. Maybe he's trying to keep it unclashable with how much health Silvereye has in comparison to having a wager as well. It has the meter lead, does White Boy, so he can kind of swing here, and if he gets a hit, it's still going to win the wager, and he can risk it and have a wager himself that he's going to win.
Yeah, White Boy's in a very good spot right now. He's got meter, he's got, both players do have clash.
Oh, but okay, now we're getting dangerous. All these straight hits adding up.
Push blocking. White Boy needs to get in one more time, but Hellboy does have his character power activated with the crown on.
Oh my goodness! Oh, I like
flex.
that.
Was that a flex?
Was that a flex? Did he feel himself a little bit right there with White Boy?
That was a flex / stretch here for White Boy, making sure he's nice and comfortable. He's trying to keep this momentum. He's loose.
And the momentum being carried already here in the game number 2. Scores the knockdown. Everything working right now for this man. In the corner we go. Wake up shoulder. Somewhere trying to change the tide of momentum, but unable to. So far, White Boy with that narrow win in round number 1, taking full advantage of it.
Challenge him there with the tricky stuff. It's really hard to pinpoint where Hellboy's trajectory is going to go. He has so many options once he takes to the air. It reminds me a lot of Brainiac. Hold on, push blocking him into the corner. This is not where Silvereye wants to be. Even with that access to that interactable, a power character still feels like they're in a corner here.
And these are some crisp cancels in the air of Silvereye, and catches the teleport, and out of nowhere, Silvereye now with a commanding lead.
He's looking good here against White Boy. Oh, getting shot out of the air for trying to advance forward. Chucking the interactables from full screen here is White Boy. Looking for the down 1, but not giving him anything in the meter for back 3, giving White Boy a taste of his own medicine.
Few shots. Time to punch your lights out.
The 1 bar, good decision there by White Boy, not really an overextension at all.
Yeah, so said that maybe, the 25 ain't gonna be worth it because it's gonna get me close to full anyway. Might have wasted a couple percentage, but Silvereye cleaning it up right now, does get hit, and White Boy gets a little bit of a breather here. Scarecrow does possess the damage to mount comebacks.
Yes, he does.
That is for sure.
Oh, not sure what side that was on.
Oh my goodness!
And what a call out there by Silvereye, anticipating the air escape. And now the air escape has a lot of recovery. So if you're not doing anything, you can just continue the combo or reset into a whole new combo based on whatever you feel like doing for what situation. Now Silvereye going for the armor trait there from Hellboy. Now what that does is it gives him a static hit stun animation. So he can take those big hits and recover a lot faster than he would compared to if he decided to block it.
Besides, a couple of big whiffs for both these gentlemen. Silvereye getting hit out of the leap, and beautiful conversion into the background bounce and getting some hefty damage, 432.
That's some grown man damage.
That's a big 4 damage.
Jumping in with that jump in 2 here. White Boy utilizing it. He knew he was scared of the command throw. What a great call out by White Boy, leaving him in a standing position. What's going to be the mix-up? And again, Silver Eye terrified.
Oh, no.
I was going to say, again, Silver Eye terrified of the command throw, deciding to take and go up. Now, I know a lot of, it looks like White Boy's letting him have it because it was at the end. He said it's fine. It was completely Silver Eye's fault, but White Boy said, you know what, let's be good sports about this. You can have this. How do you feel about that?
You know, I'm old school. I like it.
You like it? Okay, old school guy.
I'm old school, but
that was before there was IPS money.
that's right. But I do like that it was at the end of an actual round, and there was a reset. Nothing was actually happening on the screen that was detrimental to it stopping.
Yeah, no, it did not change the outcome of the game at all, which is why White Boy let him have it. It didn't cause a combo drop. It didn't cause, you know, the pace to change in any kind of neutral situation.
Ooh, Silver Eye, beautiful spacing on that forward 2 catch him. It could have been a trip guard. Drops that back 3 though. Woo! Snatched out of the sky, and I've been waiting for that the entire set. Silver Eye loves that air throw.
White Boy trying to make his way through the gunshot here. Silver Eye utilizing that character power. I believe it is the Armor 1 activated here. At least try, says Hellboy, as he's just mopping at White Boy in this corner here. White Boy trying to get something going so desperately, getting hit by the throw, and Silver Eye taking the game.
Oh my goodness, Silver Eye looking so strong, not fazed by that whatsoever.
Getting scared yet?
Put me to sleep.
You will know fear.
Fear. I'd love it.
Robert Longman doing a really good job there. Okay, we're going
So
into
good.
match number 4. Silver Eye up 2-1 and drawing first blood here. Huge damage coming off the resources too.
Oh, a little bit of an early low there as White Boy anticipates it, goes for the delay wake up, forcing Silver Eye to whiff.
Ooh, big down 2. That actually could have sniped him out of the sky. Like I mentioned, it's the big buds versus oh my goodness, the reaction of Silver Eye to teleport to catch that, and the recognition of where he was on the screen in the background bounce. And the interrupt with the armor. Oh my goodness, Silver Eye playing out of this world right now. That takes a lot of knowledge of Hellboy and of your opponent's character to utilize that trait to its full effect, which is take a hit and be able to interrupt something.
Exactly, yeah, and it's all, you know, it's funny, it reminded me a lot of Doomsday's trait in Injustice 1, and, you know, White Boy just possibly not studying it. Hold on, that is the Fear Toxin, the character power, the passive character power there by Scarecrow. So whenever he is activated, as long as he's in the vicinity of his opponent, he will be doing slight damage over time.
Ooh, loves that knockdown. Looking for the wake up. That may have been really smart. Even if he woke up shoulder, the invincibility may have been gone, and he would have gone into it.
The nightmare's just starting.
Is Scarecrow always in forward 3 range? Always in that forward 3 range. As White Boy just called out that gunshot perfectly. Traumatize is activated or ready to go. So, you know, Silver Eye a little too scared to do anything on the ground. Typically would go for the gunshots, but right now he's just terrified.
And you know, when Traumatize only has about a second left, you know your opponent's looking for it. Is blocking, caught the back. There's the back 3 though. But you might as well come off it for the chip.
Yeah, definitely just chip him out and get your toxin ready to go.
With the jump 2. That is almost a full screen jump normal coming in at you that you have to hold long buttons in that full distance, coming in with the dolphin dive. And now we're in another game 5 situation.
No, you just missed this play right here on screen. White Boy handing Silver Eye his hand warmer, giving your opponent, your direct opponent, who's sitting on the setup right next to you.
These guys are too nice to each other.
They're too nice. You don't give your opponent access to your resources. I'm the smart guy that brought the hand warmer.
You go for the throat.
You go for it.
Woo! What a little shimmy float above White Boy there, catching him off guard with the crossover, and the damage that Hellboy can surmount on these hits.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's scary.
Yeah, it is. It is terrifying here. Push blocking Hellboy in the air, doesn't want anything to do with those guessing trajectory shenanigans here, is White Boy.
Hellboy breaks a lot of rules of fighting games, which is a really big character that does a lot of damage, but has
mobility.
The best mobility in the game. Wait a minute, what?
He's a big guy, but You know, he's got those superpowers, man. He can leap wherever he wants.
This is Anand Unurama, the demon right here, ladies and gentlemen. Put in the work, but we're dead even. Game number 5, health is even. Silvereye does have a plethora of resources at his disposal.
White Boy activating that character power, the fear toxin here. All he has to do is get close to Hellboy. As you can see, just his life ticking away little by little, even though he's the one being the aggressor.
Oh my goodness, the toxin came in so...
That was textbook, man.
That was really textbook. Again, so smart by both these guys. They're showing knowledge against each other's characters. Absolutely swinging back and forth, and that's why we're in a decisive game number 5 and down to the wire on final health bars apiece here at Combo Breaker 2018. The start of the Injustice Pro Series Season 2, and we're off to it in stunning fashion here, Arma.
This is crazy here. Hold on, Silvereye not trying to take this standing, the laying down. Uses the background bounce and really inflicting damage, and he does at a slight life lead. These guys are going back and forth. This is such a scramble here. 3 bars apiece. Fear Toxic is activated. This one's gonna hurt. Unclashable damage with the back threes.
Oh, scouting at the teleport as well. Then back 3 of White Boy's not working, but the 4-3 does, and we're still getting a classical 1 hit away now. Is Silvereye, and the upshot is gonna take it.
He just did it. He just did it, and White Boy put so much faith, so much confidence in the decision to go for the command throw, and Silvereye he's like, no, I'm not staying on the ground. I want to get away from this, and he just jumps in and shoots him clean out of the sky. It really just came down to that one decision. Getting command thrown by Scarecrow is very scary, you know, and it's something you always have to be aware of. And White Boy just did it. He bet it all on that. The gunshots.
We knew that this tournament was going to be close. The competition so fierce this time around. And we have a lot of nail biters right here. A lot of game 5s, so close.
And coming to the stage here is...
And earlier than I think that we expected. Like, these early matches are absolutely savage. And speaking of a very savage individual, who's actually low-key one of the nicest kids I've ever met, Samij. His gameplay's savage, but he's actually really nice. One of the guys he's probably the quietest.
Not only is he quiet in real life, like he's just quiet all around.
Yeah,
he doesn't
all around.
He doesn't engage in trash talk. He doesn't engage in like
social media,
anything.
Nothing. Okay.
So I have no idea what his opinion on anything is.
We don't know. And yeah, I like to call him an actual machine. This is Samij.exe, and he shows up, and he's a program. He comes here, he downloads, he initiates, and he leaves. Like he does his job and he goes home, and that's it. That's all Samij does.
He doesn't go out to eat with the guys.
Nope.
He doesn't, post about how salty he is on Twitter, which everybody else does after they lose. And he
isn't programmed that way, Arma.
He's all business.
He's programmed to win and go home.
He's just all business here. And on the other side of Samij is Sunio. Sunio, very impressive Green Arrow player, and I know he's been playing a lot with Cyborg lately, or at least he does every time I run into him on ranked, and he beats me so badly. But Sunio putting in that work, representing the New York State scene.
Yeah, that's
these guys are in deep.
The northern New York State, right?
Yes,
Buffalo.
Yes, right by Buffalo.
The BFGC, the Buffalo fighting game community.
Yes, but not to be confused with Buffalo, the best Sub-Zero in the world.
Who is not from Buffalo. Which I thought he was. Okay, so I thought Buffalo's name was actually godlike when I first met him.
Because he was from Buffalo?
I was like, man, this kid's from Buffalo, and he's playing a character that's like in the frozen tundra. Like, I respect that. He's like, no, I'm from Maine. And I'm like, oh, okay, never mind.
I'm from Maine, but that just sounds lame. Buffalo's probably the coolest.
Maine, which is essentially Canada.
That's true. That's true. Who wants to be associated with? No, I'm just kidding. But no, Sunio is definitely one of the up-and-comers that I'm really happy to see in this second year of the Injustice Pro Series. Again, he wasn't really too present with the early tournaments.
Yeah.
But I feel like if he came at this event, if he came at this series, headstrong, all in, he can really mess some people up.
I mean, he can mess some people up in general. Look how big that dude is. That's a pretty big dude.
Let's keep this in game. But no, I mean, no,
Absolutely.
He is a very talented player. He knows what's going on. And look, he's already highlighting Cyborg. Is he going to go for a Cyborg?
He does
pick
have
here?
a fantastic Cyborg. I reach out to him a lot in exhibitions and on online tournaments. Again, it's something I've seen in the past few months as well, is that he's just gotten so good, and he is going to break out Cyborg here. I'm assuming.
He's on there. He's on there. And now, you know, let's think about Cyborg. This is a character that a lot of people don't play. But again, Samij, being the robot that he is, I feel like he's on par with Tekken Master and Sonic Fox in terms of nothing in this game will surprise them. Samij has one of the best pocket jokers I've ever seen, but we will never, ever see it in real
never see it,
tournament.
right?
But the fact that he put so much time into seeing what this character is about, I don't doubt that this man knows what Cyborg's all about. He knows how to manipulate around those wake-ups, and he knows when Cyborgs want to press buttons. Now, this is just a button check, guys, so don't get too excited.
And I know early on, Illusions had a very active Cyborg online, not really offline. So Samij definitely has some experience there. Did play him a couple times in the War of the Gods series, and as a training partner.
Yeah.
Being Team Noble.
I do remember Illusions having a Cyborg, but I feel like every time he took it out in tournament, it just wasn't pretty.
He actually, I believe he upset Dragon in War of the Gods. He actually upset quite a few people with Cyborg, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to see those.
And that was before Illusions actually went into hibernation there for a little bit. But let's get into this matchup, which is Samij in the corner. This is where he wants to be, in the corner, mixing up with the 3-3. I mean, this is textbook Samij. I talked about it. .exe. He does the same thing over and over again. It's rinse, repeat. It's what he's programmed to do.
Yes, he is here. Now, Sunio recognizing that trait, hitting and continuing the combo with just a shot. But, you know, you don't want to leave damage on the table as much as you possibly can. This one's going to hurt. It's not going to be enough to kill, but enough for Samij to get a great situation to stop Cyborg's wake-ups. And now the Roomba, oh, I'm sorry, not the Roomba, just the regular projectile, the Mother Box, helping out Cyborg. Now that Mother Box will come out no matter what. Even if you hit Cyborg,
it's coming.
It's coming. It's coming for you. Whether it's a Roomba, whether it's an air projectile, it's coming.
And this is on the winner's side, so the winner of this is going to make it in the top 48. Loser is going to make it in loser's top 48, guaranteed.
So this is, yeah, so this is the winner's finals of this pool. You guys can follow along at smash.gg. Oh, just the dash up and going for the sweep. Now, Cyborg has one of the most unique backdash animations in this game. He doesn't just hop backwards, he actually runs. He does like a little flurry of steps to just back up away from your opponent. Now you can say that's a bad backdash or a good one.
Oh my!
This is gonna hurt here. Now here, Sunio's in a bad spot. He cannot combo Catwoman anymore. On top of that, he also cannot get hit by this super because it's gonna be enough to kill.
Okay, so
he's holding it, he's holding it.
Just spending the bar on the damage alone. Going for the mix-up, the jump one, that was an excellent block by Sunio as well. If he can keep all this unclashable, does have a Mother Box, but can't get access to it.
The claws into the bounce cancel. Samij with the claws. Sunio, what's he doing? He's going to stick with it. I feel like he was finding his groove a little bit too late into that game, so hopefully if he can just kind of keep his head on, hold on, the sweep, and it's Samij giving him that wake up, just infuriating Sunio and just not letting him get started at all.
And this was the story of game number one, is that Sunio just kept getting walked to the corner. Samij had no problem dealing with the zoning, just kept inching his way in.
Hold on, but now this time Sunio finding himself in a better, never mind, not a better situation again. The corner carry from Catwoman is incredible. She can really take you there as soon as she gets her hands on you.
All right, missing up. Ooh, good meter back three, which is a fantastic answer to Catwoman's jump too.
It is, as long as you have back three is in range, as long as it's got some good startup, it's fine. And here we go, Sunio taking the lead. That's right.
I love that pop off by Starboard, getting around, getting a W. Booyah, baby, shoot something to the sky, but what a reaction by Samij. Saw the whiff jump normal in midair and met him on the ground with that stand one. Beautiful stuff there. We're all evened up here, but Sunio is...
Now look at this positioning here by Sunio, trying to just get that Mother Box started, that character power, a huge buff from Injustice 1.
Hope you got more in the playbook.
Hope you don't mind a few scars.
Gonna use one bar to make sure that Catwoman could not use any resources to hurt him, but unfortunately Samiz just didn't bet anything. Instead, decided to hold on to this bar for this nice, juicy combo.
Oh,
What side was that on? What side was that on?
Okay, so you know it's tricky when your character looks forward, backwards, while Catwoman's in the air.
Yeah, the little like turnaround. Building a little bit of meter with that wake-up attack, that sweep to the leg from Cyborg.
All right. Get some zoning initiated here. This is all great. Something Cyborg does do is that a projectile war, the trades on hits, he wins. They do so much damage.
They do a lot of damage. Not only that, but he recovers so quickly.
Oh,
from
here we
them.
go.
Is this going to happen? Can Sunio do this? Or is Samiz going to get
Oh,
the
no!
one hit he needs?
And just like that, Sunio had it in the palm of his hands, in the palm of his cannon.
My heart is absolutely in pieces right now. Sunio making that miraculous comeback, just figuring it out step by step. But he knew at every moment, he knew if I let Catwoman touch me, I am dead. I am so dead. And you know, sometimes that pressure, sometimes those nerves just kind of get to you, making him misjudge where to put that projectile.
Oh, going back home here to Green Arrow with the back to the wall.
You know, that last game was so close, and it really, I usually don't agree with decisions to break away from your character choice when you had a game that close. It literally came down to one decision. One decision, one play would have made this a one-to-one set.
That being said, he does have a fantastic Green Arrow, and I really want to see it.
He does, he does. But come on, we have other Green Arrow players. We have no other Cyborg players.
That's right.
Let's go, NRS. Make Cyborg great.
Make Cyborg great again.
He was never great. Oh, he was when he had the instant air mids in Injustice 1. Shoutouts to Relaxed State. Oh, chucking that sandbag right to Catwoman's face, going over to the other side and just confirming that cat dash and just making sure that it's gonna hurt.
So kind of falling victim to the same curse that he had with Cyborg in the last round, which is going into the air with a projectile and getting sniped by Samiz. And what a comeback right now. And he's going to hang on to this magic pixel. Let's see if he can take some damage off Sunio right now. He breaks the armor.
He knew it. He knew it. He knew.
Aw, let's keep playing.
How did he know? He knew exactly what Sunio was going to be looking for, the back three. But, you know, I guess Sunio says that or I guess he usually feels, especially late into a game, Green Arrow typically does not get into a clash situation. And
I don't think I've ever seen the whip trip get back three before. Simply purely based, it's like based on range.
Yeah, no, it was. It was
That
just
was gorgeous.
perfectly calculated, perfectly spaced there by Sunio.
Here we go, Samiz.exe going to work here in the corner. Is the download complete?
Oh, not a whiff punish there. Instead, Sunio trying to get a little bit of more real estate to rely on some zoning, and Samiz ready for the not meter burn version of that bow spin. He's got a nice arrow, decides to use it.
Whoa. And Sunio playing so smart, you know, actually reacting to Catwoman's movement so well. But now he's got it back to the wall. It's not where it wants to be, but what a reaction to the empty jump of Samiz and actually getting risky. Did Samiz right there? Are we in 2018?
That was a wake-up punish there by Samiz. Huge miscalculation there by Sunio. And this one's gonna be hit. The meter burn back three to ensure extra damage here. And Sunio going into losers as he advances out of this pool. 3 people make it out of the pool. This was winners, so this is hopefully not the last we see of Sunio. I definitely want to see more of that Cyborg.
I was very impressed by Sunio right there. He had his composure the entire set, and all 3 of them were close games. If there was ever a close 3-0, that was it.
That was it. That definitely was it. And you know, it took him a little while to get that groove with Cyborg, and I feel like he found it. He found it there at the end of that second game. Do you remember? He was at a huge life deficit, and he was able to keep his composure, understand how do I play this matchup, how do I keep him at bay, and you know, it just one single decision could have changed that fate, that set completely. And again, my heart just completely broken there. But we're going to move on, and this is going to be Shark Teeth going up against Gunshow, 2 international players. Gunshow a little bit absent pretty much for the entire first year of Injustice 2, but everyone's saying you don't know how good Firestorm is
until you play Gunshow.
Until you play Gunshow. one of Canada's best players out there.
It took an entire season for us to get tickets to this bad boy. We're going to the gun show, baby. I want to see this Firestorm in action right now. This is the winners finals of Pool H #1. I'm going to check into the loser side of the bracket, see how things are going. Dragon.
Give us the update.
Is advancing. Wins over Sensei.
That's not an update. That's not an update.
Is it?
Keep going.
I'm going to keep going. Dragon actually had to face Sosek Nashvan, who, like I said, has beaten him online. And he is moving on to, he's already in the losers finals. He's waiting on the winner of Infinity and Mr. Hectic Gamer. And then Dragon could make it out losers in one more match.
No one's surprised there. Again, so it's not anything too surprising that Dragon, picked up the pieces. Again, he is a competitor, losing to someone in such a fashion, and with quite an upset, is something that you need to prepare for, not just for in-game, but just mentally. When you're competing in anything, you need to learn how to let those losses roll off your back. You need to learn how to just let the past stay in the past and just keep moving forward. And Shark Teeth, again, moving forward in this bracket, I believe he's anticipated Gun Show. There's no way, if he is that prepared for Dragon and he was that ready for him, he knew that he was going to have his path. He knew most likely Gun Show was going to be here at the Crosshairs, and I'm going to be very surprised if I don't see any Firestorm specific tech.
Yeah. Simply because they put in the work over there, and that's what's great about those guys. There aren't many out there, but I know of some of the ways that Tekken Master practices, and it's finding someone to simply do so he'll find someone and have them watch how someone plays a character, and he'll make them do things to him so that he can prepare. And that's how a lot of these guys train and practice, and they get really good.
It's all about utilizing those resources in a smart way. It's not really about how much time you put into fighting games, but how effective your time is. Learning specific matchups, realizing why you lost in certain situations, and how you can improve on them. Tekken Master does that with, I believe, 2 or 3 of his siblings. He makes them replicate. This is what Sonic Fox is doing at Captain Cold. Do this setup.
Do it to me.
Yeah, do it to me, and I'm going to figure out how to do
exactly.
it, how to get around it. But, we got Shark Teeth sticking it out here with Supergirl. And Firestorm, no surprise here, Gun Show going with Firestorm. Let's call him Gunstorm.
I've also got a big update for you. You mentioned the huge match last year at Combo Breaker just 1 year ago, Dab versus Forever King. Dab didn't let it go this time.
He didn't? What was it? 3-2, 3-0?
I'm looking at the actual score, but Dab did advance, and he's got to play Slayer to make it on winners.
I really wish we got to see that on stream, but it's okay. We got a great match here. Gun Show versus Shark Teeth. Now, Shark Teeth, getting a little aggressive here, pushing Gun Show all the way to the corner. And again, this isn't really a corner with an escapable, interactable. Not for Firestorm anyway.
3-0.
3-0. Dab remembered. He remembered what happened.
Dad did not let it go.
Yeah, no, he's like, wow, I get a run back. I get to go back in time and make sure Forever King doesn't reverse 3-0 me. Backdashing in the air, and the shimmy there. Gun Show was so sure a throw was coming. Throws are so punishable on whiff in this game.
Gun Show. Not looking so hot so far. Hasn't got the storm going. As Shark Teeth picking up where he left off with Dragon, looking so sharp with this character who was talked about a lot less after the changes. She's doing a lot less damage, but still has so many options.
She does.
Oh, here we go. We're going nuclear, but a great air escape to avoid that blue hit stun. Did Shark Teeth.
What a block there, because he knew that overhead was going to mean death for him, or at least death for that first bar. He survives the blue trait, and now Gun Show has to start all over again, faking out the charge there, but Shark Teeth does not bite. Taking his time, looking for blood in the water here.
Barely got over, or before that burst. They're going to get some huge damage. So this is the scary aspect of a Magic Pixel, is look how much damage he's got, and Gun Show here can't do anything but get a straight hit, and that's it.
That's all he needs. And I think, Gun Show was not anticipating the air escape there. And I think Shark Teeth has kind of trained himself to be able to avoid it and to just kind of look for it and react. And again, those are all things you learn in training room.
Ooh, slowly pushing Shark Teeth to the corner here, but does have to be wary of the mobility of Supergirl, air dashes, teleports, things like that. And I love just how confident Shark is in his mobility with Supergirl, because it's something that does get called out a lot. And oh my goodness, that was actually kind of dirty.
You're not going anywhere when you're down to a pixel. Again, the situations that you know, the situations that you've been in time and time again, what is the best way to get a tiny little pixel off of my opponent's last bar? A great way, blow the storm, go for teleport. What's he gonna do? He's gonna jump and get hit by the teleport. He's gonna block and get chipped out. But hold on, Guncho off to a better start in the second game.
Oh yeah, getting straight to the fireballs, decent damage adding up. And you know, Firestorm's a character. Once he gets going, I mean, health leads, matchups don't mean a single thing. We saw yesterday with 3-1, the comebacks that can happen. Full life bars taken in seconds. And all it's going to take is a couple of straight hits. Let's get him with the Molten Trap. Huge drop. That would have been huge damage. He did have the background bounce available as well. And I'm waiting for 3 background bounces on the stage so I can say, finish him.
We can only hope. Looking for any kind of movement there and anticipating the air dash. Says, no, this is my airspace. You are not authorized to be here. He gives him the starfish and finishes that first bar.
Trying to establish a no-fly zone, but here she is still jumping around and get out of my airspace. He says again with a down 1 this time.
We got the blue fire.
You fight like a noob.
Get creative. You fight like a noob.
I think that he did that on purpose, not with the intent to mix or kill, but to force him to clash right there.
Yeah, no, he definitely did, especially because if you consider how much life Firestorm still has, he is going to build a level 3. He's already at level 1, so once he goes level 3, that's when he has access to the real dirty stuff, the reset potential stuff.
And everyone talks about, you know, the level 3 trait being what's so scary about Firestorm, but they forget about every single thing else and how he does without it. Okay, he just took a full bar of health without it.
Yeah, without it. So, you know, right now, Guncho's feeling okay. And Shark Teeth doesn't really see a situation where he can make this comeback. You know, he seems a little conflicted. He seems like someone who doesn't want to fight the rest of this game. No need to give your opponent more information on you. No need to give your opponent more insight on all your setups. So just end the game, move on to game 3. It's tied up. You can do this again. Is pretty much what's going on through the mind of Shark Teeth. No coaching by Tekken Master. Very, very interesting. Tekken Master ran up to Shark Teeth as soon as he won that first game against Dragon, but, you know, maybe they weren't ready for Guncho. Maybe they weren't ready for this Firestorm.
And there's one of the background bats, does get the drop, still got some hefty damage for it. Guncho picked up where he left off, and what a complete 360 it was from the way that he was able to get himself established in game number 1, and how it was so late, and Shark Teeth was able to just play his game the entire time. And then in game number 2, Guncho took away Shark Teeth's entire game plan, and now you see here already, Shark Teeth playing a more grounded game because of what Guncho was able to do to him in the previous game.
Looking for the cop card. Cop card is in play here, but not going for it. Gonna try to possibly save it for later. Jumping off the interactable here is Firestorm. Oh, what a drop here by Shark Teeth. Very unlike him.
Pressure in the corner. Plus, and went for the anti-air, but he may have pressed the wrong button. May have been wanting a down 2 instead. We saw his reactions against Dragon with those down 2s were impeccable. Guncho doing a lot of chip damage.
He's doing a lot of chip. He's also got level 3 ready to go as soon as he does find that hit. It's going to be bad news there for Supergirl. Supergirl tries to get a little antsy, tries to press buttons in that situation, but that's not what you want. Baits out the beat over back 3. Good decision. As long as you don't get hit, I think that's a winning situation.
It's really big and hard to escape sometimes, guys. And get some damage here, Shark Teeth. A little bit of meter build, too. Let's get optimal. Get some Supergirl loops here in the corner.
No standing reset
and
here.
How savage is Guncho? He's woken up down 1 like 4 times in a row.
I mean, even after they nerfed that range on that down 1, it is still very good.
So we've got these guys. Guncho's waking up with down 1, and we've got Shark Teeth waking up with sweep. This is 2018. This is a new meta.
It's a new meta. The game has evolved beyond anyone's expectations.
And the anti-airs from Guncho is on point. He's going to save level 3 until after a potential wager, but Shark Teeth, he goes blue, but not going to get anything here.
Shark Teeth cannot let Gunshow get the hit, and he knows that. That's why he's getting aggressive here, but Gunshow with the unclashable stuff. No way that Shark Teeth even had an opportunity to do anything about it.
And losing in the worst possible way.
Full stick of butter.
He died with full meter and a wager.
But Gunshow didn't give him an opportunity towards the end. Shark Teeth was holding on to it. So it's kind of like that little dance around the level 3 trait. You know, you want to hold on to that clash to stop a level 3 trait combo reset potential situation. And, you know, Gunshow was just not popping it. He said, you know what, I'll wait. I'm not doing this. It's kind of like a Mexican standoff. You know, you don't want to do it before the other opponent does it. And you're just waiting. You're just waiting.
Ooh, and we got a switch here from Shark Teeth. And there may be a reason why he knows Catwoman so much. It's because he plays her.
Yes, he absolutely does. Hitting him out of the air. Here is Gunshow, and Gunshow sitting pretty right here with his 2-1 life, with his 2-1 lead in the set. Molten trapping her, keeping her completely susceptible to this, all this damage, and pushing her slowly into the corner.
And you know, do you remember my prediction of early in this pool and just how dangerous this thing actually was when I looked at it on paper? Is that Shark Teeth, even though he upsets the world champion Dragon, still has to get through what I think the entire scene considered a really huge dark horse at this event, which is Gunshow. And he is looking so confident right now, and just a hit away from being 1 health bar away from making it on the winner's side out of this pool.
Oh, and the Starfish meter burn was enough on the range to get Catwoman out of the air, and Shark Teeth has to be panicking right now. There's no way he can keep his composure in such a heavy, high pressure situation like this.
Gunshow looking so confident, and even it being a different matchup, he's just, you know, with the health lead playing with us so well and forcing Shark Teeth to get a little more aggressive. And Shark Teeth keeps jumping at Gunshow, and that may be a recipe for disaster, as he has had the anti-airs on point. Everything going right for this man. It's so close to closing out in the corner we go. Still has level 3 trait as well, which right now, even if he popped level 3 trait, any hit could potentially kill you because there's so much clashable damage off it.
There is, and that's one of the scariest things about that trait. But Shark Teeth, you know, trying to get something going, force the clash.
Burn out, try it.
Professor and I don't think so.
How much meter are you betting here?
2. 3, but 2 would have been the better situation. That third bar, if you look at it, bar per bar, only got Shark Teeth 5% more of a health regain. That 5% could have been used somewhere else.
Here we go. We're going blue, baby. Gunshow, let's
no
see.
way. You can't block
my
this.
goodness,
You can't
and the
block this.
meltdown
You
has
can't
happened.
block
The
this.
air escape did get him out of dodge, and the Starfish not going to get the kill there. And Shark Teeth could get the kill, but drops the combo, and Gunshow just needs one more, ladies and gentlemen.
One more to stop Shark Teeth, and he does, blasting him out of the air on the jump in, and Shark Teeth looking real upset in this situation. He knows that he is able to slay the dragon known as Dragon here in the NRS scene, but he could not get past this Firestorm from Canada. Like you said before, the dark horse that a lot of people considered to be really underrated, and, you know, his skill just really under anticipated.
Yeah, and you guys just witnessed why people are afraid of this man and why they were grateful that he didn't go to a lot of the IPS events in season #1. And I'm talking about everyone.
And that's true, that's true. I mean, Gunshow always really a factor. You know, maybe not as active as a competitor as a lot of these other players, but, you know, Canada always talked about how good Gunshow was, going all the way back to even the Injustice 1 days. You know, he is good. He puts in his work. He loves these NRS games.
He was also really good in MK9. I didn't know that he went back that far.
I didn't know that either until you told me just now.
Just now. He actually absolutely mopped my my stuff in with Scarlet, who's the highest execution character in the game.
My stuff
Possibly.
Possibly.
But wow. I was so impressed, and I got to compete with him throughout MKX in here in New Injustice 2. Great guy as well. And now we've got the final match of the H pools, and it's going to be Slayer versus Dab. Dab fresh off a 3-0 of Forever King. Dab coming in here hot, also coming off a top 8 in MK9 last night. Looking really good in all of the NRS games is Dab. Daddy Dab now, as of what, last year?
I believe it was a year ago, or maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit before Injustice 2 came out.
Whoa,
but yeah,
that's a while back.
Daddy Dab. I feel like he's always got those great results whenever we go back in time and play those MK9 tournaments. Always up there, and I'm not surprised that he made that top 8 last night.
Okay, but what was insane is that he lost his first match in Mortal Kombat 9.
Who did he lose to?
He lost to Ketchup first round.
Wow.
And he had to run it all the way back from the very first round of losers. I was his first round losers opponent, and I was shocked and appalled that I had to meet that man that early in the bracket. I said, wait a minute. This isn't fair, but Dab's so good at all games. He's one of my favorite people to practice with because he's so good at spacing. He has such an understanding of fighting games in general and how footsies work and how whiff punishes work and understanding frame data. He executes it perfectly, and I hate playing him for that reason because he
You hate love. You love hate.
I hate love it because he'll do something good or he'll do something to me that's just so good that I can't hate it, you know?
You're like, I can't even be mad.
I can't
You're
even
so
be mad
good.
because it was so good. And this is going to be a huge matchup here because Slayer coming in from a huge season 1 of IPS, a lot of results, almost all the top 8s. And he has been training nonstop every single day for this season number 2.
So we have a huge update. Dragon actually DQ'd himself from his qualifying match. He didn't make it out of his pool. You know, I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe his Twitter has a little bit more information, but
we'll have to find an update on that.
We will.
Hopefully he's doing good, you know. Especially again, there was a scare before the event, and I just hope that he's feeling good because that's our boy.
That is, but it also sounds like you're making excuses for him. I'm just kidding.
Hey, man.
All right, anyway, we have the match between Dab and Slayer. These guys are both from California, both very familiar with each other's playstyles. And
they've been playing against each other for a long time.
All the way back to MK9. They
the
know.
SoCal days.
Yes, the SoCal days. And, you know, Slayer, I feel like you can sum up Slayer in one word, and that word is aggression. You know, he loves being the aggressor. Even in the Injustice 1 days, comparing Slayer to Theo, it was kind of like Theo is that very defensive, let me sit back and chill play style, and Slayer is the exact opposite. Both of them playing Superman as soon as the game came out, but Slayer always wanting to be in forward 2-3 range, always wanting to be right in his opponent's face.
Played Kung Lao in both Mortal Kombats, wanted to be in your face the entire time with the hat to spinning, baby. And here,
well, the hat was plus 27?
Yes. And here in this game, Black Adam, again, can be so aggressive, has the cancels to be incredibly plus, and has the mobility, and he's able to play the game. And he's been playing Black Adam since day number 1, even going back to Injustice 1. And he pretty much picked a character right out of the gate that he's never had to change.
Never had to change. Just gotta have to adjust a few combos here and there, but that's about it.
And I talked about how Dab was the other Hellboy in this bracket that you guys are going to want to worry about. We got to see it so much on War of the Gods late this season, and he's always on our Clash program doing exhibitions, just showing off what he's all about. Dab's very swagger-heavy guy. He just likes to show off.
Yeah, he does. My favorite play by Dab was when he anticipated Emperor Nyx to wake up 3 times in a row with a gunshot when it had invincibility.
Oh, the dirty stuff. He just sat there and
he knew. He's like, you're going to do this. You're going to do this. Anyway, Dab off to a really bad start here. Slayer taking the driver's seat here and really kind of controlling the pace, controlling the momentum. And Dab, you know, against Black Adam, you really want to make things whiff, either ducking under them or making them whiff in terms of range. But it's all about anticipating what buttons he's going to be pressing because you know he's going to be super plus. The shimmy does it. He does it. Slayer is a whole new man here, giving him a nice little teabag, knowing that there really wasn't much at risk. And he said, you know what? I know you have that character power on. Go ahead. I'll give you that nice little 20% of health back. It's not going to make a difference.
Oh, yeah, he just dash up with the orbs if he wants to and does get a hit out of it.
The jump back here, but again, Slayer just understanding and knowing that there's really nothing here at risk. And as I say that, that idea is slowly whittling away.
Only a real master can mount this comeback. Unfortunately, win buttons do exist. The orb went around Black Adam, but didn't actually hit Hellboy right there. That was interesting, but okay.
It's because Hellboy is just like, he's like an upside down triangle. He just like pushed him away with his big shoulders.
So right there, it gave Dab a little bit of room to warm up.
It did.
Because he took a whole health bar off of surviving death. So
coming back to life, that character power.
He is warming up. And Slayer looking so strong. And this is a character that Dab played back in Season 1 of IPS.
Yes.
He was really big on Black Adam, all the legacy characters. And finding a new home here in Hellboy, but man, like I talked about how Slayer, he has been so hungry in between seasons. He plays for an unholy amount of hours every single day, practicing and getting ready for this event. And it's showed so far because he's looked crisp.
I mean, hey, this is Slayer not only just going against just Dab. This is Dab who just got done 3-0ing Forever King off stream. So, you know, that just tells you something about how much time Slayer's been putting into the game and, you know, how much he's been preparing.
Huge damage and the corner carry. Ended it early with the Palpatine. A very interesting choice. I'm shocked he didn't finish out that string to get him all the way to the corner.
I like what you did there. You're shocked.
Hey-o.
Hitting him there, ending it here. Meter burning it for the Oki. Going to the other side, and Slayer with the delay wake up. Unfortunately, gets a boot to the face. And there it is, just a foot dive, and that character power is enough. You know, what can you really do in that situation?
Oh my goodness. That is a very hard string. It's so fast to actually hit confirm straight into the air throw.
Yeah, the window is very, very early in that string.
And I gotta respect that for having that on command, the actual hit confirm.
Dab's got the execution, man. He got the execution, the spacing. But
was
Slayer's
it close enough to the background pass? That's what he wanted off of that 2-2 up 3.
That's definitely what he was looking for.
I'm Kondok's king. You're going down.
Using one bar, good presence of mind there by Slayer, knowing that Dab wouldn't bet anything.
Oh! Get out of my airspace. I've got the air throw on command reactions. I talked about how well Dab is at just playing the game. And that
was smart.
The EX Palpatine shock, sending a full screen.
That was specific to that Hellboy character. Power, hold on a sec, one hit!
Oh no, and that you couldn't even block it. It would have chipped out regardless. And that was an unfortunate situation. I don't know what Dab could have actually done there.
Possibly a really long delay wake up.
Or a shoulder the opposite way, but it's so fast. How do you react to that, you know?
Not really sure here, but Slayer all over it, dancing around the idea of a clash here because Dab did still have access to it. And now Dab known for playing a lot of different characters. And again, that's, oh, never mind. We're sticking with Hellboy.
He's got Aquaman, Superman, Black Adam, all the legacy characters he's really good with.
And I guess Dab is probably anticipating Slayer to counterpick one of the other characters. So he figures, let me just win these next 3 with the matchup that Slayer is willing to play. And that matchup is Black Adam.
You want to talk about confidence with your character to start off a round with low lightning that Slayer just did? That was pretty ballsy against an aerial mobile heavy character like Hellboy.
I mean, that's ballsy against anyone with a jump. If you just hold up forward, you get a full combo to start.
Okay, Slayer. That was all calculated and spaced perfectly. Everything that you just witnessed from the interactable to the crossover after the interactable hit, that was labbed, and that was Slayer playing at his finest.
In Injustice, you need to be aware of your surroundings. Every stage is unique and different, and that's what really makes this game so amazing, is that every corner is not the same. Every mid-screen is not the same. Oh, looking for the foot dive there, but Dab is not home, and Dab down to his last bar. If he doesn't make this comeback here, Slayer's going to be taking this 3-0. No whiff punish there on the low stomp, or I guess the low nut punch.
Oh, trying to be doing back 3, but the EX Low Lightning breaking the armor, and this is a character that can give Hellboy trouble simply because he can match him in mobility.
The neutral jump, what a great decision there by Dab. He knew Slayer was looking for the interactable. He knew Slayer was looking for the breathing room and the free chip damage, but Dab just says, no, here you go, full combo punish. I'm making this comeback.
Oh, Slayer could have got a punish on that low ground pound, but wasn't ready for it. Still needs to take his turn, and here comes that wager from Slayer. Wants to keep this pressure on Dab.
Chub it up.
Wants to maintain this hefty health lead and just try to see if Dab will get risky. And before the patch, that may have hit.
Possibly. They did nerf the low lightning a lot. It doesn't act like a projectile still, but it did change a lot.
It's easier to get over it.
Yes.
And to fall on it rather than getting anti-hit.
Slayer's doing so much damage to Dab. Dab looking for that stray hit. That hit that's going to get him the opening here.
Oh, man.
Is Slayer going to make this choke here? Oh! Slayer's eyes just went, what did I just see? What just happened to me? That back 3 hit behind him. but you know, there's no dwelling on anything. That's not going to help you. Complaining is not going to help you. The only thing that's going to help you is to continue to outplay your opponent.
Forget about it. Pretend it never even happened.
Just make a little mental note of it. Okay, that might happen again, but.
And Slayer had his opportunity. Dab actually made a read that he was going to air escape, and Slayer didn't. And the combo could have killed. And had an opportunity, but Dab with these back threes paying off near the end. And I cannot believe that the Dab Fist of Doom hit behind this man. We've seen a lot of back threes with some massive hitboxes here at Combo Breaker.
Yeah, no, but Hellboy's got one of the best ones here. Such range. Oh, hold on. The punish here. And he just whiffed it out perfectly, knowing Dab was going to utilize those 2 bars for an air escape to possibly get out of a juggle is a very common move in this situation, and Slayer all over it.
Aren't you the sad sack? Not in the slightest.
Yeah, Dab is running out of resources here. Has no meter now. Did get him out of there with the gunshot. Beautiful snipe. Oh, here we go. Getting leap shenanigans going. Here's Dab. Doesn't get any hits. And the reaction in the middle of everything to get the air snatch is beautiful. But Slayer utilizing the wake up, no wake up lightning cage.
The wake up, no wake up mind game.
That's going to drop on the second dive kick with the execution error, but the pressure is now surmounting from Slayer. Just a couple of hits from making it in the winner's side of top 48. The grind isn't going to pay off here. He's so close to doing it. Gets a straight with the down 2, and he's going to end up with the penalty. And needs one more. The dive kick is going to take it for this young man.
The foot dive here by Black Adam. Slayer making the comeback, not letting that miraculous comeback from Dab in that 3rd game get the best of him. Again, it's all about letting the past stay in the past, letting those bad hits to those mental blocks roll off your back, and Slayer was ready. He was fine. He has been competing for so long, and he understands what it is to just keep headstrong and not let it phase you.
Yeah, that was composure at its finest. Slayer looking so good, and I'm glad to see him back in this form for the IPS Season 2, because a couple of the events before this, he was looking a little bit shaky, you know, at the you know, especially like KIT. But wow, did he look crisper today?
Yeah, he did.
I can't wait to see him in top 48 later on. But coming up next, we've got MKXL top 8, and that's going to be on the main stage, I believe, and then Injustice top 48, 2 top 8 after that. And I cannot wait, Arma. It's just been a wonderful weekend, especially for the NRS community. All you know, 3 huge games. The entire world is here competing. And we've seen the upsets, we've seen the close matches, we've seen the heartbreakers, and there's still more to come.
Yes, there's still more to come. If you guys want to follow the bracket along on Smash.gg or go on the Combo Breaker website, you guys can, and easily know what's going on, when everything is scheduled, to see what game you guys want to watch. But don't go anywhere. Ketchup and Mustard, I believe, are going to be doing top 8 for MKX. This one's going to be a great one. Stick right there.